Speedrunning Dragon Ball. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Amagi. Now I'm sure you've seen some of our speedrunning videos before, but those have been largely focused on Naruto. So today we're gonna go and make the jump to a new series. That is right, Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball. Before we begin, we publish a new video every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. The Amagi's reach stretches beyond just this channel, so if you're a fan of us, please consider subscribing to our other channels and following us on all of our social media. Help us reach our goal of passing 100,000 followers on all of our accounts by the end of the year. Now, we are going to get through every important event in as little time as possible. I triple dog dare you to beat my time. Are we ready to get started? Fantastic. Let's get going in 3, 2, 1. Emperor Pilaf Saga. The story begins at Mount Paozu with a young boy that is a monkey tail named Goku. He was found by a martial artist named Gohan and was adopted by him as his grandson, who Gohan trained to be a powerful fighter. Goku is now on his own after his grandfather's death, and now guards his Dragon Ball that was given to him just before Gohan died. A few months later, one day after finishing chopping up wood, Goku came inside to see his Dragon Ball glowing, thinking that it's his grandpa talking to him. On his way to find something to eat, he ends up angering a Sabertooth Cat and outruns it off of a cliff and into a river, losing it. While at the water, Goku strips to put his tail into the water as bait to catch fish. Soon enough, a monstrous fish jumps out of the water. Having no fear of the giant fish, Goku dodges it and kills it with one kick. On his way home, dragging the fish, he gets run over by a teenage girl named Bulma in her car. Goku has never seen a car before and attacks, thinking that it's a monster. He picks up the car and throws it into the distance. In defense, Bulma pulls out a gun and fires at Goku, but due to being so powerful, the bullets only sting him. Goku then starts to charge at her but stops when she reveals herself to be a human girl, not a monster, as Goku stops and discovers that she's different. Goku has always been told by his grandfather to be nice to girls, so he escorts Bulma to his home for dinner. Finally reaching it, Bulma sees an item that she's been desperately seeking, which is a Dragon Ball. Goku yanks it away from Bulma, saying that it's his grandpa's. Bulma shows Goku her 2 Dragon Balls that she has and tells him that there are 7 Dragon Balls in total and they're spread across the world. She explains that when they're all collected, they allow the owner to receive one wish. In Bulma's case, her wish is to have a perfect boyfriend, but Goku stubbornly refuses to give all this left to his grandfather. Elsewhere, 2 strange figures named Shu and Mai, who are headed by a small blue entity named Emperor Pilaf, find a Dragon Ball in a dungeon, seeking it to rule the world. Pilaf becomes enraged when Mai tells him he needs to collect all 7 of them to summon the Eternal Dragon, Shenron. Back at Goku's house, Goku agrees to accompany Bulma on her journey to collect the Dragon Balls. She explains to Goku that she can detect them using her Dragon Radar. She uses her capsules to spawn a motorcycle that Goku claims to be magic. The two then leave for the closest Dragon Ball. Along the way, Bulma stops to go for a pit stop after riding off a steep hill. Before she can go, a fearsome pterodactyl seizes her, ties up Goku, and flies away. Goku eventually suspects the monster's true intentions and comes to the rescue, taking the motorcycle's reins and driving off a hill in the air. He then takes out his power pole that he carries behind his back and orders it to extend, defeating the pterodactyl by smashing its crest and sending it falling to the ground below. Goku falls safely to the ground and uses his power pole to pin Bulma to a cliff. All this is too much for her, making Bulma pee her pants. The two then head back out on their adventure on the search for Dragon Balls. After continuing their journey, Goku and Bulma end up camping near Skull Valley. While Goku thinks they'll be sleeping in the tent, Bulma pulls out a capsule and spawns the house, which Goku is convinced to be a giant monster. He's also confused about the many things inside, such as lights and the TV. Bulma notices that Goku smells really bad and she forces him to take a bath. While bathing him, she finds out that Goku's tail is real and a part of his body and that he's in control of it due to the fact that he can scrub his back with it. After the bath, Bulma is stunned about his tail, wondering if all guys really have tails and hide them, but Goku mentions that his grandpa Gohan did not have one. Bulma then decides to relax in a bubble bath, but it's ruined when Goku barges in and makes comments about helping her since she doesn't have a tail. Bulma is angered and throws shampoo bottles and other things at him as he runs out. Meanwhile, Emperor Pilaf is enjoying his giant dinner and torturing Shu, making him pay for his own passing of gas. He receives a message from Mai about a glow in Skull Valley, which may be another Dragon Ball. Emperor Pilaf sends Shu and Mai to go and investigate the situation. Not liking the food that Bulma has, Goku decides to go look for some food to eat. He stumbles into the exact same valley Shu and Mai are patrolling and knocks out their plane, mistaking it for a bird. Once on the ground, the two soon realize that the glow is really the eyes of all the wolves that live in the valley. Incidentally, Goku saves them by trying to catch some dinner for himself. He brings a skinned wolf and a centipede back to Bulma, who screams at him again for bringing something so disgusting, so Goku eats it outside. Afterward, while Bulma is brushing her teeth, she asks Goku about his mother and father. Goku responds by saying he does not know them, saying that his grandpa found him as a baby all by himself and decided to take him home with him. Goku then falls asleep as Bulma is still talking to him, which makes her angry. In the morning, Goku wakes up first and decides to rest on Bulma's lap. When he realizes that he feels no bulge, he takes her panties off and exclaims that she has no balls. Bulma wakes up, not realizing what he had meant, and thinks that someone stole her Dragon Balls. While Goku gets tired of watching her brush her hair, he goes outside to train when he meets a strange visitor, a turtle. The turtle says he's lost from his master who lives down by the beach. Bulma gives him some salt water to hold him off, and Goku offers to take him home, but Bulma tells him that the beach is 100 miles out of their way. Goku doesn't seem to mind and begins jogging down the road with the turtle on his back. Afraid to continue by herself, Bulma follows Goku on a motorbike. On the way to the beach with Turtle, Goku and Bulma encounter a bear thief who would like to eat the turtle. Goku refuses him and has his first real battle, easily defeating the bear in seconds by proving to be too fast and strong for him. When they get to the beach shortly afterwards, Goku bids goodbye to the turtle and sets him into the sea. Turtle tells him to wait and he has a gift to give him. Turtle returns with his master, the turtle hermit Master Roshi, and introduces him to Bulma and Goku. Master Roshi wants to reward Goku with a gift, so he gives him the magical flying Nimbus, a cloud that can fly anywhere and can only be ridden with those of pure heart. Master Roshi tries to demonstrate but falls through it. Goku, of course, rides it with ease. please. Meanwhile, Emperor Pilaf's next target is Master Roshi's house, because apparently the old master has a Dragon Ball in the vicinity. He furiously tries to unlock the door with the key, but it does not work. Mai bluntly points out that there's a window open nearby. At the beach, Bulma also demands a prize from Roshi, despite Turtle's comments that Goku is the only one who helped him. She immediately notices the Dragon Ball hanging from Master Roshi's neck and asks for it. Master Roshi asks her to show him her underwear, but she screams at him instead. After weighing the matter, Bulma consents to doing so. However, unknown to her, Goku had removed her underwear early that morning, and she inadvertently exposes her naked body to Master Roshi. Thoroughly satisfied and dumbfounded, Roshi surrenders the Dragon Ball, oblivious to its real power, and Bulma happily scores her 4th Dragon Ball, still unaware of what she had truly done to earn it. Goku and Bulma make it back to get the capsule house near Skull Valley when Bulma finds out to her horror that her panties were not on. Goku confesses to taking them off her, and she furiously shoots at him with a machine gun after realizing that she showed an old pervert more than her panties. Afterward, Bulma suggests they both fly Nimbus, but Goku reminds Bulma that she needs to be pure-hearted. Bulma claims that she is and proceeds to jump on only to fall on her face, leaving her to stick to her capsules. On the road, she finds that the Nimbus cloud can move faster than any of her automobiles or motorbikes, leaving her to be extremely jealous of Goku. Back at Kame House, Emperor Pilaf is threatening an alligator with a switchblade. Roshi shows up only to find that Emperor Pilaf and his henchmen have ripped it apart trying to find a Dragon Ball. Emperor Pilaf shouts at Master Roshi, asking where his Dragon Ball is. Master Roshi shrugs, saying he gave it to a pretty girl who was just at the beach. Emperor Pilaf goes insane and they hop back in their ship, asking Master Roshi to shove it off the beach for them. He does, but not before ripping a hole in the bottom, which eventually causes the ship to sink to the bottom of the sea. Goku and Bulma continue their search for the Dragon Balls. An envious Bulma is still upset at not being able to ride on the Nimbus cloud, briefly loses sight of the road and falls off her motorcycle off a really steep cliff, causing her to drop one of the Dragon Balls and cry. Goku comes to check on her and the Dragon Ball begins to glow. Both of them look ahead to see Aru Village. Goku decides to check there for a Dragon Ball. The two enter the village only to see no one there. Bulma thinks it's a ghost town, but Goku feels there are people there. Goku heads to the Sherman Priest's house, but the door is locked so he punches it open. As soon as he enters, a heavy axe comes crashing in at his head only to give him a small lump. Sherman Priest tells him to not take his daughter, but Goku reveals that he is not whoever Sherman Priest thinks he is. Sherman Priest tells Goku and Bulma that a shape-shifting monster named Oolong has been taking away the villager's daughters, and intends to take his daughter Pokewampa next. Bulma asks if he has seen a Dragon Ball around and shows him one of hers. By now, the village realizes that Oolong is nowhere in sight and are all at the Sherman Priest's front door. Grandma Paozu, an old lady, shows Bulma the 6-star Dragon Ball, and Goku asks for it. The woman refuses, saying that it was passed down from other generations. Bulma asks the lady if she can have it if she and Goku defeat Oolong and get the girls back. The village says that Oolong can't be defeated, but Bulma comes up with a plan. Goku dresses up like Pokewampa and waits outside the village. Oolong comes crashing in the form of a devil with a tux of flowers. Oolong asks for Pokewampa to marry him, but Goku, still disguised, does not respond and thinks to himself that he really needs to go to the bathroom. Oolong then changes into the form of a handsome man, and Bulma, watching from indoors, is lured by Oolong's new form. Oolong, who takes a liking to Bulma, immediately debates whether he should take her or the other one, which is Goku in disguise. Checking on Pokewampa, he realizes that she is taking a leak as only a boy can, and finally realizes that he has been tricked. Oolong again changes form into a huge Spanish-speaking bull. Goku takes off the disguise and gets ready to fight Oolong, but Oolong runs away at the last second. Goku chases him, and when he gets outside the gates, he sees a small pig. The pig tells Goku that Oolong went to the other side of town, and Goku runs after him. After Goku leaves, the pig reveals himself as Oolong in his true form. After going to shapeshifting school, Oolong learned to take different forms, but there was one catch. He could only be in a certain form for 5 minutes and no longer. Oolong explains that he had to terrorize the village since he was constantly being dumped by girls and needed some girlfriends. Goku returns to the village and tells the pig that he did not find Oolong. Oolong now takes the form of a giant metal ninja with giant chopsticks and a giant bowl of soup, and tells Goku that if he runs away he will not be dipped in Oolong's hot soup. Goku says he will not leave, and Oolong accidentally dips his finger in the hot soup and burns himself. From behind, a young boy named Johnny shoots a slingshot at the back of Oolong's neck, but his mother carries him away before Oolong is able to retaliate. Oolong turns back to Goku, who reminds him that he's going to kill him. Oolong asks why Goku thinks he can win, and Goku says he learned karate from his grandpa. Oolong says that if Goku is really good at karate, then he can break 3 bricks with one hand. Oolong pulls 3 bricks out of a hammer's face and piles them up. Goku breaks them with one finger. Suddenly, Oolong turns into a bat and flies away. Bulma reminds Goku that he has to find the lost girls, so Goku calls for his Nimbus cloud and pursues Oolong. Goku is not far behind Oolong, so Oolong changes form again, this time to a rocket. In the middle of the chase, Oolong turns back into his normal form upon his 5 minutes being up and falls to the ground. Goku ties him up and takes him back to the village. Oolong apologizes to the villagers and takes him back to his shack, which is really a large mansion, and shows the 3 daughters, Sarah, Alexia, and Little Flower. Each girl seems to be living a life of luxury and are asking Oolong for favors. It's obvious that Oolong has spoiled them. Oolong pleads with the village to take their kids back, seeing that there is so much trouble. Grandma Paozu presents Goku and Bulma with the 6-star Dragon Ball. Bulma, Goku, and Oolong are in a boat passing through a river. Bulma decides that Oolong and his shape-shifting ability will be very useful in their quest. Oolong then changes into a fish and jumps out of the boat when he hears that the next place they're going is Fire Mountain. Goku goes after him, but before he can catch up, Bulma lures Oolong back into the boat with a pair of her panties, money in the ocean group though. Back on the boat, Bulma hands Oolong a vitamin she says he should take because it's good for him. The boat then runs out of gas, but Bulma makes Oolong turn into a paddle so they get to shore. On shore, Bulma finds out their dino caps are missing and yells at Oolong, accusing him of stealing them. Oolong sneaks off and Bulma makes the piggy sound, which makes Oolong have to go to the bathroom. Then Bulma tells Oolong that the vitamin she gave him was actually a pill that makes him go to the bathroom whenever somebody makes the piggy sound. Bulma has Oolong change into the motorbike, but when Bulma gets on the bike, she falls because Oolong does not get any stronger when he changes shape and says that it does not matter anyway because he can only hold his shape for 5 minutes. As time passes, they're now walking in Diablo Desert. Bulma eventually throws a temper tantrum because she cannot stand walking in the desert, remarking that she's used to the luxury of her capsules and eventually passes out in the heat. Far into the distance, a blue cat is spying with a telescope on a rock, telling a man that victims are present, and the man says that it's been a long while since their last prey. The two ride a flying bike, the jet squirrel, up to Goku and Oolong. The man introduces himself as Yamcha, the desert bandit, and orders the two that if they want to escape the desert, they'll have to give him money or capsules. Oolong then recognizes the cat as Puar, who went to Shapeshifting Academy with him, and Puar recognizes Oolong as a bully. Yamcha, wanting to rob them, challenges them to a fight and begins to fight Goku with his sword, and Goku fights back using his power pole. Realizing that Goku's powerful, Yamcha asks Goku if he's the grandson of Gohan because he's the only person who would have had that pole. Resuming their fight, Yamcha utilizes his powerful attack, the Wolf Fang Fist, knocking Goku into several rocks. Horrified that his friend was defeated, Oolong turns into a fly and tries to fly away, but Puar turns into a fly swatter and knocks Oolong out of his form, stopping him. Oolong was about to hand Yamcha a capsule to save himself, but Goku emerges from the rubble and yells at Yamcha. Yamcha decides to take down Goku with another Wolf Fang Fist, but just before Yamcha gets to take down Goku once again, Bulma starts to wake up and Yamcha spots her. Yamcha is stunned by her and falls over and rushes away before saying that he'll be back. Bulma gets a quick glance of Yamcha and falls in love with him. While back at his hideout, Yamcha reminds Puar of his fear of women and that he will get Goku back. It is getting dark, so Oolong forks over his only capsule, a double-decker motorhome. Bulma goes up to take a shower, grumbling about the condition of the dirty bus. At the table, Goku explains to Oolong what the Dragon Balls are for. Meanwhile, outside the van, Emperor Pilaf has sent Shu and Mai once again to retrieve the Dragon Balls. Shu plans to set a bomb on the bus, but it gets stuck to his hand by accident. He sets it to blow up later so they have the time to get it off. Yamcha and Puar are sitting on the opposite side, overhearing Goku's conversation about the Dragon Balls and their power to grant wishes. He creeps around to enter from behind, but accidentally gets a large glimpse of Bulma's nude bust through the window. In response to this, he screams and runs away. Bulma gets out of the shower and demands some clothing. Now knowing the power of the Dragon Balls, Yamcha exclaims that with them he will never be scared of girls again. Puar is surprised at this and asks Yamcha why not use the wish for money and power. Yamcha says he's not truly interested in those things, and what he wants cannot be bought with money or power. What Yamcha wants most in this world is to marry, or at least go on one date, and then declares that the Dragon Balls will surely be his. Inside the house wagon, Oolong tells Bulma that he will do the wash later, but he doesn't have anything for her to wear right now. Getting angrier, she tells him that she's going to bed and tells him not to sneak into her room. Oolong hands Goku and Bulma a drink. Bulma happily drinks hers, but Goku dislikes his. Oolong tells him that it'll make him stronger, which makes Goku interested, so he drinks it. However, what he and Bulma do not know is that Oolong put sleepy grass, a chemical that causes the drinker to fall asleep. With Bulma now getting sleepy, but not before she again gives Oolong a warning before she goes up to bed, and Goku knocked out cold, Oolong slinks into the bedroom where Bulma is sleeping, not to steal only the Dragon Balls, but her panties for himself too. Yamcha and Puar enter next, also wanting the balls for themselves. Puar transforms into a goofy version of Goku while Yamcha sneaks upstairs. Oolong is about to walk back in when he hears footsteps. Surprised at how quickly Goku woke back up, not realizing it's really Puar, he transforms into a pudgy small version of Bulma and forces Puar to go outside. They eventually realize what each other is doing and then race back to the bus. Upstairs, Yamcha is fondling around in the darkness to look for the balls. He mistakes Bulma's breasts under the blanket for the Dragon Balls and soon realizes what he's actually grabbing. The night ends with Yamcha in complete shock, dashing out of the house with Puar, while Oolong hides, expecting abuse from Bulma. The next morning, Shu and Mai finally get the bomb strapped to the bus with 1 hour to spare. Bulma wakes up wrapped in a blanket and puts on the only clothes Oolong has in the house wagon, which turns out to be a Playboy bunny outfit. Oolong starts driving when Goku notices a two-seater driving behind them. It's none other than Yamcha and Puar coming to steal the Dragon Balls once again. Goku and Oolong get out of the bus as the two bandits fire a missile at it, destroying it and prepare to take them down once for all. Goku starts fighting Yamcha again and knocks his tooth out. Yamcha then stops the fight. When Puar, horrified to see his master losing his tooth, transforms into a hand mirror to show him what happened, Yamcha yells in shock, thinking that now he'll never get a girl. As Goku and Oolong watch Yamcha drive off in shame with Puar, right before they went to carry Bulma, who's now knocked out in the crash, to walk, Shu and Mai arrive, wondering if the bomb was a dud, and now enter the bus to steal the Dragon Balls. The bus explodes on them, but they do survive. As they walk, with Goku carrying the unconscious Bulma on his back, the group does not really know what to do now since their only means of transportation was destroyed. Yamcha and Puar suddenly come back, and Yamcha says he's sorry for his previous actions and offers them a car. Oolong is skeptical and checks the car for bombs. Goku trusts Yamcha and they drive off to the next location in it. Yamcha did have a catch, however, as he has a radar in the car that will allow him and Puar to know where Goku and the others are at all times. His plan is to let them gather all 7 Dragon Balls, steal them at the last moment, and make his wish, to never be shy around women again. Goku, Bulma, and Oolong are heading to Fire Mountain, where legends say the terrible Ox King dwells. Bulma thinks that the legends are ridiculous, much to the annoyance of Oolong. Bulma and Goku are then shocked to discover that the bright sunset they were admiring is in fact Fire Mountain. Meanwhile, Yamcha and Puar are following Goku and the gang. Back in the Diablo Desert, Mai and Shu are dreading returning to Emperor Pilaf without a Dragon Ball. Their fears are then met as they are both electrocuted, however this backfires on Pilaf as he too receives a shock. As Yamcha and Puar claim they want to watch Goku get destroyed by the Ox King, a young girl, later revealed to be Chi-Chi, screaming and running away from a giant dinosaur grabs their attention. As they watch in shock, the young girl cuts off the dinosaur's head with a device on her helmet. She then shoots a beam from her helmet, vaporizing the dinosaur's remains. As Yamcha congratulates her, she tells him she's not supposed to talk to strangers and attempts to do the same thing to him. Yamcha dodges and knocks her to the ground. At Fire Mountain, Goku uses his flying Nimbus to reach the castle. The flames are too strong though, so Goku burns his tail and falls in a nearby lake. Bulma and Oolong meet the Ox King, who thinks that they're trying to steal his treasure. As Goku comes back from his failed attempt, the Ox King starts trying to kill him. Goku jumps onto the flying Nimbus and flies around the Ox King, making him dizzy. Ox King then asks Goku who gave him the flying Nimbus, and Ox King soon learns that Goku has met Master Roshi. He asks Goku where he can find him, as Roshi was Ox King's old master. Ox King then realizes that Goku is the grandson of Grandpa Gohan, someone who was so close to the Ox King like they were brothers. The Ox King then asks Goku if he can get him the Bancho fan from Roshi, as it's the only thing that would extinguish the flames of Fire Mountain. Goku accepts and then asks Ox King if he can have the Ox King's Dragon Ball. Ox King then tells Goku that the previous day he sent his only daughter Chi-Chi to retrieve the Bancho fan, but now he's worried about her because she has yet to return. Ox King says that Goku can marry Chi-Chi if he sets off to find the Bancho fan and Chi-Chi herself. Yamcha and Puar, who overheard the whole conversation, panic as Ox King shows Goku a picture of Chi-Chi, and they notice that it's the same girl that Yamcha had hit earlier. They begin to worry that they've killed her. Soon they return to where they left Chi-Chi to see her still on the ground. Yamcha holds her and is relieved to see that she's still breathing. Chi-Chi wakes up and immediately gets ready to attack Yamcha. In a panic, Yamcha tells Chi-Chi he's a secret admirer of hers and is in love with her. Suddenly Yamcha spots Goku, and so with Puar he escapes, while Chi-Chi is busy talking to herself. Goku then sees Chi-Chi and informs her that he's supposed to help her find Master Roshi. Chi-Chi climbs aboard the flying Nimbus, but in the process pulls Goku's tail. Goku informs her that when somebody pulls his tail, he loses all of his power. Yamcha overhears Goku and is pleased to learn of his weakness. As Goku and Chi-Chi fly through the desert, he pats her on the crotch, as he usually does to determine if she's a girl or not, which of course she is. Completely embarrassed and horrified, Chi-Chi shoves Goku off the flying Nimbus, which sends him falling to the ground and ultimately leads to Chi-Chi crashing the Nimbus. Unknown to Goku, Chi-Chi has fallen in love with him, telling him she was giggling because she just met some hunk. Back on the Nimbus and out of the desert, Goku and Chi-Chi stop to ask a dolphin for directions. The pair arrive at Roshi's island and are greeted by Master Roshi and Turtle. Goku and Chi-Chi finally make it to the Kame house. However, Chi-Chi is a little skeptical about whether or not that's Master Roshi, so she throws her helmet blade to see if he can dodge it. He senses the attack, but not soon enough to dodge it. While Chi-Chi berates him, the Turtle Hermit pulls out his Hermit Club card as proof. Chi-Chi apologizes and pulls the blade from Master Roshi's forehead. Master Roshi then talks to Goku in secret and says that he will let them use the Bancho fan if Goku sets him up on a date with Bulma. Goku agrees, and the Master also mentions not to tell Chi-Chi about the deal. While searching for the Bancho fan, Turtle mentions that Master Roshi was just using it as a placemat. The Hermit says he threw it out because it was sticky from some juice he spilled on it. Master Roshi then decides to go to Fire Mountain himself to put out the fire. After calling Baby Gamera, the three were on their way. Upon arriving at Fire Mountain, Ox King rushes to greet his old master, and Master Roshi immediately falls to the ground, riding around in circles, making him dizzy. After berating Ox King for killing people over his treasure in his castle, the mighty giant begs for forgiveness. Meanwhile, Master Roshi pulls Goku and Bulma aside and explains the deal he made with Goku. At first, Bulma gets very mad, but Master Roshi points out that the Dragon Ball is still inside the castle. Bulma will only go on a date with him when the Hermit puts out the fire. After taking off his turtle shell and shirt, Master Roshi begins to bulk up his scrawny body instantly. Meanwhile, Yamcha and Puar are still staring in awe. Master Roshi releases the energy towards the castle. When it was all over, he returns to his normal self, but everyone mentions that even though the fire is out, the castle's destroyed as well. However, Bulma was able to find the Dragon Ball in the rubble. Master Roshi tells Goku that the Kamehameha took him 50 years to perfect. However, Goku manages to perform it within 50 seconds and destroys the capsule car in the process. Then, Goku mentions that it was not as powerful as Master Roshi's. Master Roshi is dumbfounded, but after Ox King mentions that he is the grandson of Grandpa Gohan, they briefly talk about him. When Bulma sees that Goku destroyed the car, she becomes upset, but the Ox King offers the group a hover car to use for a job well done. However, before Goku, Bulma, and Oolong take off, Master Roshi reminds Bulma about the deal. Quickly, Bulma pulls Oolong aside and asks him to go on the date with Roshi in her place. At first, Oolong declines, but after some convincing from Bulma, he relents. Oolong then changes into a short and chubby version of Bulma, much to her annoyance. He changes into an identical version of Bulma and goes on his date with Master Roshi. On this date, which is nothing more than a walk, Oolong, turned as Bulma, shows Roshi his breasts, which totally floors the Master, and the date is effectively over. Watching from a distance, the real Bulma cannot believe that Oolong did such a thing. Goku and Chi-Chi talk for a little bit, both asking if they'll think about each other. Chi-Chi asks if Goku will take her as his bride, which Goku accepts if she wants him to, causing a misunderstanding. Eventually, the group takes off, and Yamcha and Puar follow in their own air car. This episode starts off with Oolong and Bulma arguing as Yamcha and Puar follow close behind them. Goku, Bulma, and Oolong stop in a town to refuel the hover car before Bulma takes off to go shopping. Meanwhile, the people of the town seem to be afraid of Bulma. The gas station owner gives him the gas for free as he seems to be afraid of Bulma as well. Bulma finds a shop that sells dino capsules and she manages to get $100 worth of them for free because the shopkeeper is afraid. Then she enters a clothes shop and buys some new clothes while still wearing the bunny ears. She doesn't even realize that she's wearing them until she looks at herself in the mirror. She takes them off, much to the surprise of the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper asks if she's with the rabbit mob and she replies that she is not and she doesn't even know who they are. Angrily, the shopkeeper throws her out of the store for tricking him. All of a sudden, no one seems to be afraid of Bulma anymore or even notices her presence. Meanwhile, two armed men wearing rabbit ears come into town and start causing trouble, leaving people to fear for their safety. The two men refer to themselves as the Rabbits. They quickly notice Bulma and proceed to hit on her because she's a new girl in town, but she refuses their advances. Goku fights with the men and easily defeats them. Then they call their boss to come into town, which sends the townspeople into a panic. The boss turns out to be a giant rabbit named Monster Carrot. Meanwhile, from a distance, Yamcha tries to remember something about the Monster Rabbit. Monster Carrot appears to call for a truce and offers to shake Bulma's hand. Then Yamcha remembers that the rabbit's touch is his weapon. Bulma slaps his hand and gets turned into a carrot. Goku prepares to go on the offensive, but Monster Carrot threatens to eat Bulma if he tries to attack. Goku admits defeat and Oolong takes off in the hover car. Then the rabbits proceed to beat up Goku. Yamcha intervenes and takes out the thugs while Puar, who is now transformed, takes the carrot from Monster Carrot's hands. Yamcha then instructs Goku to use his power pole to take out Monster Carrot so he wouldn't have to touch him. Meanwhile, Monster Carrot goes after Puar. Puar smacks into a pole and falls to the ground, dropping the carrot. Goku, Yamcha, and Monster Carrot all jump for the carrot, but Goku uses his power pole to knock the carrot away. Goku and Yamcha avoid touching Monster Carrot with Bulma intact. Monster Carrot notices Puar and threatens to turn him into a carrot, but Puar transforms into Monster Carrot himself and threatens to touch him. Goku then uses a power pole to smack Monster Carrot and threatens to do it again if he does not change Bulma back to normal. Monster Carrot does as he is told and Bulma returns to normal. Meanwhile, Yamcha and Puar have fled the scene with Yamcha commenting that Bulma was easier to be around when she was a carrot. Later on, Oolong returns to town and gets verbally bashed by Bulma for taking off. Oolong also comments that Bulma was nicer as a carrot, which makes her angrier. With the rabbits tied up, Goku uses his power pole to take them to the moon. When he comes back down to Earth, he explains that if the gang makes treats for all the children of the world for a whole year, he will come back and bring them down. Oolong, Bulma, and Goku are riding in their hover car, getting closer to the final Dragon Ball when Oolong asks Bulma about the wish. Bulma reveals to Oolong that she is planning to wish for a boyfriend with the Dragon Balls. This irritates Oolong as he cannot believe that he has been risking his life just so she can have a boyfriend. Oolong suggests that they all wish for wealth, or at least something that will be beneficial to them all. Behind them, Yamcha and Puar are still following, with Yamcha excited that it's almost time for him to make his wish. Over in Pilaf's castle, Emperor Pilaf threatens Mai to fix his Dragon Ball radar fast or she'll be fed to the alligators. Mai flirts and talks about food with Pilaf to distract him, keeping him off count to give her more time to fix the radar. He detects a Dragon Ball in the castle and Shu follows the direction she gives him. When Shu finds the Dragon Ball, Pilaf hits him on the head and says that that's the one they already have, the one that's literally right behind them. Afterward, a robot bird informs Pilaf that the remaining 6 are heading this way and sends Shu and Mai to retrieve them. As Goku, Bulma, and Oolong still pass through the Diablo Desert, Mai, who is standing on top of a mushroom, tells Shu through a radio that they're heading this way. Oolong stops the hover car and tells Bulma to change her wish, which leads to another argument. Shu, who is in a Pilaf machine, destroys the hover car and steals Bulma's case, which has all the Dragon Balls and her dino caps. After Shu and Mai head back to Pilaf's castle, Goku goes off find the Dragon Balls, but then sees the robot suit Shu uses in the middle of the desert. Goku thinks that it's a person and attacks it. The robot falls over, so he assumes it's dead and heads back to rejoin Bulma and Oolong. When Bulma finds out that Goku did not get any Dragon Balls, she becomes very depressed and cries. Goku cheers Bulma up by saying that they did not take his Dragon Ball, which he was carrying with him. Yamcha then makes a brave decision and offers them a ride to the Dragon Balls. On their way, Bulma tells Yamcha to shut his eyes, which confuses and frightens him because he thinks she might want to kiss him. However, Bulma simply wants to check her Dragon radar to make sure that they're on the right path. After doing so, Bulma tells Yamcha that he can open his eyes. Slightly disappointed, Yamcha exclaims that nothing happened, which might have implied that he actually did want her to kiss him. They approach Emperor Pilaf's castle, and Emperor Pilaf is happy that he will finally have all 7 of the Dragon Balls. He decides to put all of them in a trap. Pillars shoot out of the ground in an attempt to crush them. Bulma is almost crushed when Goku's preoccupied, but Yamcha saves her. As Emperor Pilaf's first trap was a failure, he puts a wall up around them, trapping our heroes. Bulma says she's scared and grabs onto Yamcha, which in turn makes him scared as well. The episode starts off with Goku, Bulma, Yamcha, Puar, and Oolong trapped in Emperor Pilaf's castle. Emperor Pilaf now has 6 of the 7 Dragon Balls. Not knowing that Goku has had the 4-star Dragon Ball, Emperor Pilaf sent Mai and Shu to search the Dragon Team's hover car for the 7th ball. While Goku and Yamcha try to punch their way out of the prison, they soon find out that they're being watched by none other than Emperor Pilaf himself. Bulma then makes fun of Emperor Pilaf and is grabbed by one of his machine claws. For doing that, Emperor Pilaf was going to give Bulma something known as the treatment. Trying to make it sound scary, he blows Bulma a kiss and then throws her back in the prison with the others. Emperor Pilaf then decides to gas them to yellow number 3. He then walks into the prison and becomes a victim of his own plan. Mai and Shu walk in with gas masks and search Goku for the last Dragon Ball. Not long after they take the Dragon Ball, Emperor Pilaf wakes up. Pilaf and his minions then go outside to summon Shenron. Mindlessly, they left the prison door open, allowing the Dragon Ball gang to escape. Soon after, the heroes stumble upon Emperor Pilaf. They begin chasing him, but they walk into a giant pinball machine. They end up running from a giant pinball for a while and ultimately arrive back at the same place they started. Goku then uses Kamehameha on the wall, but only makes a hole big enough for Oolong and Puar to shapeshift into bats and fly through, which they do. Emperor Pilaf has now summoned the dragon, thus ends the episode. Having been summoned, the eternal dragon Shenron is now waiting for a wish to be made. Emperor Pilaf is too nervous being faced with the dragon to make his wish to be the ruler of the earth. Goku uses the Kamehameha wave to break through the walls of the prison that he and his friends are being held captive in, and meanwhile Puar and Oolong transform into bats to escape from the prison. Oolong rushes up to the eternal dragon and wishes for the world's most comfortable pair of underwear to prevent Pilaf's wish from being made at the last second. The Dragon Balls turn to stone and scatter all around the world, not to be found for another year. This annoys Goku as he has now lost his grandfather's prized possession. An angry Pilaf orders his henchmen to kill Goku and his friends, and Shu calls out the dog police to attack them. Yamcha and Goku fight off the dogs, but afterwards Goku, having already exhausted his energy from using the Kamehameha, is no longer able to retaliate, and Shu and Mai jump down and capture the group. The group ends up in another prison. This time it's a solid 3 feet of steel to put a damper on any escape plans. Emperor Pilaf plans to fry them in the morning with the sun. It's a full moon, and Goku tells him that a terrible monster comes out during a full moon, and it once trampled over his grandpa Gohan. Though the others are unsure, they tell Goku not to look at the moon, but he immediately gazes at it. At first there doesn't seem to be an issue, but then he transforms into the mighty beast, breaking them out of the prison in a devastating rampage. Goku, who had turned into a great ape after he looked at the full moon, breaks out of Emperor Pilaf's cell and starts to destroy Pilaf's castle. Pilaf, Shu, and Mai, who are all sleeping at the time, wake up and realize that something is destroying the castle. Pilaf gets angry and tells Shu and Mai to do something about it. Shu and Mai are only in the pajamas and have no choice but to throw objects that are in the bedroom of the giant ape, such as pillows and slippers. Obviously, this has no effect on the monster. The ape then continues to destroy the castle and chase the trio. They head off to an airplane where they escape from the castle. Yamcha, Oolong, Puar, and Bulma are all trying to run from the castle, but Bulma ends up tripping and spraining her ankle. Yamcha has to get over his fear of women and helps Bulma get to safety. She's very thankful for this. Meanwhile, angry over the destruction of his castle, Pilaf tells Mai to turn around. Their plane starts shooting Goku, but seems to have no effect on him. The plane then brings out a heat-seeking missile and knocks the great ape Goku out. Everyone then believes that Goku is really dead, and Pilaf begins jumping up and down in his tail. Shu and Mai then recognize that the ape's hands are starting to twitch and cower in fear. Great ape Goku wakes up and chases Emperor Pilaf and his 2 henchmen, who then run back to their plane and try to escape. They fly off, but Goku throws a tower at the plane, causing it to crash. Yamcha finds Bulma stuck under another tower of Pilaf's castle. Yamcha lifts up the tower to let Bulma out, but they're chased again by Goku. The ape picks Bulma up and she screams until she passes out, and then Goku starts to lick her, seemingly intent on eating her. Puar then mentions that Goku's weak point is his tail, so Yamcha uses his power of the Wolf Fang Fist to break the castle and make a sword out of stone, and he tries to cut off Goku's tail. This has no effect, however, and the sword shatters to pieces because it was not sharp enough to cut the tail off. Yamcha then grabs onto Goku's tail being held by Oolong, while Puar turns into a pair of scissors and cuts it off. Goku drops Bulma and shrinks back down to his normal form where he ends up naked and unconscious. Pilaf is sad about his castle, and he orders Mai and Shu to shoot them all. Pilaf then runs in the other direction, and when Shu and Mai see this, they decide to run away with Pilaf as well. The next morning, Goku does not remember a thing about his transformation the night before, so the rest of the group agrees not to tell him about it and the fact that he's probably the monster that killed his grandpa Gohan. Goku then finds out that his tail is gone and assumes it ran away and is given Oolong's pants to cover up. Afterward, Goku goes back to the ruins of Pilaf's castle to get his power pole. Bulma's now mad that she wasn't able to get a boyfriend, and Yamcha's mad because he's still going to be shy around girls for another year, but they look at each other and gleefully decide to be boyfriend and girlfriend. When Goku returns, Bulma gives him her dragon radar, so he will be able to go get his grandpa's Dragon Ball in a year when they come back to normal. They decide to part ways. Bulma and Yamcha plan to go back to the city with Puar and Oolong tagging along. Yamcha then takes out a jet capsule and takes off with everyone else. Goku then gets on his flying Nimbus and starts to head to Master Roshi's island for training, waving goodbye to Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Puar. Tournament Saga. The episode begins with Goku riding on the flying Nimbus and traveling towards Kame House. Elsewhere, Yamcha's airship crashes into a deep jungle. Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Puar jump before the crash and are unharmed, but now they're stuck in the middle of a deep jungle. After Bulma sees a large flying monster, she grabs Yamcha and starts running. Puar and Oolong then follow. In another part of the jungle, a small boy is venturing throughout, but where is he heading? Meanwhile, Goku continues to travel on the flying Nimbus towards the Kame House, and he has some fun on the way. He soon arrives at Roshi's house. For some reason, Roshi does not answer his door. Goku jumps in the window and sees Master Roshi watching an exercise video he seems to be mesmerized by. Goku cannot get Master Roshi's attention, so he yells in Master Roshi's ear. Goku explains he's here to train, but he's hungry and needs some food. Master Roshi points towards the kitchen and tells Goku to take something that he likes from the refrigerator. Goku then eats everything that there is in the fridge. Meanwhile, Bulma and the others are walking through a heated desert to find that they're heading south, when they're supposed to be heading north. Bulma then thinks she's seen a sandstorm, but it's that same little boy from the jungle whose running has caused the sand to blow. Back at the Kame House, Goku then tells Master Roshi that he's ready for training. Master Roshi tells Goku to find him a young girl first. Goku thinks that this is weird, but he agrees. After Master Roshi gives him guidelines, he realizes that Goku's tail is gone. Goku tells Master Roshi that it was probably bored. He then leaves to find the girl. Master Roshi then prepares for his date by dressing in his finest clothes, a suit and a turtle shell. He then waits impatiently for Goku to get back. Goku then arrives only to bring back a very large woman. Meanwhile, the small boy is now traveling by boat across the ocean. Back at the Kame House, Master Roshi shows Goku the type of girl that he wants. Goku understands and leaves to find her. He soon returns with a pretty girl. Master Roshi then tells Goku to ask her for him to walk with him. Goku agrees and soon returns to tell Master Roshi that she does not want to walk, but instead swim. Master Roshi is now very excited. He runs out to meet her, only to find that she's a mermaid. Master Roshi then tries to use some of his charm, only to get punched in the eye by the mermaid, who then swims away. Roshi then tells Goku to look for another young girl quite like the last, but without flippers. The small boy then arrives at the Kame House. He jumps from his boat onto Master Roshi's island, landing headfirst in the sand. Goku then helps him up. The boy then tells Master Roshi that his name is Krillin and he's come for training with Master Roshi. Master Roshi tells Krillin that he does not accept anyone who walks through his door and tells him no. Krillin then convinces him with a few periodicals. Master Roshi then tells Krillin to help Goku find a young girl when they both receive training. Krillin then tries to jump on the flying Nimbus, only to fall through. Master Roshi then tells Krillin that only people with a pure heart can ride on the cloud. Out of guilt, Krillin reveals that he has more naughty magazines that he brought from Master Roshi and gives them all to him, much to Master Roshi's delight. Goku and Krillin are traveling on the flying Nimbus to search for a new girl for Master Roshi. Meanwhile, in a western saloon, an innocent girl comes and sits down. A large cowboy is waiting for a woman by the name of Launch, who is a fearsome thief and robber. This sweet innocent girl does not fit the bill, but then she sneezes. Her sneeze causes her hair to turn blonde, and then she changes into the infamous Launch, the woman that the large cowboy is waiting for. The large cowboy is surprised and puts up his guard, but is easily beaten by Launch. Launch takes out everyone in the saloon and leaves towards the railway tracks. There she derails a train and steals some money from one of the train cars. She then quickly flees the scene. The police chase her and fire their guns, but they aim his way off. Launch then throws a grenade, destroying one of the cop cars. Launch then prepares to shoot the police car, but at the very moment she sneezes, she then turns back into a sweet innocent girl. The police then get out of the car to arrest Launch. Coincidentally, Goku and Krillin venture into the desert in search of a girl from Master Roshi. Goku hears the innocent girl yelling for help and then goes to check things out. When they arrive, Goku defeats the two policemen with ease. After the rescue, Goku and Krillin decide that she'd be good for Master Roshi, and the trio head back to the Kame House. Upon arrival, Goku takes Master Roshi out of the bathroom to meet her. Master Roshi is stunned after seeing Launch. He then asks her to wear the Master Roshi training armor, which is nothing more than black lingerie in reality. Launch begins to change into the armor outside, but before she's able to, Krillin suggests she change inside, much to the irritation of Roshi. Master Roshi tells Goku and Krillin to also wear the lingerie so he does not look suspicious. Launch emerges from the house wearing the armor. Soon after she sneezes, turning herself into a mean Launch. She then fires her machine gun at Master Roshi, Krillin, and Goku. Luckily for them, Launch sneezes again, turning her back into her sweet innocent form. The episode begins with Master Roshi placing the Kame House in a capsule. Then he takes out another capsule revealing a hovercraft. Next, Launch, Krillin, Goku, and Master Roshi leave on the hovercraft for a larger island that would be more suitable for training. They soon arrive at a new island, and Master Roshi opens up the capsule containing the Kame House. Launch decides to head inside the house to cook, while Master Roshi, Krillin, and Goku stay outside. Roshi asks Krillin if he has other previous training. Krillin tells him that he has 8 years of training in the Orin Temple. Master Roshi is pleased. He tells the two trainees that he's going to evaluate their current ability by seeing how fast the boys can run a 100-meter dash. Krillin goes first and clocks a time of 10.4 seconds. Goku goes next and he starts very fast but has some trouble with his shoes. He clocks in at 11 seconds. Goku asks if he can run again with different shoes as his are torn. Master Roshi agrees and Goku runs again but now in new shoes. Goku is able to clock a time of 8.5 seconds. Master Roshi then hands Krillin a stopwatch and says he'll have a shot at it, and he runs 100 meters in 5.6 seconds. Krillin and Goku are stunned. Master Roshi tells Goku to go get a brewski. Goku doesn't understand, so Krillin goes to the Kame house and gets the brewski instead. Instead, he accidentally brings in dust, which makes Launch sneeze. She chases Krillin with a butcher's knife. Master Roshi then times Krillin doing the 100 meters while he's being chased and finds that he ran at 8.8 seconds, which is much faster than before. Launch then sneezes again, and in doing so, she throws the knife into the air and it lands right in front of a frightened Krillin. Master Roshi tells Goku and Krillin and he'll give the boys one more test before dinner. He picks up a stone and writes his Turtle School symbol on it and shows the boy the symbol. Master Roshi then throws the stone in the deep jungle below. He explains to the boys that the one who retrieves the stone will get to eat dinner. However, if neither of them gets the stone within 30 minutes, then neither of them get any dinner. Goku jumps off the cliff into the jungle. He grabs a branch on the way down, but it breaks and he hits the ground with a thump. He gets back up and prepares to start looking for the stone. Meanwhile, Krillin is looking for a detour into the jungle below. He then realizes that he'll probably never get the stone in such a large jungle, especially with Goku also searching. He thinks of another way he can get his dinner and picks up a stone, gets a pen from one of the villagers, and then writes Master Roshi's symbol on the rock. He then goes back to the Kame house. Elsewhere, Goku is still searching for the actual stone, and he's using his keen sense of smell to track it down. Soon, Krillin arrives at the Kame house and shows Master Roshi the stone. Master Roshi examines the stone and throws it at Krillin's head, noting that it was not written in his handwriting, and tells Krillin to go find the real stone. Later on, while searching the jungle, Krillin hears Goku's voice. He catches up with him and sees that Goku has found the stone. Krillin asks if he can see the stone and Goku gives it to him. Krillin runs off with it and Goku chases him through the jungle. They both cross a bridge and when Krillin reaches the other side, he cuts the ropes holding the bridge up, knocking Goku into the river below. Goku, however, is quick to get up and chases Krillin some more. Krillin then proposes they battle for the stone. Goku wins the battle and tells Krillin to give him the stone. Krillin then throws a different stone and Goku chases after it, thinking that it was the real stone. Now that Krillin has the real stone, he heads back to the Kame house. At the Kame house, Master Roshi gives his approval to Krillin as he's found the real stone. Soon after, at the dinner table, Krillin and Master Roshi are eating the food that Launch has prepared for them, with Goku looking on hungrily. Master Roshi then asks Launch what kind of fish is in the stew, and Launch tells him that it's pufferfish. Krillin, Master Roshi, and Launch soon feel ill as pufferfish is poisonous. The next day, Goku wants to train, but Master Roshi tells him that training will start the next day as he and Krillin are still feeling the effects of the pufferfish. Goku and Krillin are about to go to bed. They're both excited about tomorrow's training. Goku gets to sleep with Launch while Krillin and Master Roshi sleep downstairs. The next day, Master Roshi wakes Krillin up and then comes to wake up Goku for training, but sees Launch in an evil state. He tries to wake up Goku with a broomstick, but instead wakes up Launch. Launch sees Goku in bed with her and becomes angry. She pulls out a machine gun and fires at Goku and Roshi. Finally angered enough, Goku gives Launch a swift kick and knocks her out. Master Roshi starts to check to make sure she's not too badly hurt. He was really trying to poke and touch Launch's breasts, seeing her knocked unconscious as the best opportunity to grope her without suffering her wrath, but he decides to let it go after Goku insists that they start training. They eventually go on to begin the day's training. Master Roshi takes the two boys to collect several bottles of milk from the milkman in the village nearby. They have to deliver milk to everyone on the island before breakfast. After a grueling morning run and zigzagging between a long stretch of trees, which Krillin tries to cheat his way through, they eventually make it to a house, though it happened to be atop a severely long flight of stairs, exhausting both Goku and Krillin on their journey to the top. Roshi tells him about how the boy's late grandfather went through the exact same exercise as this, and never once complained about it. Goku charges up the stairs excitedly and greatly motivated at the thought of his grandfather doing the same exercise. Krillin struggles up the steps, though he was exhausted from the morning. After finally completing every house, Roshi informs them that they're done with their early morning training and that the mid-morning training is about to begin. The episode begins by showing other fighters from all over the world training for the upcoming World Martial Arts Tournament. Meanwhile, Krillin and Goku are exhausted after Master Roshi's milk delivery training. Krillin is glad it's over, but Master Roshi tells the boys the milk delivery is on the early morning training and it's time for their mid-morning training. Master Roshi tells Goku and Krillin the mid-morning training is to plow through the fields in this area, but since the training is meant to strengthen the hand, it has to be done barehanded. The boys begin to plow through the dirt and complete it a few hours later. Next, it's time for breakfast. Launch has cooked the boys a feast. Unfortunately, Krillin puts a little too much pepper in her food, and this makes Launch sneeze into her violent self. She starts to fire bullets at Goku, Krillin, and Master Roshi. The threesome runs out of the Kame house. Master Roshi then thinks it'd be a good idea for them to go out and eat. After breakfast, the boys have to study until lunchtime. Master Roshi explains to them that a strong body is a waste without a smart mind. After lunch, Master Roshi proposes that they take a nap for a few hours and they resume their training. The three of them discuss the upcoming World Martial Arts Tournament. After napping, the boys are now going to do construction work. Construction work would help them with their muscle and their balance, and for them to earn some money on the side. Master Roshi tells the boys they do not have to use their hands to dig, but just no power tools. Goku and Krillin then shovel, unload, and wheelbarrow for the next few hours. Krillin thinks back about the time he was at the Orin Temple and how the senior trainees bullied him because he was short and weak. Remembering this, Krillin hits a pickaxe so hard that his top falls and lands right in front of their frightened head construction worker. After the construction work, Master Roshi tells them that it's time for swimming. Goku and Krillin, however, want to learn martial arts. Master Roshi tells the boys that he will teach them martial arts when they can move a large boulder. He then points to a large boulder. Krillin tells Master Roshi that it's impossible to move a boulder of that magnitude. Master Roshi responds to Krillin by moving the boulder. Goku then tries to move the boulder of a similar size and is successful. Master Roshi tells Goku that he pointed to the wrong boulder, and so Master Roshi shows Goku and Krillin an extremely large boulder. He tells them that when they're able to move that boulder, they will get their martial arts training from him. Master Roshi then instructs Goku and Krillin to do 10 laps of swimming in the lake. However, swimming in this lake is no cakewalk as sharks patrol it, and the boys swim for their lives as the sharks chase after them. After this rigorous training, the next training exercise requires them to be tied up with a rope to a tree. Master Roshi explains to the boys that sometimes one is cornered must dodge the enemy. Goku asks what he and Krillin will be dodging from. Master Roshi then hits a beehive and hides behind a tree. The bees then begin to give chase to Goku and Krillin. After that, both Goku and Krillin are covered in bee stings from head to toe. Master Roshi tells the boys their first day of training is over. Krillin asks Master Roshi if the training tomorrow will be as tough as today. Master Roshi responds to Krillin by saying it will be more difficult, as the boys will now be wearing 50-pound turtle shells on their backs while they do their training. With the aid of Master Roshi's training, Goku and Krillin will be tough enough for the World Martial Arts Tournament. The episode begins with Goku and Krillin doing the training exercises. As the days and months roll by, the harder the training gets and the stronger the boys become. At dinner, Goku and Krillin basically finish off all the rice. Meanwhile, Master Roshi goes under the table to pick up some food he dropped while gradually edging closer to Launch's legs in the process. Soon, Launch brings a very large pot of rice, the table breaks from the weight of the pot, and Master Roshi's crushed under it. Later, Goku calls Master Roshi outside of the boulder. He told the boys that if they moved it, they'd receive martial arts training from him. Goku and Krillin both show that they can move the boulder. After that, Master Roshi tells the boys that the whole secret behind the Turtle Hermit martial arts was the routine. He tells them to continue the routine but use even heavier turtle shells that are twice the weight. Meanwhile, in a deep forest, Yamcha is doing some training of his own. After a month of training, he decides to return to West City. The next day in West Capital City, Bulma, Oolong, and Por are heading home after doing some shopping. Bulma is quite angry with Yamcha because he has not contacted her ever since she left for training. Bulma then drops an orange on the road and goes to pick it up, only to find out that she's about to be run over by a truck. Luckily, she's saved by Yamcha, who had just come back from his training. She does not recognize him at first because he's not groomed for 1 month. They then head back to Bulma's house to clean up Yamcha. The days quickly roll by until there's only 1 day left before the World Martial Arts Tournament. Master Roshi tells the boys to take off their shells. When they do so, Goku and Krillin feel extremely light. Launch gives the two boys a suit each. Soon after, Master Roshi, Krillin, and Goku leave for the airport. In the airplane, Goku looks through the window and thought that the city lights are stars that are on the ground. Master Roshi tells him otherwise. When they arrive at the destination, Master Roshi and the boys head up to the Coliseum in order to sign up for the tournament. After Roshi signs them up, Goku meets up with Yamcha, Bulma, Por, and Oolong. Yamcha also is signed up for the tournament. After that, Master Roshi, Krillin, and Goku sleep in a hotel. The next day, Master Roshi leads Goku and Krillin to the competitors-only area and gives them each new martial arts uniforms. The first roadblock for the boys will be the elimination round. Only 8 fighters pass through the elimination rounds in order to fight in the real tournament. The World Tournament announcer tells the audience that only the competitors will be allowed in the elimination round hall. Bulma is quite angry about that. In the elimination hall, the announcer tells the contestants that although 137 came to participate, only 8 will be able to compete in the finals, which would be held in the Coliseum. Outside the building, Bulma wants to see what's going on inside. She tries to see through the window, but it's too high for her. She then gets Oolong to give her a lift up and is able to see what's going on. Meanwhile, in the hall, the announcer continues to talk about how the fighters will be divided into 4 blocks. The 2 top fighters from each block will make it to the tournament. He then goes to talk about how if one gives up, is unable to fight, or is knocked out of the ring, he or she will lose. However, killing an opponent is strictly forbidden. Anyone who does that will be disqualified. There will also be a 1-minute time limit. If a fight ends by that point, the winner will be decided through points. Also, claws can only be used in battle if they're natural. The competitors then draw lots to determine which block they'll be put in. Goku gets 70 and Krillin gets 93. That means they'll both be in block 3. Krillin gets scared as he doesn't want to fight Goku. Goku tells him that they're on opposite sides of the block and will not face each other in the elimination rounds. Yamcha is in block 2 and is also glad he does not have to face Goku in the elimination round. This is because Yamcha wants to face Goku in the tournament ring where the arena is larger and there will be no time limit. Soon it was Goku's turn to fight. He's fighting a guy about 10 times his size. The match begins and the big guy attacks. Goku goes under his legs and avoids the attack. Big guy thinks he's crushed Goku. Goku then shows that he's alright by tapping his leg, and this tapping is more than enough to knock the big oaf out of the ring. After Goku's match, Krillin meets up with the bullies of Ore and Temple. Krillin is terrified to learn that one of the bullies would be fighting him in the first round. He then thinks they should just drop out of the tournament. However, Goku gives Krillin the motivation to fight the bully. Soon after, the match begins. The bully attacks, but Krillin dodges by jumping in the air. He then kicks the bully in the stomach, knocking him out of the hall and into a brick wall. As a result, there is now a large hole in the wall, and Bulma, Por, Oolong watch what's happening in the tournament. Meanwhile, Yamcha defeats a large fighter with just 1 kick. As the elimination rounds continue, Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha are doing quite well. However, in one match, Krillin seems to have got pretty beat up by one of the other fighters, but in fact, Krillin is faking it. This makes the other fighter so scared since he just uses his best attack that he gives up. Later, Yamcha, Krillin, and Goku are able to make it to the last match of the elimination round. The winners will go on to the tournament. First is Yamcha, and he easily defeats a wolf with relative ease by using his blinding Wolf Fang fist. Goku also has quite an easy time as he throws his competitor out of the ring. Krillin then battles a bear and kicks him right between the eyes, knocking the bear out. Bulma and the others are happy as all 3 of them have advanced. Master Roshi then appears out of nowhere and agrees with the others about how well the threesome have done. Goku and Krillin run out to find Master Roshi and the others. Goku asks if he can stand on a man's head to get a view and find them. Meanwhile, Master Roshi gives Bulma a souvenir t-shirt and a keychain and then asks her to change into it, causing her to hit him for a perverted trick. Goku and Krillin show up to see them and hear how Bulma has been watching them fight and cheering. Goku and Krillin then have to leave because of an announcement requesting the 8 finalists. Oolong realizes that Master Roshi disappeared as well. The 8 finalists meet in a room with a World Tournament announcer tells them to draw numbers. Before his arrival, the other contestants realize that one of the competitors is really frightening and smells really bad. Yamcha tells him that it's bacteria and a fighter who has never taken a bath in his entire life, and his tactics of winning are his extremely bad odor. When they all draw their numbers, the results end up with the first match having Krillin being the one to fight Bacterian, the second match Jackie Chun versus Yamcha, third match Nam versus Ranfan, and the final match being Goku versus Giran. The first match then starts and the crowd is disgusted by Bacterian's odor. Bacterian throws his foul breath at Krillin and then rubs his entire hand at his crotch, putting it on Krillin. He then has Krillin cornered. Krillin runs under his feet, but Bacterian jumps on Krillin over and over. When Krillin catches him, Bacterian lays an extremely strong, powerful, and foul-smelling fart all over Krillin. Bacterian then gets cocky and sits on Krillin and rubs his butt on Krillin for a while. Bacterian sticks his foot into Krillin's face, making it further unpleasant. Everyone just watches in suspense. Bacterian proceeds to roll Krillin back and forth with his right foot. Just then, Goku, holding his nose, tells Krillin that he's just imagining the sense, and that's what's kept him from attacking. Using this bit of knowledge to his advantage, Krillin quickly recovers. Bacterian hawks up some spit and unleashes his finisher, the deep-throated, mucus-filled Logi of Death. However, Krillin dodges the smelly glob of spit and snot and kicks Bacterian in the chest, downing him on his back. Krillin leaps directly onto Bacterian's chest, drops his pants, and farts right in the guy's face, making Bacterian give up. The next fight is Yamcha versus Jackie Chun. Yamcha stands in the ring waiting for Jackie Chun to arrive. Bulma is in the crowd along with Puar and Oolong, intrigued by Jackie Chun, although she has not met him yet. As soon as she sees him, she called him a crusty old man and begins to cheer for Yamcha. Yamcha unleashes an array of attacks at Jackie Chun. Jackie Chun dodges all the attacks without a problem. Yamcha goes for his powerful Wolf Fang fist, but is dodged quickly by Jackie Chun to everyone's amazement. Jackie Chun then lightly claps his hands and a wave of energy emerges and launches Yamcha out of the ring and onto the arena floor. This gives Jackie Chun the win by ring out. Krillin and Goku are shocked that Yamcha was so easily defeated. Krillin is scared since he's facing Jackie Chun in the next round. The next match is between Nam and Ranfan. Nam is a man who thinks he needs to use the prize money to buy water for his poor village. Ranfan is a seductive woman who uses her feminine wiles to defeat her opponents, but she's also a skilled fighter. Nam does not want to hit a girl, but he will if he must. By the end of the match, Ranfan is stripped to just her undergarments. Nam gets distracted by this, but realizes he needs to win for his village. By closing his eyes, he can't see her, and with a single attack, knocks her unconscious and wins the match. While the World Martial Arts Tournament carries on, Goku finds that he's arranged to fight a creature known as Giron. While the two are on the ring, the match is postponed due to rainy weather. As a result, some of the World Tournament contestants decide to go to a restaurant nearby. In the restaurant, Goku is eating with his friends, and Giron is peacefully ordering his milk when he overhears the monks from the Orient Temple laughing at him, so he threatens them. Giron then asks the bartender for more milk and starts attacking the monks. Before the glass is filled, he has beaten all of them. Yamcha then stands up to Giron for hurting them. After a small altercation between the two, Jackie Chun steps in and tells him to stop. The next day, they start the match, but Goku's late. Yamcha, Nam, and Jackie Chun look for him. The World Tournament announcer states that if Goku doesn't arrive in 2 minutes, he will be disqualified. Ranfan finds Goku sleeping in the corner of the stadium. They wake him up and he informs them that he had sat down and dozed off in the breeze. The announcer drags him up to the ring before he's even fully awake. The audience is exasperated when they hear that Goku is taking a nap, but Giron thinks that Goku is mocking him. The fight begins with Giron threatening Goku, but he is not paying attention. As they fight, Giron lands a powerful blow on Goku by a dirty trick. Everyone thought him to be knocked out, but Goku gets up and continues to fight. Goku throws Giron out of the ring and believes he has won, but Giron can fly and comes back into the ring and shoots merry-go-round gum around Goku, trapping him. He then throws Goku far away, but he calls a flying Nimbus and lands back in the ring. The judges say that they will allow it, but it's forbidden to use it again. As Giron is about to hit Goku again, his tail grows back and he manages to stay in the ring. Goku breaks free from the purple rings, and after seeing Goku's enhanced strength after his tail grew back, Giron surrenders and Goku advances to the semifinals. The episode begins with the World Tournament announcer stating that no one has ever thrown in the towel in the quarterfinals before, meaning Giron made World Martial Arts Tournament history. He then states that Goku will face Nam, and Krillin will face Jackie Chun in the semifinals. The announcer brings Goku and Krillin out for an interview and compliments them on how strong they are for such young people. Krillin says that he's 13. After some confusion about what the microphone was, Goku tells everyone he's 12. The announcer tells Goku that it's weird that he has a tail, and Krillin agrees, so Goku drops his pants and shows the crowd his bare butt where his tail is attached, to the chagrin of the interviewer. The announcer then asks about their training, and Krillin tells him that they were trained by Master Roshi, which gets a collective "oh" out of the crowd, as if that explained everything about why the kids are so powerful. The announcer extrapolates and tells everyone that Master Roshi's Turtle Hermit fighting style is legendary, and that it was a treat to have his two students participating. He quips that it's amazing that Master Roshi is still alive. The announcer then asks Krillin if his match against Jackie Chun will be an easy win because of his trainer. But Krillin says he has not had an easy match yet. Meanwhile, Yamcha interrogates Jackie Chun and accuses him of being Master Roshi, but Jackie Chun denies it. Jackie Chun walks out of the arena and asks for an interview as well, and the announcer says there's no time, but Jackie steals a microphone and gives a song and dance number, praising himself and asking the ladies of the audience if they dig him. Goku joins in towards the end, dancing alongside Jackie Chun. When they're done with the camaraderie, the announcer has the gong rung. The semifinals have begun as Jackie Chun and Krillin's match begins. Krillin charges Jackie Chun, but Jackie dodges every shot and catches Krillin's fist and knocks him away. Jackie compliments Krillin on his power and says he will test Krillin's speed next. Jackie Chun speeds into Krillin and slams him before Krillin can even see him coming and is sent flying into a wall. Bulma exclaims that she did not see how Krillin got put in his butt like that, and Goku says he definitely saw it, and tells Krillin that he can too if he focuses his mind. Jackie Chun tells Krillin that was one of his slow punches, and he'll do a fast one next. He charges Krillin, but this time he sees it coming and blocks the shot with his own punch. Jackie tells Krillin that he rarely meets fighters that can see his movements, and Krillin tells Jackie that it's because of his master. Jackie Chun charges Krillin and nails him, landing on the other side of the arena as Krillin falls to the ground unmoving. Krillin barely makes it to his feet before the 10 count to Jackie Chun's surprise. The announcer stops the fight to ask Jackie Chun what exactly happened, because he nor any of the crowd saw the movements, and so Jackie agrees to reenact the move in slow motion. He shows that he started the attack by running at Krillin, then Krillin joins in on the reenaction and shows himself charging. Once they reach each other, Jackie tried to kick, but Krillin said he saw it and ducked and countered with the punch, but then Jackie spit on him, surprising Krillin enough to pull his punch back, and then Jackie followed with his own punch, but Krillin blew his nose at Jackie. Jackie says he knew he had to change tactics, so he turned to exchange into a furious rock, paper, scissors battle. When Jackie beats Krillin in that, Krillin demands a 2 out of 3 bout, but Jackie says the rock, paper, scissors match was a distraction. Jackie then calls the announcer over and makes him pick him up so he can demonstrate the fancy roundhouse kick he performed on Krillin's face, and then makes the announcer carry him to the other side of the arena where he landed after doing some kung fu moves. Krillin calls the announcer to him now and makes him carry him to where he landed, including a flip in the middle. The announcer tells him to continue, so they jump into their stances and circle one another. Suddenly, Krillin pulls out his secret weapon, a pair of lady panties, and throws him to the ground, causing Jackie to drop his guard and try and pick him up. When he bends over, Krillin kicks him, sending him flying. Jackie quickly reacts by performing a Kamehameha at the ground, launching himself back into the arena. Goku compliments the nice Kamehameha that Jackie-chan pulled off, and the announcer exclaims that apparently it was more than just Master Roshi who could do the maneuver. Krillin gets angry and charges Jackie, who jumps out of the way, causing Krillin to crash his head into the wall and shatter it. Krillin charges again and attacks Jackie's afterimage technique as Jackie evades again, and then gets behind Krillin and karate chops both sides of his neck, sending him crashing into the ground face first. After a quick 10 count, Jackie-chan is declared the winner and advances to the finals. After the match, Goku compliments Krillin on a well-fought fight, and Jackie-chan agrees that he fought well. Yamcha accuses Jackie-chan of being Master Roshi again, this time in front of Goku and Krillin. They tell Yamcha that Master Roshi is bald, so Yamcha tries to rip Jackie-chan's hair out, but it stays on. Goku says that Jackie doesn't smell like Master Roshi, but Jackie-chan is shown putting on more of the cologne he uses. Goku and Nam's match starts. The winner of this fight will go on to beat Jackie-chan in the finals of the tournament. Nam does not want to hurt Goku or anyone else. He only entered the World Martial Arts Tournament to get the prize money to buy water for his poor village. Nam hits Goku with everything he has, but Goku takes all the damage and bounces back. Goku attacks him with his hands, feet, and tail. Nam realizes he has to use a terrifying aerial attack, the cross-arm dive, to get the victory. It's a dangerous move and it's capable of severely injuring Goku. After Goku gets dizzy due to his new attack and falls to the ground, Nam takes the air. He then crosses his arms in front of his face to make an X. He accelerates towards the ring and crashes down into Goku's chest. The arena is in disbelief. Goku is out cold and Nam bows his head and asks for forgiveness. The announcer initiates the 10 count. Nam says that Goku will get up in about 8 to 10 days, but Goku jumps up before the count of 10. After a while, Nam goes for his attack again. Goku follows him into the air. The duo fight on the way down. Goku has an idea, so he drops down ahead of Nam. Nam thinks Goku made a huge error and crosses arms again for the aerial attack. Goku swiftly moves out of the way and Nam crashes into the ring. Goku jumps towards him and kicks Nam out of the ring and receives the victory. The finals are set, but poor Nam also has no water for his village. Jackie-chan approaches Nam secretly. Jackie-chan reveals that he is Master Roshi and has glued the wig to his head. He tells Nam that he knows about his problem because he read his mind. He gives Nam a capsule to fill with water and take home. Nam is grateful and he asks why Master Roshi was in disguise. He says that he wants to win the tournament so that Goku and Krillin cannot. If they wanted to declare the strongest, then they would think that there'd be no reason for them to train anymore. If there is someone out there stronger than them, like Jackie-chan, they will train harder to try and beat them. Nam asks if there's any way he could repair him for the Dino Cap. Yamcha comes over to Jackie-chan and starts saying that Jackie is Master Roshi. Jackie-chan points into the crowd saying that Master Roshi is in the crowd, so it's impossible to be Roshi. Yamcha is surprised when he sees the turtle hermit sitting in the crowd. Shortly after, Master Roshi walks away and removes his beard and sunglasses, revealing himself to be Nam. Nam advances home, and the crowd is pumped up for the final bout. Jackie-chan and Goku start their match. Goku starts to tease Jackie-chan, and Jackie-chan tells Goku not to be disrespectful to his teacher. He quickly covers up for it. Yamcha says that since he knows that Jackie-chan is not Master Roshi, he's confident that Goku can beat him. Krillin says he does not think so, as he explains that Jackie-chan beat 2 of them with no effort. Goku asks if Jackie-chan is Master Roshi's brother, but Jackie-chan lies and tells Goku that he's Master Roshi's cousin. Goku then tries a Kamehameha, but Jackie says that Goku cannot handle it. They both charge over their Kamehameha, and the two waves clash. The entire ring is lit up, but both fighters seem to be okay. Jackie-chan then uses a double after image, and Goku punches the image. Jackie-chan gets behind him and kicks him into a wall. Goku gets up and tries a triple after image. Since Jackie-chan only did a double, he does not see Goku come from above, and Goku smashes him. Jackie-chan then walks around the ring as if he was drunk. He hears Bulma and Yamcha warn Goku that Jackie-chan is using the drunken boxing technique. Goku tries to block, but it doesn't seem to work. Jackie-chan finally stops, but then Goku starts acting mad. He starts crawling around on the ground, acting like a monkey. He blocks Jackie-chan's punches and trips him with his tail. On the ground, Goku starts to punch and kick him. Goku tells him he's using the crazy monkey attack. Jackie-chan gets up and waves his hands around, gathering the energy for the next attack. Jackie-chan starts waving his hands around. Goku stares in his eyes and falls asleep. Jackie-chan tells everyone he uses a hypnosis technique. They start the countdown. Bulma comes up with an idea and cries out, "Dinner!" Goku wakes up suddenly, leaving Jackie surprised as well as annoyed, both over having not knocked him out and Goku's reaction. He was running around asking where his food was, ignoring his opponent. Goku decides to use his rock, scissors, and paper technique on Jackie-chan. Jackie counters every attack and tells Goku that he trained with Grandpa Gohan. Goku then cries out paper, which Jackie-chan will block with a peace sign representing scissors, but Goku actually throws a punch, usually used for rock, and hits Jackie-chan right between the eyes. Jackie-chan is his first countdown, but gets back up on the 7th count. He then powers up for another attack. Nobody knows what this attack will be. Then Jackie-chan fires electricity out of his hands to Goku, which lifts Goku in the air. Yamcha tells Krillin that this is the Thundershock Surprise, which fires 20,000 volts of electricity. Jackie-chan tells Goku to give up, seeing as even Grandpa Gohan could only make it this far. Goku says, "I give," but then he suddenly sees the moon. His eyes turn red and he transforms. Bulma, Oolong, Yamcha, and Puar are scared because at Pilaf's castle, Goku transformed the same way into a great ape. Goku transforms and breaks free from the Thundershock Surprise, and Jackie-chan screams, saying that nobody would break free from that attack. The now transformed Goku begins stomping on the World Martial Arts Tournament building. Everyone flees in fright, but the World Tournament announcer says he has to stay because he's the referee. Yamcha and Krillin run over to Bulma, Puar, and Oolong. Yamcha tells Puar to transform to a pair of scissors, and that while Yamcha's holding his hair, Puar can cut it off. Jackie-chan then takes off his shirt and transforms into his max power form. He begins performing max power Kamehameha. Yamcha runs to Jackie-chan, warning him not to do it because this will kill Goku. Jackie-chan ignores Yamcha's warning and fires the Kamehameha anyway. All the crowd can see is a large flash of light as the max power Kamehameha is fired. The Kamehameha wave clears. Everything seems normal, but Goku's missing. Jackie-chan breathes heavily as he returns his muscles to normal. Yamcha goes back to the gang and says that Goku did not make it. Picking up from where the last episode ended, it starts out with everyone crying because they think they lost Goku. Bulma, Oolong, and Krillin call Jackie Chan a murderer until Jackie Chan points to a pile of rubble. Goku comes out of it naked. They ask why Goku was not killed, and Jackie Chan points out that he did not aim at Goku, that he aimed and blew up the moon. The World Tournament announcer starts to chastise Jackie Chan, talking about losing all the things that were associated with the moon. Goku is about to resume the fight in the nude, but is pressured by the announcer to put on some clothes after giggling from the crowd. Krillin lends Goku his gi, and about Goku's tail, Goku is oblivious. The fight continues as Jackie Chan tells Goku that they wasted a lot of energy with the blasts, so they can only fight fist to fist and foot to foot. They fight and got very tired. Jackie Chan tries to find Goku's weakness. He says that Goku has a small body and short legs. He asks Goku for a final blow as they both jump and kick each other. They both end up fainted on the ground. The announcer says that according to the rules, the first one to get up and claim themselves a champion wins. Goku gets up first but says, "I am the world champion," and then he fails. Sentence fragments are not allowed, so they do not allow it. Jackie Chan comes up, takes a deep breath, and reigns himself the world champion. He tells Goku that his legs were longer so he could dig his foot more into Goku's face. Jackie Chan takes his prize of 500,000 zeni, quickly changes back to Master Roshi, and imagines him using the money to buy a bunch of girls. Master Roshi says he's very proud of his students, and Master Roshi, Goku, Krillin, Yamcha, Por, Oolong, and Bulma go out to dinner. But Goku's consumption of 57 full-course meals made Master Roshi spend his prize money for the meal, which cost 470,000 zeni, leaving only 30,000 left over. Red Ribbon Army Saga. The episode starts out with Goku, Krillin, Master Roshi, Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Por deciding where to go since dinner was over. Krillin decides to stay with Master Roshi, which disappointed Master Roshi because he planned to do something at lunch. Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Por decide to go back to the city. Goku decides to look for the 4-star Dragon Ball, still believing it's really his grandpa Gohan. Because of this, Bulma lets Goku board the Dragon Radar. The scene cuts to Krillin and Master Roshi wandering around a city where Master Roshi is looking at one's underwear and Krillin is eating ice cream. Meanwhile, Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Por are driving across a desert. At the same time, Goku is riding a Nimbus. The scene then goes to Nam's village where he releases the water only to find that it's still not enough to stay in the village for long. Nam's father then tells of the roaming lake, a lake that travels to villages that suffer from droughts and supplies them with water. Nam starts to go out to search for this lake. The scene then cuts back to Goku flying on the flying Nimbus, becoming very thirsty. He then finds a lake where he takes off his clothes and jumps in. Meanwhile, Nam has been picked up by a huge pterodactyl. Goku sees Nam struggling and springs into action. Then it shows Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Por sitting in the heat. Oolong and Por transform into an umbrella and a fan to help out. The scene switches back to Goku helping Nam. The beast tries to grab Goku, but to no avail. Goku extends his power pole, which whacks the beast, causing both the beast and Nam to fall. Goku catches Nam, and Nam thanks him. Nam tells Goku about his problem, and he and Goku set off in search of the lake. Soon they come across a section of the river that flows to Nam's village, but here it's filled with water and surrounded by lush vegetation. A river soon leads to a dam that seems to be restricting its flow. They fly up and find a bunch of Gyras playing in the water. Goku hides in a tree while Nam talks to one of them. They refuse to bring down the dam, so Nam begs. The Gyras taunt him, so he attacks, though unsuccessfully. The Gyras are ready to beat him to a pulp, so Goku jumps down and beats them all. They call for the leader, which turns out to be Giran. Giran reveals that the dam is made of merry-go-round gum and is unbreakable. Goku fires a Kamehameha wave at it and it breaks. Goku and Nam fly back to the village where the water's flowing. Then, out of nowhere comes a huge dust storm. Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Por are struggling to get to their car. People in the village are running to their homes. The dust storm passes and Bulma's car is tire deep in sand and they're brought back to the South City. Meanwhile, in Nam's village, all the water is gone. When all seems lost, Goku sees something sparkling at a distance. It is the roaming lake and it's found its way to the village. Everyone in the village drinks from it and is very happy. Goku is still searching for the 4-star Dragon Ball. Meanwhile, Emperor Pilaf is having terrifying flashbacks of Goku destroying his castle. Some poor little punk comes along and steals all of Goku's clothes, power pole, and backpack, and Dragon Radar. Goku comes out of the water looking for his stuff and realizes that it has been stolen. He calls a flying Nimbus and flies around naked on it. Goku can't find the thief because of the thick forest. He decides to tell his power pole to extend until it's taller than the trees. The thief freaks out and leaves all but the Dragon Radar. The thief goes into town and pawns off the radar to a pawn shop owner. Emperor Pilaf is in town and buys the 4-star Dragon Ball from the pawn shop. Goku comes into the pawn shop and takes back his Dragon Radar and chases Emperor Pilaf for his 4-star Dragon Ball, Grandpa Gohan. Emperor Pilaf flies away in his airship. The Red Ribbon Army comes into the pawn shop shortly after that and also gets a 4-star Dragon Ball. The pawn shop dealer has a box filled with fake 4-star Dragon Balls in the back room. They know it's fake, and when Colonel Silver drops it, it breaks into several pieces. The raiders actually reacted to the 6-star Dragon Ball in a gull's nest on top of the pawn shop. The Red Ribbon Army is angered, so they kill the owner of the shop. We see a close-up of the mysterious leader of the Red Ribbon Army. Emperor Pilaf also realizes his Dragon Ball is fake after he drops his and it shatters. Goku continues chasing Pilaf's flying fortress when Emperor Pilaf opens the window for him. He falls out. Goku saves him while Shu and Mai repair the fake Dragon Ball with glue and give Goku the fake 4-star Dragon Ball to make him go away, but Goku drops it and it breaks. Meanwhile, in Fire Mountain, Chi-Chi thinks Goku is coming due to a local fortune teller, and since she wants to marry him, the Ox King decides to put together a feast. While outside, the bird that has the 6-star gets eaten by a pterodactyl, and that bird is knocked up by the Ox King, who decides to roast it as part of his feast. Emperor Pilaf's radar picks up the signal coming off of the Ox King's village, and after hearing of his fearsome reputation, holds off on a frontal assault and instead has Shu dress up like Goku to get close enough to see the ball. Goku follows his own Dragon Radar and stops by a nearby apple tree and soon finds Chi-Chi in a field picking flowers for the wedding. Back at the feast, Ox King continues to provide for the fake Goku, and suddenly a mysterious military force, the Red Ribbon Army, led by Colonel Silver, attacks the village, having followed the 6-star Ball's signal as well. Ox King tries to fight back, but against an onslaught of tanks and heavy weaponry, he proves to be no match and gets captured. During the distraction, Pilaf snatches the Dragon Ball from inside the pterodactyl and takes off in a ship. Goku and Chi-Chi notice smoke coming from the nearby village and they go to check it out. The Red Ribbon Army now starts pursuing Pilaf's flying fortress. When they go through the clouds, they lose the fortress. Colonel Silver gets out of the clouds but still cannot see Emperor Pilaf. He sees some light and goes into the clouds and still cannot see him. Emperor Pilaf sneaks up on him and shoots missiles, which hit the airplane. At the Fire Mountain village, Goku and Chi-Chi beat some Red Ribbon Army men and save Ox King. Afterward, Goku says goodbye to Chi-Chi, much to her dismay, since she sees Goku does not know what a wedding was when he thought it was just a feast. Emperor Pilaf puts his ship in the sand of the desert. He catches a few soldiers and Goku. The Red Ribbon Army finds Pilaf, shoots the ship from the outside, and Goku makes it outside and hangs on the ship. The Red Ribbon Army destroys the ship, and Goku's caught in the explosion and falls from the ship midair. Emperor Pilaf and his henchmen survive using their parachutes, however they're in the clutches of Colonel Silver. Having no other choice, Emperor Pilaf gives Colonel Silver the Dragon Ball. Goku wakes up and begins to look for the Dragon Balls again. He's flying over a forest and gets hungry, so he decides to look for a snack tree. He finds a piece of fruit, but a monkey takes it before he can. He chases the monkey, but stops when he sees her give it to her baby. The baby monkey falls out of the tree, and then the mommy monkey's helping it, a panther attacks, but Goku beats it up. Then all the monkeys come and give Goku food. He eats too much and falls asleep. When he's asleep, the monkeys find the 5-star Dragon Ball up a tree and start playing catch with it. At the Red Ribbon Army headquarters, Colonel Silver, as training, proceeded to fight 4 professional boxers at a time. Upon defeating them effortlessly, he was congratulated by his peers, while Silver admits he was hoping for more of a challenge. Silver is then called over to the leader of the Red Ribbon Army, Commander Red's office, where upon entry, Red proceeds to sick his pet cat on him, with Silver dodging quickly enough to only leave a minor scratch in his cheek. Afterwards, Red praises his quick reflexes and unflinching nerve, citing that the last person to walk in the door lost an eye, with Red stating that that individual is no longer with us, implying that he had the soldier executed for failing to dodge cat. He then told Silver that he had what it took to get far in the Red Ribbon Army, citing that nothing succeeds like success. Silver then agreed and that he is pleased to serve the Red Ribbon Army, with Red stating that he shall serve it. Meanwhile, Krillin is training with Master Roshi, doing push-ups with 2 turtles and the Turtle Hermit sitting on his back. Later, when they're eating, Master Roshi tells Krillin and launched the legend of the Dragon Balls. It used to be a single giant orb created by the gods. However, its wish-granting power led to men waging wars that agreed. Angered, the gods split it into 7 separate orbs. After the story, they talk about what they would wish for. Roshi then wonders what he could wish for. Launch then asks Roshi if he wanted a new turtle shell, a bigger island, or even world peace and happiness. Roshi states he wouldn't wish for anything, but secretly would think about how he would wish as he launched his panties. Krillin correctly suspects that Roshi would wish for something perverted. Goku wakes up and sees on the Dragon Radar that the Dragon Ball is moving away. Meanwhile, the Red Ribbon Army is looking for the same ball. Silver then tells the soldiers to have the area searched, saying he doesn't care if they burn the forest or dig it up so long as they find the Dragon Ball. Eventually, they discover that the monkeys have it and are ordered by Colonel Silver to burn the forest and shoot the monkeys. This gets Goku mad and he attacks them. When the battle occurs, Silver asks his men about their progress in finding the Dragon Ball, to which they answer negatively. Nearby, having apparently defeated the soldiers who attacked him, Goku proceeds to crush a tank with a giant rock. Colonel Silver and one of his soldiers then show up. Goku then recognizes Silver as the one who attacked the Ox King. Silver threatens to kill Goku in a mock introductory tone, but Goku stands firm and says he's not afraid of him. Just then, the mommy monkey and the baby monkey holding the Dragon Ball swing by. In an attempt to retrieve the Dragon Ball, Colonel Silver borrows the rifle from his soldiers and shoots at the branch the mommy monkey was about to grab onto. Goku grabs the mother monkey by the tail, saving her and the baby. The Dragon Ball, however, is dropped into the river and floats downstream. The episode starts with Goku messing around with a bunch of monkeys, but after a while, Goku leaves to continue searching for the Dragon Ball. However, a storm starts and both Goku and Colonel Silver's goons stop searching. He and Staff Officer Black are talking through transmitters. Colonel Silver says that with the river overflowing, the Dragon Ball could wash up on the shore and they will continue in the morning. In the morning, the search resumes, however, 2 guys are snoozing and rudely awakened by Colonel Silver's gun. They talk about how pointless the search is when Goku comes in and finds the Dragon Ball in less than a minute. They try to steal it, only to be easily beaten by Goku. Then, Colonel Silver comes and blows up the flying Nimbus with his rocket launcher. Goku gets mad and beats him up when he's down. He then takes some capsules from Silver's cabin and finds a robot in a plane. Goku has the robot pilot the plane to the north. Meanwhile, at the Red Ribbon Army headquarters, Commander Red receives news of Colonel Silver's loss. He has Silver brought before him. Colonel Silver asks for a second chance, but Commander Red says there's no second chance in the army. Then Staff Officer Black says that Goku's moving into General White's territory and radios General White to warn him. Meanwhile, the robot systems crash due to the cold of the northern mountains and crashes the plane. Goku freezes, and then a mysterious girl drags him home only a few minutes before General White's men arrive. Elsewhere, at Muscle Tower, General White orders 2 of his particular thugs from the Red Ribbon Army, a human sergeant and a dog soldier, to follow the trail left behind in the snow. The little girl who brought Goku into her house is revealed to be named Suno, and she sets him by the fire and gives him a hot drink when he wakes up. When she asks him what he was doing back there, he says that he's after the Dragon Balls. Suno and her mother worry and ask if he's part of the Red Ribbon Army, though he assures them that he's not. He shows them the Dragon Ball he already has in his possession and tells them of its purpose and his previous experience with Shenron. Meanwhile, the scouts are going house to house, terrorizing an elderly couple in the process of looking for Goku. They eventually find Goku at Suno's house in the bathroom and try to kill him. He comes out of the bathroom and beats them up. Suno and her mother explain that the Red Ribbon Army is treating villagers like slaves and making them search for the Dragon Balls. If they do not work, they will kill the village chief, who they've captured. Goku promises to save the village chief and storms out of the house, but quickly returns due to the freezing cold. Suno gives him some warm thermal clothing, and Goku sets off towards Muscle Tower, where General White has set up headquarters. Using his power pole, he defends himself against a barrage of bullets heading his way, and uses it to defeat those in his path before reaching the entrance of the building. Goku enters Muscle Tower in hopes of rescuing the village chief. Instead, he comes across 4 guards who see no threat in Goku, but he defeats them pretty quick. Meanwhile, General White and Ninja Murasaki are watching and are pretty amazed at Goku's powers. They talk of a Major Metallotron, who no one has ever beaten. Goku goes up to the 3rd floor where he meets Major Metallotron. Metallotron Gohan is quite big, so he thinks he can easily kill Goku, but Goku dodges his punch by leaping up to the ceiling. Goku then lands on Metallotron's shoulder and knocks him out with a punch. Goku declares, "That was easy, I bet I'll find the chief in no time," not noticing Metallotron coming, ready to fight him back. As Goku yells in excitement going up, Metallotron grabs Goku and starts to crush him, telling him going down, but Goku gets out of his grip. After Metallotron fires a missile out of his mouth, Goku realizes he has to get serious and fires a Kamehameha. It blows Metallotron's head off along with most of his shirt, but he continues to go after Goku. Metallotron fires his fist at Goku. Goku takes the punch and avoids Metallotron's other fist. Goku pokes some holes in Metallotron, but it's not stopping the machine. As Goku tries for another Kamehameha, Metallotron stops moving because his battery is dead. Goku then goes up the stairs in the 4th floor Muscle Tower. He walks around complaining about how dark it is. Kunai start flying towards Goku, but he dodges all of them. The lights come on and a force is revealed. Goku hears the voice of Ninja Murasaki. Goku then realizes where it's coming from and barely dodges Murasaki's kunai. Goku then picks up a rock and says that it's his turn. Then Ninja Murasaki starts jumping around, but Goku hits him with a rock into a tree. Then Ninja Murasaki says he can never find him, but Goku finds him behind a flag. Then Murasaki asks Goku to close his eyes and count to 30, while Ninja Murasaki hides. Goku counts to 25 and gets stuck in 26. He opens his eyes to see that Ninja Murasaki is about to hide under a hollow rock. Goku restarts to count to 30. Once he's finished, he immediately starts searching for Murasaki. He looks everywhere for Ninja Murasaki but can't seem to find him. He walks into a house and looks under a board to see a lot of dirty magazines. He then goes back outside to see a pipe underwater. Goku goes back into the house and gets a teapot off the stove. He takes the teapot and pours it down the pipe. Ninja Murasaki jumps out of the water and yells at Goku because he burnt his tongue. Murasaki tells Goku to follow him and to see if he can keep up. So Goku runs after him. Ninja Murasaki is surprised that Goku's catching up. He throws spikes onto the ground and Goku steps on them. Goku then runs back into the house and finds some sandals. They keep running until Ninja Murasaki's out of breath. They then start to fight as Murasaki pulls out his sword and Goku uses his power pole. Ninja Murasaki jumps into the air and is about to lunge at Goku, but Goku sticks his power pole into the ground and moves away. Then Ninja Murasaki lands the pole and it goes up his behind. He starts to scream in pain and jump around. Goku then pulls it out and Ninja Murasaki's in pain. He gets up and attacks. Goku slices his sword and Ninja Murasaki yells at him. Then he challenges Goku to fight him unarmed. Goku accepts, but Ninja Murasaki has a metal boomerang behind his back and throws it at Goku. Goku dodges it, but it comes back at him and hits him on the back of the head. General White and Ninja Murasaki are pretty excited thinking Goku's finally dead. However, Goku gets up screaming, "Ow!" Ninja Murasaki is extremely shocked and runs away when Goku attacks. Then Ninja Murasaki attacks Goku with the stars that he's running away. But they all had a tree that Goku ran behind. Goku takes the stars and runs into the house that Ninja Murasaki ran into. Goku throws the stars at Ninja Murasaki, but Ninja Murasaki picks up a wooden mat from the floor and blocks them all. Thinking Goku is all out of stars, Ninja Murasaki begins to taunt Goku, but Goku's holding another star and he throws it and hits Murasaki right in the forehead. There's a clip of the chief of town getting fed in his prison cell. The chief hears the fight downstairs and questions what's going on. The soldier, apparently the fox from before, feeding him tells him it is nothing, as the little boy is wandering around the base, chuckling sadistically that the boy probably was going to rescue the chief, but he will end up in a million pieces anyways. The chief is extremely furious upon hearing this, trying to kill a little boy is even more barbaric than torturing an old man, and questions what he would do if it was his own kid. The soldier coldly tells him that if it were his son, he wouldn't even allow him in the base in the first place, and questions if there are any men in his village in response to his temper. Then it goes back to Goku and Ninja Murasaki. Ninja Murasaki is running away from Goku and they reach a pond. When he pulls out a capsule and circular shoes appear, Ninja Murasaki then uses them to step across the pond. He tells Goku he'll never catch up with him now because the pond is full of piranhas. Goku cannot hear from across the pond, so Ninja Murasaki pulls a huge fish from a bush and throws it into the pond, and piranhas soon swarm it, and Goku realizes the danger. Then Goku takes a couple steps back and easily jumps over the pond as if it was just a puddle. A shocked Ninja Murasaki tells me he shall feel his wrath when he whistles. Suddenly, all turns dark and a pink aura forms around Ninja Murasaki. Suddenly, out pop 4 more Ninja Murasakis. Now there are 5 Ninja Murasakis. One of the 5 Ninja Murasaki slashes at Goku with a sword. Goku barely dodges it and then gets ready to fight him when one Ninja Murasaki shoots out with a gun. Once again, Goku barely dodges. Then all 5 of them attack Goku with swords, guns, and blowguns. Meanwhile, Suno's father arrives home searching for one of the Dragon Balls. When he hears a story about everything going on, he cannot believe a mere boy is taking on the Muscle Tower. Back inside Muscle Tower, Goku dodges more bullets, knives, and sword slashes. One Ninja Murasaki throws a chain around Goku's power pole, however Goku pulls the guy from a tree. After dodging more bullets, Goku hides in a tree but is soon spotted. Then some talking goes on and Goku finds out that all the Ninja Murasakis are actually brothers. All of them attack Goku at once with their weapons. Goku draws his power pole and uses his double image to take out 3 of them. Then while the other 2 are talking, he uses his power pole to take out a 4th. Ninja Murasaki then retreats to the 5th floor as Goku chases him. There he releases the ominous Android 8 from his cell as Goku looks on in disbelief. Android 8 has many chains around him, but he breaks them after getting out of his cell. Android 8 also thinks what the Red Ribbon Army's been doing is wrong. Then Ninja Murasaki pulls out a remote, saying he will blow him up with it if he doesn't obey his orders. Android 8 still refuses, and just before Ninja Murasaki pushes the remote button, Goku jumps up, flips, and hits the controller out of his hand with the power pole and smashes it and hits Ninja Murasaki into a wall. Android 8 and Goku talk for a while, then Android 8 reminds him that he was going to save the chief of the town. Meanwhile, General White is extremely angry and calls all his units to get ready for combat orders. 5 remaining soldiers then swarm over the area. Meanwhile, Goku is stuck in the maze room of the Muscle Tower. He keeps wandering around until he ends up back where he started. It's then realized that General White can move the walls of the maze. Android 8 shows up and says he knows the way out. Goku follows him when suddenly Android 8 stops and says many soldiers are coming. Suddenly the 5 soldiers all rush out and try to further delay Goku from getting to the next floor. Goku jumps and pushes one soldier who creates a domino effect with 2 other soldiers, eventually knocking them down into a wall. After dodging some bullets, Goku punches another soldier down. Android 8 then accidentally attacks the first soldier. After they fight, they continue through the maze when Android 8 figures out that General White is moving the walls. They then use what they know to trick White to get around his little wall trick. They then head up to the 6th floor where General White is located. After some talking, General White pushes a button that opens a trapdoor on the floor. Android 8 and Goku then fall into a pit with the episode ending. Goku and Android 8 fall into a room with nothing in it but skeletons. General White tells Goku to hand over the Dragon Raider and the Dragon Ball. Goku refuses, so General White closes the hatch in the ceiling. A wall opens up and they see a huge monster eating some food. The monster is Bouillon. In Jingle Village, Suno finds a small animal under a bed and returns it to its parents. Back on Muscle Tower, Goku attacks the monster but is bounced back from the monster's body. Goku then fires a Kamehameha, but it bounces off Bouillon's body as well. Eventually, Goku gets an idea and punches a hole in the wall and icy winds come in. Goku gets cold and goes into Android 8's jacket for warmth, and they wait it out. Bouillon then gets very cold and becomes covered in ice. Goku gets out of Android 8's jacket and kicks Bouillon. After Goku kicks him, Bouillon shatters into many pieces. Goku then jumps back up to General White's floor and makes it so his power pole extends, and so Android 8 can go up with him. When they're both up safely, Goku tells them they better release the Jingle Village chief. Now General White decides to fight Goku for the Jingle Village thief, thinking that Goku wastes his energy fighting Bouillon. Goku starts by kicking him in the shins. General White is running around screaming. Android 8 wants White to stop it, but is hit by General White's sweater. General White now has a black sleeveless shirt on. He uses the old "hey, look over there" scheme. He hits Goku, but Goku smiles and says he's tickled with a punch. Goku punches him back and White goes flying. White notices Goku's tail and grabs it. Goku loses his energy and Ader gasps. White spins Goku around on his tail and slams him into the wall. After a few minutes, Goku regains his energy and hits General White on the floor. White sees a gun in his desk, picks it up, sneaks it in his back pocket, and surrenders. He opens the door to the chief. The chief is listening at the door. He looks like a bald on top Einstein. He's now listening to an invisible door. After noticing everybody, he goes to get his coat, and Ader sees General White pull out the gun. He does the old take chief hostage by putting a gun in his face scheme. He says if Ader joins his side, he'll let the chief go, but Ader has to kill Goku to get on his side. Goku tries to get the chief out, but General White shoots at him. He hits Goku and the impact knocks Goku out. Ader gets really mad, his eyes turn white, and he approaches General White. White tries to shoot, but the gun is broken. Ader knocks him out of the control room, Muscle Tower, and the Snow Land. Both the chief and Ader approach Goku. Goku opens his eyes and says he's hungry. Once they get out of Muscle Tower, Ader says he must do one more thing. He strikes blows all around the tower, making it collapse. At Suno's house, Suno sees the chief and Ader coming. She finally sees Goku inside Ader's coat. The three of them approach Suno's house. She and her parents come out. Suno's father says Ader looks like his mother-in-law. Finally, the village is peaceful. It starts with Goku eating like a pig at the dinner table. At the dinner table is also Android 8, Suno, the Jingle Village chief, and Suno's parents. Suno offers Goku and Ader to stay. Goku says he must go on, which brings him back to say he never got the Dragon Ball he wanted. Android 8 says he found it and gives him the 2-star Dragon Ball. He explains that he found it in an ice cave near Muscle Tower, but refrained from handing over to General White when he learned that White was going to kill all the villagers once he recovered it. Goku is happy, but not that thrilled since it's not the 4-star. Ader says he cannot stay either because he has a bomb inside him and he might be endangering the whole Jingle Village. Suno recommends Dr. Flap. She says he can get Ader's bomb out and fix Goku's Dragon Radar, which was broken when he was fighting, so Ader, Suno, and Goku set off. Meanwhile, Ninja Murasaki rises from the crushed Muscle Tower. He swears revenge. As he 3-travel across fast snow, Ninja Murasaki dashes behind them. They reach some ice. Goku's confused about ice. Suno jumps in the lake and slides across. Goku goes next but cannot skate. Ader jumps and makes some cracks in the lake. They all slide across. Ninja Murasaki jumps in after them but falls in the cracks Ader made. Ninja Murasaki sticks his head over the surface. He goes under and clings to the ice. The trio is looking at the hole Ninja Murasaki made. Ninja Murasaki starts to run out of air and he cannot leave the hole. He bangs his head against the ice and makes a hole. He comes out just as they leave. Later, the trio notices a bear, Ninja Murasaki in a costume. The bear follows. He trips and rolls into a snowball, which hits a tree. Ninja Murasaki gets out of the costume. At last, the group reaches Dr. Flap's house. Dr. Flap recognizes Ader and stares off into space for a little bit. He eventually says he will. As he goes into his room, Ninja Murasaki is lying in his bed. Dr. Flap says he quit the Red Ribbon Army a long time ago. He tries for the door, but Ninja Murasaki throws spikes at it. Suno goes into the room and is held hostage by Ninja Murasaki. Ninja Murasaki says if Dr. Flap doesn't steal Goku's Dragon Balls from his bag and then kill Goku, Suno will be killed. Ader wakes up in the lounge to see Dr. Flap stealing from Goku's bag. Goku wakes up and they both take off after Dr. Flap. When they get to the room, Ninja Murasaki takes the bag and rides away in his snowmobile. Goku takes after him. Suno, Ader, and Dr. Flap just watch. Goku catches up just behind the snowmobile. Ninja Murasaki goes faster and Goku uses a Kamehameha to cause an avalanche. Ninja Murasaki manages to stay ahead pretty well, but eventually trips and gets covered in snow. Goku gets his bag and opens it to reveal his dinner. The Dragon Balls are in fact left at Suno's house, where her parents and the village elder are observing them. It takes a lot of patience, but Dr. Flap unscrews the bomb and Goku saves it from blowing up. Dr. Flap says that Goku's Dragon Radar is too technical for him, so Goku decides to go to Bulma. As they leave, Dr. Flap says to himself why he was not going to tell Ader he actually put a bomb in. Goku finds the bomb and throws it away. Ninja Murasaki finally gets out of the avalanche, but the bomb lands on his head and it blows up. The announcer quotes that he loves how shows end with a bang. Goku spends the night at Suno's house. In the morning, he goes to walk to West City so Bulma can fix his radar. After telling an old man about the flying Nimbus being destroyed, the man says the Nimbus clouds can't be destroyed. Goku then calls for the Nimbus and it appears. After saying his goodbyes to the village, he leaves. Meanwhile, at Red Ribbon Army headquarters, Commander Red is angry that the Dragon Balls are going away so fast. Goku makes it to the city and gets off the flying Nimbus. Then he does some exploring for Bulma. He asks around for Bulma, but nobody seems to know her. Goku then gets in a cab to go to Bulma's house, but the cab driver tells him to get some money. Across the street, a person's taking on fights. Whoever beats him will get 100,000 zeni. Goku fights and starts beating him with ease. Seeing what Goku can do, the fighter gives up. Two people want his money, so they bring him into an alley and try stealing it, but they get beaten up by Goku. He then asks a lady if she can show him to a police officer, so she shows him. Goku goes to him and gives the lady all the money. The officer finds who Bulma is on his mini computer. He gives Goku a free ride to her house. When they arrive, they see that Bulma's house is huge and she's the daughter of the president of Capsule Corporation. Goku is in the city at Capsule Corporation looking for Bulma so she can fix his broken Dragon Radar. When she returns home from school, she greets Goku and invites him inside Capsule Corporation along with the accompanying policeman. Inside, Goku meets Dr. Brief for the first time before going up to Bulma's room, where she fixes a Dragon Radar and shows off her new invention, the microband, which shrinks her down to a fraction of her size. She is suddenly stepped on when Bulma's mother, Bikini, enters the room bringing drinks for the pair. Here, Goku finds out about Yamcha and Bulma's problem because Yamcha is being noticed by other young girls. Meanwhile, a master thief named Husky is hired by the Red Ribbon Army to steal the 2 Dragon Balls that are in Goku's possession. Bulma takes Goku on a tour of the city in the Flying Nimbus. Bulma shrinks herself with the microband and rides in Goku's shirt because she has no purity in order to ride the Nimbus. After taking a tour through the shopping district, they meet up with Yamcha, Puar, and Oolong before heading to the newly built amusement park, Dreamland. Puar and Oolong tell Yamcha about how bad Bulma is for him, and Bulma pops out of Goku's shirt and yells at Yamcha for talking behind her back. They all head towards the park when Goku senses somebody, but ignores it and heads on through. Turns out he's actually being watched by Husky. Goku, Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, Puar, Husky, and her henchmen go to an amusement park called Dreamland. Bulma sees that a lot of girls like Yamcha and leaves the group. Goku and his friends get past when nobody's looking. Husky steals tickets from other people. On a ride, Husky throws a walnut at Goku, but he catches it. While they explore, they see a woman, Husky, getting attacked by 2 people, her henchmen. Goku saves her, and she acts as if she's grateful, telling her that she's a gypsy and she'll tell their fortune for free. She says that he was in a muscle tower and that he has 2 hidden balls in his clothing, the Dragon Balls. Goku, being naive, pulls his pants down, revealing his balls. Goku hears a commotion in the back, so she checks it out. He finds the 2 men from before who actually had helped Husky steal the Dragon Balls, and they run away. Goku leaves and gives the Dragon Balls to Yamcha. Husky acts feminine and she attacks Yamcha. Bulma walks in and thinks that Husky and Yamcha are kissing, so she gets angry and throws a crate at him. Husky gets the Dragon Balls, ties up Yamcha, and tells him that she'll blow up the park. A bomb is in the hand of a statue in the middle of the park. Goku comes back after defeating the 2 men, and Yamcha tells Goku about the bomb. After a long chase, Goku finally catches Husky by attaching it to a wall with a power pole and destroys the remote for the bomb in time. Back at Cap's Corporation, Bulma slaps Yamcha and decides to join Goku in his quest for the Dragon Balls, so she can wish for a better boyfriend. Goku and Bulma leave for their adventure. General Blue Saga. Goku and Bulma go off to find the Dragon Balls. What they do not know is that the Red Ribbon Army is still after them. Meanwhile, at another general's headquarters, General Blue puts on his armband that says Blue, making sure that he's properly dressing himself before starting his day's work. He then talks to several soldiers who are having trouble finding a Dragon Ball, with Blue expressing annoyance and having to do everything for them. Also, bluntly stating he's tired of hearing excuses, one of those soldiers reminds him of the flaws in their global Dragon Radar regarding narrowing down the Dragon Ball's location. He eventually deduces the reason why they aren't finding it is because one of them was too busy picking his nose. The soldier tries to explain himself, but Blue will hear none of it, citing the soldier as the evidence in his hand and orders for it to be executed. After hearing the gunshot, Blue states it was a beautiful sound before ordering a crocodile soldier to disinfect the area, with the soldier, clearly out of fear, getting right to it and grabbing a bottle of disinfectant and spraying the area. He then receives a message which is a picture of Goku. He finds out that he beat both Colonel Silver and General White. He's not worried because he doesn't see a child as a threat. Goku finds out that the Dragon Ball's underwater. They land on an island and Bulma changes back to their regular height. As Bulma gets out her Dino Cap case, she sees that there are only a few left, noticing that she mixed hers with the father's. She tosses the capsule only to get several dirty magazines, which Bulma reacts angrily, declaring that men are animals and tearing up the magazines, and Goku, not knowing the implications of what the magazines were, pitying the girls as he believes that they are too poor to afford clothes. Goku looks for the Dragon Ball underwater while Bulma looks for places to shop in the land. Goku cannot hold his breath long enough and goes up looking for Bulma. Bulma runs into 2 Red Ribbon Army soldiers and they start to harass her as they want to have fun with her, the implication being they want to sexually assault her. She initially attempts to flatly refuse them and cite that she's 16 and thus underage, suggesting they wait. After sarcastically accepting her proposition, they then start to chase her in their planes. Goku finds her and knocks them down. General Blue is amazed that one little boy can defeat 2 of his officers. Goku then decides to go to the Kame House for help. Meanwhile, Master Roshi is fishing on Turtle's back, only to sneeze violently, which he deduces is because a pretty girl is headed his way. Goku and Bulma find the Kame House to get a submarine. Master Roshi's happy to see that Bulma was there. Krillin and Launch are at the market to get groceries. While grocery shopping, Launch sneezes and starts attacking people. Since they took the submarine with them, Goku and Bulma have to wait. Goku and Turtle get seafood and find Turtle's son. Master Roshi gives Bulma a lot of free drinks to make her go to the bathroom. The Red Ribbon Army are still tracking Goku, with Blue also threatening to kill anyone who fails to bring him a full report in 2 hours. They eventually track Goku to Kame House and they think Kame House is his base. General Blue sends a soldier to go look for it. Blue also privately vows while crushing a flower that he will make sure that he's not the 3rd Regiment to be wiped out by Goku, ominously stating that he intends to prove to Goku that nothing lasts forever. Meanwhile, Staff Officer Black and Commander Red are talking about Goku, with Black speculating that Goku is working for another party, only for Red to angrily shoot his guest down and insult him by claiming his second-rate speculations won't find him the Dragon Balls. Using the microband, Roshi becomes smaller and pretending to watch TV goes to the bathroom to spy on Bulma. He accidentally gets flushed down the toilet. Master Roshi makes it back and Launch Krillin return to the submarine. When Krillin looked at the map, he said that the Dragon Ball was close to a pirate's treasure. Master Roshi then told the story. Pirates fought each other because all the fighting, all the treasure went overboard. Bulma, Goku, and Krillin go to get the treasure and the Dragon Ball. The soldier sees the island and reports it. General Blue thinks that Master Roshi is a scientist, the one who'd built the Dragon Radar. Meanwhile, Goku is confused as to how they can expect to go underwater to find the Dragon Balls when they were in an airplane, but Bulma admitting it was capable of transforming into a submarine as well, and Goku calling it an airfish. Goku, Krillin, and Bulma go after the Dragon Ball. Meanwhile, Commander Red finds the location of the closest Dragon Balls. Then he orders General Blue to go after Master Roshi and Goku. Back at the base, Blue uses binoculars and analyzes Goku's attempt to find a Dragon Ball, musing to himself that if Goku finds it, he can steal it from him. A soldier attempts to deliver an urgent message, though he ends up reflexively backhanding him into a wall, and then after realizing his mistake, scolding the soldier for coming up on him from behind and warns him that it's very difficult to sneak up on a general and keep the soldier's teeth. The soldier, after apologizing, then supplies General Blue with a message that Red give the go-ahead to commence the operation. He immediately calls for his men. Blue then splits the soldiers into 2 groups. As he will lead Company A to go after Goku, he orders Company B, led by Captain Dark, to invade the base, Kame House. He then makes it clear to Dark before departing that he needs to lose the excess weight as he won't stand for overweight soldiers in his unit. He then gives the assembled soldiers a speech detailing how they're currently at the crossroads for success and greatness, and that each of the soldiers represents the best the Red Ribbon Army has to offer, and that the actions today will determine how that legend will unfold before ordering them to find the enemy and let his bones pave the way for the glory of the Red Ribbon Army. Blue then closes by stating that they can fail themselves but warns against failing him, also proceeding to crush a flower from his vase in his hand in front of them and drop the petal remains on the table as a demonstration of what will happen should they do so. He then issues a scramble order throughout the base, with all the soldiers being deployed to the airbase and docks. Captain Dark then, after being told that a woman and an old man were the only people at the base, confidently states that they guarantee success. Meanwhile at the Kame house, Master Roshi is up to his perverted tricks as he shrinks himself using Bulma's shrink watch. Launch accidentally vacuums a small Roshi while cleaning the bathroom. Goku is sent out into the water to try and find the Dragon Ball, but to no luck. Bulma then discovers that the Dragon Ball must be in an underwater cave. Krillin then drives a submarine into the underwater cave, and General Blue notices them as they find the cave. The army fires several torpedoes, all which hit nearby rocks, and it startles Goku, Krillin, and Bulma. Goku then realizes that the army must be responsible for the attack out loud. And Krillin and Bulma realize in horror that Goku is referring to the Red Ribbon Army, with Goku explaining that they were also looking for the Dragon Balls, and noting that they were dangerous and mean about it, with Krillin noting that they were closer to psychotic. They then demanded to know why Goku never told them this before, and Goku admitted it was because none of them even asked him about the Red Ribbon Army, so he didn't see if it was important to the mission. As Krillin tries to have the sub flee from them, but the Dragon Team's submarine narrowly avoids them and causes the torpedoes to hit the rock face instead. One of the pilots confirms the torpedoes missed and the quarry entered the cave, but Blue, clearly infuriated with this turn of events, denounced the result as pathetic before promptly ordering his men to execute the gunner. The soldier obliges and shoots the gunner off screen as he helplessly tries to beg for mercy. After several tense moments of the sub pursuing them, including their getting a lock for a third salvo, the Dragon Team miraculously manages to go through the small alcove into the narrowing cave, ultimately forcing Blue's sub to deter pursuit, much to the Dragon Team's joy. However, Blue, clearly undaunted, bemusingly asks if they'll truly think they can get away from him, orders for the deployment of the mini-sub, and personally volunteers to lead the unit inside the mini-sub. At the Red Ribbon Army headquarters, Red and Black are discussing the progress of locating the Dragon Balls. Red exclaims that General Blue is supposed to be a brilliant tactician, and that he made sure that the Red Ribbon Army was composed of the best minds of every conceivable industry, and yet despite that, they're still chasing Goku, a child, for the Dragon Balls, which he points out should have been in his possession months earlier. Black agrees with him, though Red talks back and says that the latter doesn't understand anything, and orders him to make sure that, unlike Black, General Blue understands. The Red Ribbon Army Blue Corps, Company B, led by Captain Dark, decide to attack Kame House. They descend upon Master Roshi. Master Roshi then asks about who they are before pointing out that he pays his taxes. Upon learning their identities, he then recognizes them and mentions that he's heard of them via various unflattering titles, including Jerk Squad, Dirtbags, and Red Ribbon Slime Balls, the last of which was his personal favorite. Dark then reminds Roshi that the Dirtbags have them outnumbered and outgunned, with Roshi also quipping that he's not outwhipped upon seeing the Dark's whip, which implies that Dark must use it on soldiers during training day. Dark then admits that he actually has the whip in hand to deal with enemies, not his own soldiers, before vaguely threatening Roshi not to toy with him. He then orders his men to tear Kame Paozu out for the Dragon Ball, with Roshi then implying that Dark is lacking in the ball department in another way. Roshi takes out most of them with ease. One soldier holds Launch at gunpoint, but Turtle comes in and rubs a leaf on her nose, allowing her to sneeze and change form. Launch then easily defeats the soldier, keeping Kame House safe. Meanwhile, Krillin is still driving the submarine while they try to escape from General Blue. They find themselves in a cave when they come across a dead person's body dressed in pirate's clothing. This reminds them of the treasure that Master Roshi was talking about. They then follow a trail to the treasure. However, shortly afterward, they notice the Red Ribbon Army subs arriving and proceed to flee. Goku also expresses confusion as to why they should run away instead of talking it out with the Red Ribbon Army, but Krillin reminds Goku that they have guns and thus are interested in talking. General Blue then reminds the soldiers that they should all view their enemy as their enemy regardless of age or gender, and only then will all five crumble when the day is over. Last time, Goku, Bulma, and Krillin managed to escape from the Red Ribbon Army and made it to a cave, but General Blue and about 4 of his men are behind them, so they are navigating around a dark tunnel. Krillin is chanting because he thinks he'll get rich. Bulma just wants the Dragon Ball. Goku's hungry. General Blue and his men start to enter the tunnel, and one guy follows the people ahead of them, with Blue also stating that the cave would be Goku, Bulma, and Krillin's absolute perfect grave. Meanwhile, Commander Red is getting his picture painted by a goat painter. Staff Officer Black is next to him. A man tells Commander Red that General Blue is following Goku and his friends. Commander Red gets mad. The guy leaves. The goat finally finishes. It shows Commander Red actually being tall, sitting in his chair next to a very short Staff Officer Black. Staff Officer Black gets kinda weird, and Commander Red yells at him for laughing at him. Meanwhile, Bulma is complaining that the tunnel's too long. They finally make it out of the tunnel. They come across a room with dots on the floor and holes in the walls. They think it's weird. Krillin is excited and steps on a dot. An arrow shoots through the hole above his head. They figured out that if you step on a floor dot, an arrow comes out. After making a joke because Krillin's short, Goku jumps across and says it's easy. Krillin says he can do it too because he trained Master Roshi also. Bulma isn't so sure. Krillin ran and jumped. He flew across and hit the ceiling. His head hit the last couple of dots and some arrows fired. After rubbing his head a couple times, he joined Goku on the other side. Bulma complains that she can't jump. They decide to extend the power pole, and Bulma grabs on and pulls it across. She complains it's going too fast. Goku slows it down, but she complains it's shaking too much. Anyways, when she gets off, Goku says she's out of shape. Bulma yells at him when they continue through another tunnel. This is when one of General Blue's men saw them leaving. He went to General Blue and the other men and told them that Goku and the gang are not far in front. General Blue orders the men to charge at full speed, while he walks more slowly. He then expresses confidence that the Dragon Ball as well as the pirate treasure will soon be in Red Ribbon Army hands, while praising himself. Suddenly, General Blue hears some screams. He approaches the dot room and concludes his men were killed by the arrows. He steps on a dot and an arrow comes. He thinks that the pirates could find their way around here and searches for a secret passage. He finds a button and a piece of rock crumbles to reveal a secret passage. Goku and the gang reach a room where light shines through some skulls. Bulma wonders if it's a trap. At this moment, they fall to the floor. Goku grabs onto the ledge, Bulma grabs onto him, and Krillin grabs onto Bulma's shorts. Bulma has to explain to Goku what lava is. Meanwhile, she's yelling at Krillin for wiggling around because her shorts starting to slip down, revealing her humorous underwear. Goku let go, and him, Bulma, and Krillin fall. Goku uses his power pole to push them up and out of the hole. They have to creep by the hole and down another tunnel. Meanwhile, General Blue steps into a lake to find a big electric eel, shocking him. General Blue gathers up his energy and suffocates the eel. He continues on. Right about now, General Blue and Goku and the gang have reached the same point. They reach a port with a giant ship. Bulma thinks that the only way to the treasure is down the water. General Blue runs and hides behind some boxes. Blue then decides to postpone confronting and killing the three until after they lead him to the pious treasure in the Dragon Ball. Goku notices something in a group of boxes. As they approach it, two small lights turn on. Two claws start to move. A giant pirate robot comes out. It chases Goku in the group. It slashes its claws and Goku and Krillin jump up and ducks. General Blue gets scared. As the robot continues to chase the trio, the narrator replies that the pirates left more than treasure. Goku and Krillin start their battle with the pirate robot as General Blue watches from down the hallway, admitting that despite their kids, that they're very skilled in fighting and that he was impressed with them. Goku and Krillin throw normal punches and kicks until Krillin is punched in the face. Krillin watches with Bulma and Goku fights alone. Goku uses many headbutts at the pirate robot's chin. The pirate robot then shoots out bullets. Goku retreats to higher ground. The pirate robot glides in the water to shoot Goku. Goku manages to make the robot crash into walls but is still unable to win. Krillin and Bulma find a machine that shoots out missiles. They shoot one at the pirate robot but instead hits Goku. The missile makes the ceiling fall on Goku, which causes the floor he was on to break. And none of the other missiles hit it. While they run, General Blue stays in the hallway. The robot shoots bullets and they go for the stairs. Bulma and Krillin find a hallway and go into a room. Meanwhile, Goku gets up as General Blue says that he's impressed, even considering him a worthy opponent. In the room, there is a computer room, with Bulma admitting that she wished her father, Dr. Brief, was present due to the computers being considered priceless antiques to him. The pirate robot finds him and so does Goku, using the power pole to get through the window. Goku uses the power pole to bring Krillin and Bulma down. While they run away, the robot goes down the stairs. When the pirate robot goes down the stairs, Goku does an aerial kick, killing it. Krillin and Bulma run past the door that General Blue's behind. General Blue follows them and to spice things up makes a fake arrow so Goku will go the wrong way. Goku runs there and makes the wrong turn. Krillin and Bulma find a well that they go in. General Blue follows, albeit reluctantly, as he does not want to get wet due to not having packed his bikini trunks and his field kit and having to take off his uniform, although he does admire his reflection upon taking his top off, while Goku continues to go the wrong way. Bulma and Krillin continue swimming. General Blue follows them. Goku continues running in the wrong direction. The cave was closing in on Goku, but he kept going. He finds a trapdoor and falls through it. He falls on a bouncy thing, which is an octopus named Octopapa. Meanwhile, General Blue, Bulma, and Krillin make it to the surface. General Blue stays in the water so he will not be seen. There are 3 treasure chests, but when they get there, a statue turns on by itself. Octopapa tries to hit Goku with his tentacles, but none hit him. The octopus grabs him and says he's gonna eat him. The statue throws swords everywhere. Bulma hides. Krillin gets one of the swords out of the ground and hits the other swords with it. One comes out of his face and heads for Krillin. The octopus tenderizes Goku. Goku gets a large rock and throws it at his snout, thinking that it's his mouth. Octopapa destroys it and then shows Goku his mouth. He's ready to eat. Krillin knocks the sword away. The statue's out of swords. Krillin checks the middle chest. A pirate dummy comes out and shoots bullets. Goku manages to do one more attack, the Kamehameha, which defeats and roasts Octopapa. Goku is starving and decides to eat it. The dummy runs out of bullets, so Bulma heads for another chest. It has a key in it. They see a keyhole on the statue. They put it in it and gold comes out. General Blue then comes out of the water to get the gold, making it very clear that he intended to grab it for the Red Ribbon Army. Bulma instantly declares her attraction for General Blue, even grabbing him by the arm and licking him suggestively, although Blue does not concur with her feelings as he does not pay her any mind, and if anything expresses disgust with her and yells at her to get away. Bulma and Krillin then deduce that General Blue is prudish and scares very easily, especially for his size, with Blue threatening that neither of them will find him funny once they're dead, and derisively refers to Krillin as Cue Ball, and asking if he has a death wish. Krillin then warns him that just because Blue is tall and built doesn't mean he can't be stomped by him, with Blue asking why he thinks so, and Krillin answering that he knows so. Krillin decides to fight him. While Goku's eating, he hears noises of Krillin being hurt. He goes into the water to get him. General Blue pounds Krillin and bangs him into the walls. He then mocks Krillin's white underwear and asks if he's wearing a diaper. Bulma then tries to get Krillin to surrender, but Krillin refuses, citing he's fine overall and that Blue's just a big sissy. Blue, hearing this remark, then tells Krillin to bring it on, referring to him as Diaper Man. However, Blue dodges all of Krillin's attacks and elbows him, much to Bulma's horror. Eventually, Krillin uses an afterimage technique, catching Blue off guard, before managing to throw one flying kick in the face. General Blue, while clutching his mouth from the impact, initially wonders how Krillin could hurt something beautiful until he realizes the kick was potent enough to give him a nosebleed. He's then crying since it hurt his beautiful face and gets angry, as well as hurriedly putting nose plugs in the nose to stop it bleeding. Krillin declares that Blue is strange after the tirade, with Blue declaring Krillin to be a murderer for killing his perfect looks, with Krillin taunting Blue to give him his best shot. Blue is so angry he uses his telekinetic technique called Psychic Eyes, so Krillin will not be able to move. Bulma then asks what happened, with Krillin stating that Blue did something with his eyes to force him to freeze up, with General Blue admitting he should have mentioned his special ability earlier. Bulma then decries him as cheating, with General Blue stating that this is a fight to the death and there are no rules. General Blue bangs him into the walls and gets a rock to kill Krillin with, taunting Krillin about how that most certainly would have hurt. He then notices that the cave is on the very verge of collapsing and decides he needs to finish him quickly so he can find the Dragon Ball. Bulma tries once more to seduce Blue, but Blue expresses disgust, citing her actions will give her nightmares. Realizing her attempts will not work, she tries to intimidate Blue by claiming her to be powerful, but Blue threatens her in turn by demanding she quit with her nonsense forcefully enough to cause the nose plugs in his nose to fall out and bleed slightly, admitting that he did consider letting her go free, but because of her actions, he will make sure to deal with her, with Blue also saying yes when Bulma says no in fear, before deciding to kill Krillin first due to his earlier injury. Bulma then tried to persuade Blue to spare them because they have some Dragon Balls and offers them to him if he lets him go free, but he refuses her offer while otherwise appreciating it since he prefers to take what he wants rather than make deals. He then declares no more interruptions and make clear he intends to kill Krillin while referring to his head as splitting open a coconut, and also telling Krillin to be brave and smile, where the latter weakly says Goku's name. Just before he could do so, Goku arrives. Goku then asks if Blue is able to beat Krillin. Blue is initially baffled about the name until he realizes he's referring to the man he calls Diapers, and says he put him out easily enough. As the fight is about to begin, the room begins to shake. Goku demands that General Blue stop picking on Krillin and Bulma and face him. Blue, while effeminately laughing, tells Goku that he won't be left out and that he'll make sure that there's enough room on the floor after killing Krillin, to whom he referred to as an egghead chum. Goku then tells Blue to stop talking and fight him. Blue then states that Goku must be eager to die, with Goku telling Blue that he's not afraid of him. Blue, hearing this remark, then brushes the hair with his hands and proceeds to bulk up and asks if he's afraid of this. Goku briefly expresses shock at the transformation, with General Blue noticing and stating that the end is at hand. However, Goku tells Blue that he's nothing more than a big balloon. Blue, incensed at the mocking words, gets angry. Bulma then notices something on the ceiling and asks what it is out loud. This causes Goku to look up just in time to get kicked by General Blue. Despite that setback, Goku recovers and proceeds to land a blow on General Blue. Blue then gets angry that Goku actually struck him, with Goku telling him to get used to it as he's only getting started. He then proceeds to dodge Blue's punch before punching the latter in the abs and then following up with an upper kick to his jaw hard enough to loosen one of Blue's teeth. This gets Blue irritated, and comparing Goku to a thorn in his side, he declared his intent to pluck him out. He then proceeds to use his Psychic Eyes technique on Goku and proceeds to beat him up, starting with his kicking Goku around and eventually opting to punch Goku in the head. After noticing the cave rumbling and thus bad weather, and expressing disappointment since he was just trying to have fun, he decides to go for the abridged version, which is using a capsule to conjure up an M37 shotgun and pointing it dangerously close to Goku's head, with Goku screaming. Blue then, in a manner similar to addressing children, threatens to blow Goku's head off until they tell him where the Dragon Ball in the cave is. Bulma then tells him that according to her Dragon Radar, the ball is in the pool nearby. Blue is then elated, admitting that it was the last place he would have looked, and tells him that the Red Ribbon Army gives their thanks for their cooperation before deciding to kill Goku anyway per his orders. However, he notices a mouse run past him and he panics and loses concentration on Goku. After General Blue lost focus when he got scared by a mouse, Goku breaks free of his look into my eyes ability and demands to know why he's scared of only a mouse. Blue then protests that it wasn't a mouse due to his tail size and admits he hates rodents. Goku then demands he stops whining and fight fair. Reporting that fairness is the last resort of the weak, Blue attempts to regain the fight by using his look into my eyes ability once more, but Goku counters by poking the general in the eyes, greatly infuriating him and calling him a brat. Goku then proceeds to beat the Red Ribbon Army general away with a punch while stating he's not a brat, leaving knocked into a wall. When the pirate cave breaks into huge chunks and starts to slowly cave in, Bulma and Krillin run to the submarine. As the whole cave is breaking apart, Goku dives into a very deep well to try and get the Dragon Ball. He finds the Dragon Ball along with the entire pirate treasure, but only carries the Dragon Ball back to the surface. Bulma and Krillin find their little sub and wait for Goku. General Blue wakes up and finds some of the treasure and thinks he's rich, but gets buried in the cave collapse. Goku continues to look for Bulma and Krillin, running as the cave caves in. Bulma does not think that it's safe to wait anymore for Goku and decides to leave him behind. Krillin is angry at Bulma for her decision. Goku desperately tries to find his way through the never-ending labyrinth. The underground pirate cave is just about ready to collapse. Leaving Goku, Krillin and Bulma decide not to get trapped underneath the ocean forever. As time goes on, Bulma starts to get impatient and is convinced Goku's dead. Krillin pleads that he knows that Goku will show up any minute. Just as the cave gives out, Goku speeds out of the demolished maze and jumps into the pirate submarine for a quick escape. Goku has successfully retrieved the 3-star Dragon Ball and defeated General Blue thanks to the help of a mouse. Unfortunately, it's not his grandpa Gohan's 4-star Dragon Ball. As the gang tries to make their drastic escape, Bulma has to dodge huge boulders that fall in her path until one finally seals up the exit. It looks like they've reached a dead end, but Goku narrowly spots a second opening and they jet for freedom. The cave is really falling in on them now, and with their bad luck, the sub is run out of power, so Goku decides there's only one thing left for him to do. Everybody take a deep breath, Goku says, and shoots a huge Kamehameha wave to propel the submarine all the way out of the cave and into the ocean. They get back to General Blue's military base on the island, where they're in search of food and transportation. Initially, Goku considers giving Mousy to Krillin, citing that he saved him from Blue earlier, but after Krillin admits he's not an animal trainer, Goku decides to release him into the base. Noticing that Goku is still going to find more Dragon Balls until he finds his grandpa's keepsake, Bulma yells out to him, "No more crazy adventures," since Goku never told her and Krillin that the Red Ribbon Army was after him. Goku then states that the Red Ribbon Army soldiers weren't all that tough and cites how he beat General Blue as an example. Bulma concedes his point but still states that she'd rather live long enough to admire the diamond that they got from the cave at least. They enter the command post where a guard hides in between a rack and a shelf. Commander Red calls on the radio looking for some answers just to find Goku screaming back in a talkie box. He smashes the radio after it gets fancy with him and they leave. Goku calls for Flying Nimbus and Bulma and Krillin ride in a jet copter to Master Roshi's island. In spite of the near-death experience, Bulma managed to grab a diamond the size of a fist. She plans to offer this as compensation for destroying Master Roshi's submarine. Roshi then, upon hearing its worth at over 1 billion zenny, states that it would give him enough exercise videos that he can't count that high. Krillin then sarcastically thanks Master Roshi for that, especially when they nearly died trying to get the diamond in the first place, with Roshi saying that it was only theoretical. As Turtle and Roshi argued over it, Launch, in her blonde form, steals the diamond from him. Roshi's then left stammering at the loss of the diamond. Still alive, General Blue pops his head out of the water. He swims back to his base, yells at his guards for incompetence, and kills them, also promising that he can sleep anytime he wants after accepting his apology. Blue then takes off in a jet copter, armed with nothing but a roll of rope. He speeds off after Goku in search for revenge of the Dragon Balls. While on the way there, Blue tells himself that life is too short, or at least the Dragon Ball gang's lives are too short. After locating the house via binoculars, he then proceeds to jump out of the jet copter with his rope, eventually landing on his feet while ducking behind the house just out of the view of the others. He then plots his revenge while looking at the rope and getting a sinister grin. The episode starts out with Goku, Krillin, and Bulma taking a break inside Kame House. They had just gotten back from their adventure at Pirate Cave. Goku says he was still determined to find the 4-star Dragon Ball, but Bulma said she did not want to go on any more adventures. So she asked if she could borrow Master Roshi's airplane, but soon realized that was impossible because Launch had already flown away in the plane after she stole the treasure from her. Goku then asked Mr. Roshi if they can keep a Dragon Ball at the house. He accepts the offer even when he was aware that it would carry the risk of becoming a target for the Red Ribbon Army, since he was confident they could outfight them. Meanwhile, General Blue, watching outside, proceeds to gloat that they don't stand a chance against his enhanced mental capabilities. He then uses his telekinesis to manipulate the ropes and tie them up as a group. Goku attempts to get free, although he's forced to drop the Dragon Ball as his tail gets wrapped around the rope. The Dragon Ball then rolls to the foot of Blue. In that instant, Goku, Krillin, and Bulma recognize Blue, and the latter two express disbelief as they thought he had died as the evil general laughs. Master Roshi then demands to know who he is, with General Blue responding that he's someone he should be afraid of. Roshi likewise states that Blue's more sick than scary, with Blue simply stating they never felt any better. And after picking up the Dragon Ball, then gloats that, just as he holds the Dragon Ball, their fate now rests in his hands. General Blue soon found all the Dragon Balls Goku and the others had collected and took them. Right before he left, he planted a detonator next to them that would blow up in 5 minutes. He then uses a capsule to summon a personal jet to leave the area. As he's leaving, Bulma, in an obvious attempt to saving herself, offers to help Blue find the other Dragon Balls, though Blue refuses the offer while dismissing her as a girl. Master Roshi then offers to join in her stead to Turtle's shock. Blue then sarcastically says goodbye and states that his need to collect a reward requires him to leave instead of staying and watching their deaths. Luckily, launch arrived when there's only about a minute or two left. At first she thought it was a joke, but Goku told her it was not a joke and that he needed for her to untie him fast, and that there's no time to explain. After she had untied Goku, he threw the detonator out the window, with only like 2 or 3 seconds before it was going to blow. Goku then headed out on his flying Nimbus to retrieve the Dragon Balls that General Blue had stolen. Blue, then with the Dragon Balls, gloats that he now has proof of his genius to Commander Red. However, he then notices a navigation warning popping up, and upon activating it, sees Goku tailing him. He expresses disbelief that Goku's even alive, let alone keeping up with him on a cloud. And after a while of following him, he ends up in a mysterious town. In the town, a little girl named Arale was racing the Gachin. At the coffee pot, which is a local cafe, Akane, Sukutsun, Obachaman, and Pisuke are having a conversation about spring break, when they end up hearing the plane blasting through the town. While flying over the town, the inhabitants look at Goku and Blue, and eventually Goku falls to the village because Blue tricked him with his jet engine, so he meets Arale. General Blue is so smug having gotten rid of Goku, he does not notice the mountain before him until the last minute and crashes his plane. The episode starts out with Goku meeting a girl named Arale Narmaki. She asked if Goku wanted to play with her, but he said he could not because he had to find the Dragon Balls. She asked what the Dragon Balls are, and Goku did not answer and calls his flying Nimbus. We then see General Blue, whose plane had crashed. He noticed Goku and wondered how Goku could have survived the fall. Goku then notices the mountain where the plane had crashed, and General Blue jumps off the mountain so Goku will not find him. Goku then lands on the mountain and decides to look under the plane for the Dragon Balls. He eventually notices that the Dragon Balls in the bag are gone. A couple of seconds later, Arale is seen. Goku mentions that Arale is really fast and asks who she trained with. She said that she did not train with anyone and that she just likes to run really fast. Arale thinks that Goku is just at the mountain to play, but he tells her that he's there because he's after General Blue, not to play. Arale then offers to help Goku find the Dragon Balls, and also asks if she can ride in his flying Nimbus. Goku says yeah, no problem, if it lets you, as only pure-hearted people can ride the Nimbus. She then manages to get on the cloud, and Goku then continues to search for the Dragon Balls. Meanwhile, General Blue runs into some strange people in Penguin Village. He then notices a guy driving a car and asks him to get out. He does so and says, "I'm assuming you didn't stop me for my autograph." He enters a nearby phone booth and returns a couple of seconds later with a superhero-like costume on. He threatens Blue after breaking a tie with a karate chop, but Blue just walks over and crushes the phone booth with his bare hands, scaring him out of his wits. He offers himself as Blue's assistant, but he replies that he has plenty of lackeys. Blue asks where he can get an airplane, and the man tells him of Senbei Norimaki. The guy gives him directions, and General Blue asks if he can use the guy's car. We then see a woman on a motorcycle who is speeding and is stopped by a police officer, and she says, "What did I do this time?" The officer tells her that she was speeding. The officer then writes her a ticket. Goku then lands where the police officer is and asks the officer to catch General Blue for him. He also mentions that General Blue is a member of the Red Ribbon Army. When Goku tells him that, the officer gets scared and drives off. When his car breaks down, General Blue attempts to fix it when Obachaman runs into him and offers to help him fix it. As Obachaman attempts to fix it, Blue ends up starting to crush on the boy, calling him his type and leads him to kiss him. However, before he can get the chance to do so, Obachaman reveals that he fixed the car. Blue, while still obviously crushing on Obachaman, then offers to thank him by taking him for a bite to eat, though Obachaman admits he doesn't need anything in return, as he was doing what anyone would have done, with Blue then requesting that he at least let him buy him pretty clothing, with Obachaman politely declining, saying that he needs to get back to making deliveries, just as Blue tries to insist he stays. Blue then bitterly states that Obachaman was little more than a country bumpkin anyway. Shortly afterwards, Blue runs into some officers who ask him for his license and registration, and he says he doesn't have them with him. They then try to arrest him, but General Blue ends up getting the handcuffs off, breaking them with his bare hands. They then try to shoot him, but he kicks the guns out of their hands and also hits the car to show how strong he is. He then takes off with the officer's car since he'd already damaged. He evades Goku, but Arale, who was just behind him, accidentally smashes into the car, sending it flying. Before he regained consciousness, the Gachins had eaten the car whole. This and their other non-malicious actions scared the life out of him, prompting him to flee. Goku then lands and notices that his Dragon Radar is not working. He then says that he'll have to take it back to Bulma to get it fixed, but he realizes that he cannot because he doesn't know where he is or how to get back. Arale mentions that she knows someone who can fix it. She then introduces Goku to Senbei and Midori, although Goku mixes up Senbei with Midori and vice versa. He then gives it to the guy that Arale said could fix it, but has a hard time knowing what to fix. We then see General Blue, who's heading to the area of the guy who's trying to fix the Dragon Radar. He struggles with it, but his son Turbo fixes it with his telekinetic powers and saves his father's reputation, but does not reveal it to his father and praises his father for fixing it, which Senbei quickly agrees to. Meanwhile, General Blue, still looking for means to leave Penguin Village to return to the Red Ribbon Army headquarters of the Dragon Balls, arrives at the Norimaki residence and discovers he's in luck as the house is a plane for him to use. Unfortunately for him, he discovers that Goku is there, but also Arale, and whines that things are never easy. To make matters worse, Goku, via the newly fixed Dragon Radar, noticed the Dragon Balls being nearby. Arale found a marble and showed it to Goku, thinking is what he was looking for, although he explains they're bigger in size, forcing Blue to flee inside the house and hide in various locations before eventually being discovered in a double take while hiding inside the fridge. Blue then somehow overpowers Arale, holds her hostage as he approaches Goku, and the latter demands he let Arale go. He attempts to hold her hostage, although he quickly panics when Arale ends up licking the knife used to threaten her, which Senbei attempted to warn Blue against. General Blue has a plane to catch, but not before he settles an old score with Goku. Blue then fights Goku and uses his psychic abilities once more to paralyze Goku. Blue also takes the opportunity to taunt Goku about how he doesn't have anything that Blue can't take away while stealing his Dragon Radar. As he prepares to finish him off by impaling Goku with a sharpened tree trunk, not wanting to leave without killing him, Arale, being told by Senbei to show Blue how she plays tag, shows up and fends Blue off with a Arale kick. Arale then easily defeats Blue, launching him into the sky far away. Seeing that General Blue stole the Dragon Radar, Turbo Norimaki takes Senbei's plane apart to make a new Dragon Radar for Goku. General Blue finds a telephone booth and informs the Red Ribbon Army headquarters that Goku is still at large, although although he lost the Dragon Balls to Goku, he did nevertheless manage to steal his radar, even confirming that it's in his hand during the call. Mission Control then tells Blue to return to HQ immediately, although Blue reluctantly tells him while holding back tears and with difficulty that he will take a while to return as he doesn't even know where he is. Commander Red Saga. At the beginning of the episode, we see General Blue on a camel in the middle of the desert, cursing about his damaged hair and vows to exact revenge on Goku for every single split end. Meanwhile, at the Red Ribbon Army headquarters, Commander Red is playing pool. Then we see Captain Yellow's army looking at a Dragon Ball, which is in the crater of a volcano. Upon Yellow verifying his subordinate's claim that the Dragon Ball is in the volcano, the soldier implies that they might not be able to retrieve it from there until Yellow points out bluntly that they're going to use their helicopter to retrieve it. We then see Bora and his son, Upa, harpoon fishing. After they harpoon one, it is then eaten by a larger fish that tries to attack Upa, but Bora easily defeats the fish. Later on, Captain Yellow's army has a helicopter to get the Dragon Ball. But as they have a man lowered into the crater to retrieve it, the volcano erupts, which blows the Dragon Ball away. It lands near Bora and Upa's home. Captain Yellow's battalion goes to search for it. They find the Dragon Ball in Bora's hands. Captain Yell then expresses surprise that Bora will be leaving this area before introducing himself and explaining that the Red Ribbon Army is about to set upon their mobile headquarters in the region, also offering him a job in setting up the outpost. However, Bora bluntly refuses, citing that the sacred land of Karen doesn't belong to them and demands they leave. Captain Yellow, angrily claiming that he didn't ask permission, then tells his army to kill Bora. However, he proves to be immune to their bullets and tells his son Upa to fetch his spear. Commander Red is monitoring this as a soldier informs him that Goku is closing in on Yellow's current position, with Red accurately deducing that Goku is inevitably going to mess everything up. We then see Goku talking about the Dragon Ball. Bora defeats or kills everyone except Captain Yellow. Captain Yellow comes back after Commander Red tells him to and steals Upa. Goku hears Upa yelling for Bora to help him, and Goku punches Captain Yellow out of the plane after realizing he was part of the Red Ribbon Army, releasing and saving Upa. Goku goes and talks to Bora and sees that the Dragon Ball he's holding is the 4-star ball, Grandpa Gohan's Dragon Ball. Meanwhile, General Blue arrives at the gate of the Red Ribbon Army headquarters, where there are 2 guards who do not realize who he is. One of the guards angrily tells Blue not to trespass unless the latter wanted a bruising, and even implies he wants to be pushed into attacking before opening fire at him. However, Blue moves in and knocks him out, with Blue then commenting that the guards forgot him during his departure in a manner that implied that this wasn't the first time this happened. After General Blue knocks out one of the guards, the other then realizes who he is, and after Blue tells him to quit blubbering, opens the gate for him. You then see Mercenary Tao talking to Commander Red. Picking up from where the previous episode left off, General Blue returns to the Red Ribbon Army headquarters, with the remaining guard then bidding him a welcome back to base. However, Blue angrily yells at him for giving false sentiments, making clear he knew they wanted him gone in the first place, causing the guard to promptly apologize. While Commander Red talks with the infamous Mercenary Tao, Blue arrives in Red's office, stating he's returned for duty. Commander Red, furious over General Blue's recent failures, then demands to know how Blue managed to consider returning. Blue, misinterpreting the question to mean how he literally managed to return, attempted to explain that it was a hassle that involved stealing a plane and then a car, but was then cut off by his irate commanding officer, who elaborated that Blue should not have returned, especially considering that he failed to get the Dragon Ball from Goku. Blue attempted to explain that Goku was tricky, but Red would hear none of it. Blue then explains that despite not actually ending Goku or even the Dragon Balls, he still managed to steal his radar before unveiling it, and explaining his properties of easily honing in on the Dragon Balls and being extremely accurate. Black expresses surprise at its small size, but Blue adds that he could use it to find the Dragon Balls in no time. Red, however, is unmoved, stating that while he'll acknowledge that Blue had a good find on the radar, he still failed the specific objective of retrieving the Dragon Balls themselves, and thus he is considering following the policy of all those who fail face severe consequences. Blue, out of horror and despair, then proceeds to break down and drop the Dragon Radar. Red then states that due to Blue's value to them in the past, he might spare them under one condition. He has to beat Mercenary Tao in battle. Blue eagerly accepts the proposition. Meanwhile, on the sacred land of Korin, Goku learns about the Korin Tower from Bora and the strength-enhancing water at the top. General Blue then exchanges words with the infamous assassin Tao. Tao then sarcastically asks if Blue wants his autograph, with Blue commenting that Tao is amusing before declaring he'll put an end to his arrogance. Tao then tells Red that he expects a fee for his battle as well, as he doesn't work for free. Red then tells him to get on with it. Blue then tells Tao that he should bring in a weapon just in case, though Tao claims he won't even need his limbs, let alone a weapon to kill Blue, and will just use his tongue, with Blue expressing doubts about it before Black tells him to begin their fight. Blue, while laughing, then proceeds to go on the offensive against Tao. However, Tao not only manages to dodge every move, but proceeds to move it behind Blue, startling the latter. Blue then acknowledges he has some skill before asking if he can handle the next attack before proceeding to use his special ability. He then asks how he likes being paralyzed while laughing. However, Tao cracks his own neck before casually asking what it was all about, much to Blue's horror and Black and Red's shock. Blue then recklessly attempts to rush at Tao, clearly panicking before Tao proceeded to dodge and, just as he had earlier claimed, kill Blue with just his tongue on his temple before stating that the problem is licked. Black and Red then express shock at how effortlessly Tao killed Blue with only a single strike, with Black commenting that he definitely lived up to his reputation before Tao states that now that he's had his fun, Red should show him the actual target he was hired so he can get to work. After learning about Goku and the Dragon Balls, Mercenary Tao sets out to Korin. Goku expresses eagerness to climb the tower just before Mercenary Tao arrives. Bora then tells Tao off for nearly hitting them, with Tao nonchalantly stating that hitting him was the idea, identifying himself as a hitman, and explains to Goku that he was sent by the Red Ribbon Army to tie up loose ends, namely kill Goku. Bora fights him, but Mercenary Tao kills him mercilessly. Angered, Goku leaps into a fierce battle against the deadliest assassin in the world. The despicable hired hitman Mercenary Tao will stop at nothing to complete his mission and earn his huge paycheck. After finding Goku near Korin Tower, he made short work of Bora. Goku will not prove to be so easy. Goku is determined to avenge his friend's death and hang on to the Dragon Balls. Goku strikes Tao at first, but Tao easily evades all of his attacks. The difference in their skill and power is not in Goku's favor. Frustrated, Goku uses a Kamehameha, but the attack is easily blocked by Tao and only manages to burn Tao's clothing. Tao, enraged, retaliates with an aimed Dodon Ray at Goku's heart, which killed him. It's later revealed that the 4-star Dragon Ball Goku had hidden in his clothing protected his heart. Tao leaves Upa alive, as well as Goku, thinking he's dead. Since his clothes were destroyed by Goku's Kamehameha, Tao heads out to the nearest town to have them remade by a tailor, giving him 3 days time to finish the outfit. Tao contacted Commander Red at Red Ribbon Army Headquarters to inform him of his planned 3 days delay due to certain circumstances and confirm his mission success. He's informed that in fact he only got 3 out of 4 Dragon Balls. Red, very pleased with this, assured him that it's not a problem and they will retrieve the last Dragon Ball from Goku's corpse. Appa is seen to have buried Bora and is in the process of burying Goku, but before he could, a soldier said the ball arrives. To both Appa and the soldier's astonishment, it appears that Goku is bruised but not killed by Tao. After a failed attempt to finish off with a shotgun, the soldier goes airborne and tries to contact the base. However, he's made short work of by Goku's power pole at midair. Feeling sorry for Appa's grief due to Bora's death, Goku becomes hellbent on reviving him using Shenron's power. To do that, he needs to defeat Tao and get his 3 Dragon Balls back. Because their skill difference is vast, Goku decides to climb Korin Tower to get more power. Thus, he begins his long journey upwards. Meanwhile, Commander Red informs Tao of strange things happening over at that place and orders him to go there at once. Tao, reluctant to take any orders, refuses and firmly states that he'll go there after 3 days' time. Goku continues climbing Korin Tower and he finally sees the top. He's lifted up to the surface of the tower through one of the holes at the bottom. Goku takes a little rest and looks around. Goku wonders where the sacred water is as he searches the room. Goku opens a pot, wondering if it contains the sacred water. An image forms in the water of Bulma cooking breakfast. Goku calls it a Bulma but does not get answered. Bulma asks Krillin if he heard anything. Bulma burns her finger and Goku laughs. The image disappears, confusing Goku. Goku opens up the next pot and another image forms. This time it shows him the time that he met up with Chi-Chi at a lake and she gave him flowers. The image goes away and Goku wonders what's going on. Goku opens the last pot, revealing a giant centipede that comes out of the pot. It crawls all over the room, getting extremely long, wraps up Goku in its coils, and strangles him. Goku sees images of all his friends. Next, he sees images of Mercenary Tao, Bora, and Appa. Finally, he sees images of people he will meet up with in the future, Fortune Teller Baba and old Grandpa Gohan. The images disappear and Goku wonders what that just was. A voice tells him that it was his present, past, and future. Goku asks who said that and the voice tells him to come upstairs. Goku starts going up a stairway, remembering that a god was supposed to live up here. Goku reaches the top room and asks where the god is and asks for some of the water. The voice says that he's impressed that Goku managed to climb the tower. Goku looks around and sees a white cat, Korin. Goku comments on how short Korin is. Goku walks to Korin asking where the god is. Korin says that he is the god and Goku's shocked. Korin asks if he's got a problem with that. Korin says that he's more like a cat god. Goku asks Korin about the water that multiplies your strength many times over. Korin says he must mean the sacred water and Goku asks for some. Korin walks away, stating that if Goku thinks that there's sacred water, there is some, but if he thinks there isn't sacred water, then there is not. Goku asks what he's talking about. Goku says he climbed all the way up the tower to get some. Korin asks if he wants the water badly, and Goku says yes. After some silence, Korin refuses to give any to Goku. Meanwhile, in a town, there is a poster up celebrating Mercenary Tao's 20th anniversary special. Mercenary Tao walks through the town and 2 guards follow him. A guard shoots at Tao. While Mercenary Tao calmly walks, he kicks up his shoe and it deflects the bullet. Mercenary Tao keeps walking and he gets the shoe back on his foot. The guard is shocked and he looks back, seeing his partner get killed with the bullet. Mercenary Tao arrives at a fancy hotel and everyone there greets him. They ask what he wants for dessert and he requests some raw eggs. Soon, Mercenary Tao is in the bathroom preparing a shower. Mercenary Tao sticks his hand in the water and screams, releasing energy into the water to make it boil. As Mercenary Tao takes his hot bath, he cooks the eggs in the water and eats them. Meanwhile, at the land of Korin, Appa looks up Korin Tower, hoping that Goku can get some sacred water. Back at the top of the tower, Goku angrily says he must get the sacred water. Korin points out the pot of sacred water on a statue. Korin asks why Goku wants to get stronger, and Goku starts a vague explanation. Korin tells him to shut up as he's not good at talking. There's a moment of silence, and Korin says that Goku wants to defeat Mercenary Tao and use the Dragon Balls to revive Bora. Goku asks how he knew, and Korin says he can read minds. Goku is impressed, and Korin is glad that Goku does not have evil intentions. Goku walks over to the statue with the sacred water, saying he's going to drink it. Korin asks if he can drink it, and Goku asks if it tastes bad. Korin says no, so Goku goes for the water. Korin suddenly leaps in and smacks Goku back to the ground with the staff. Goku asks why he did that, and Korin casually tells Goku not to mind him and get the water. Goku tries getting the water again, but Korin leaps in and kicks him back to the ground. Goku calls Korin a liar, and Korin says that Goku is allowed to have the water, but he must get past him first. Goku makes Korin look away and leaps to the water again. Korin sticks his staff in Goku's path, and Goku slams into it. Korin says he will not fall for tricks like that since he can read Goku's mind. Korin picks up the bottle with his staff and taunts Goku. Goku lunges at Korin, but he dodges. Korin dodges another swipe from Goku, and Goku slams into the ground. Korin leaps to the other side of the room and dodges Goku again. Korin leaps into the air, followed by Goku. The chase continues for a while, and Goku still cannot succeed. Korin accidentally drops the bottle, and Goku goes for it. Korin rushes in and grabs the bottle again, causing Goku to slam into the ground. The chase continues throughout the day, but Goku keeps failing. Soon, Goku is exhausted, and he comments on Korin's speed. Korin says that Goku cannot catch him this way and must read his opponent's movements. As the chase starts up again, a storm starts. Meanwhile, at Kame House, Bulma asks Master Roshi why he's in the rain, and he says that he's going to get some exercise. Master Roshi wonders what's happening above the clouds to cause a storm. Back at Korin Tower, Goku's on the floor exhausted. Goku asks if anyone got the sacred water before. Korin says yes, adding that the one person did it 300 years ago. Goku asks how old Korin is, and he responds that he's a little over 800. Goku is shocked at how old he is, and Korin tells him to show some respect. Korin asks if he should tell Goku who got the sacred water. Korin says that it was Goku's teacher, and Goku asks what he means. Back at Kame House, Master Roshi stands before the ocean and bulks up. Lightning strikes him, giving him a small aura. Master Roshi fires a blast from his finger, splitting the ocean. Back at Korin Tower, Korin says that he can tell by Goku's movements that his teacher was Master Roshi. Goku asks if Master Roshi really drank the sacred water and became stronger. Goku says that Korin must be really important. Goku asks him how long it took Master Roshi to get the water, and Korin holds up 3 fingers. Goku is surprised, asking if Master Roshi really got it in 3 minutes. Korin says no, it took him 3 years. Goku is in shock. The episode starts with Goku trying to obtain the sacred water from Korin, but to no avail. In the middle of the episode, Korin throws Goku's 4-star Dragon Ball out the Korin Tower, thinking it's garbage. And enraged, Goku goes after it. He reaches the foot of the tower where Upa, unaware of his return, is doing his chores. Goku finds the Dragon Ball, picks it up, and climbs back up the tower. Upa notices something going up the tower and disregards the notion that it's Goku as it's too fast to be him. Goku reaches the top of the tower faster this time and reprimands Korin for throwing his grandpa's Dragon Ball out. Little does Goku know that he's become stronger and faster than before. It took him only 3 hours for him to make the whole trip down the tower and back up again. This is confirmed by Korin, who is aware and impressed of Goku's quick return. Later, when Korin is hurt asleep, Goku gets the opportunity to steal the sacred water from him, but chooses not to do so as it would be unfair. He then falls asleep on the floor. Aware of this, Korin is impressed by Goku's honesty and remarks that he's way better than Master Roshi, who had previously succeeded in obtaining the sacred water from him. The next day, Goku resumes his attempts at obtaining the water from Korin, and in 3 days he does succeed after heeding Korin's advice to learn to anticipate his actions through his breathing. He then drinks it but feels no different than before. Korin explains to Goku that it was not the water himself that made him stronger, but the effort he expended in attempting to get it. Climbing up and down the tower increased his strength and endurance, learning to anticipate his actions sharpened his mind, and being able to keep up with Korin improved his speed and agility. Goku finally understands why Korin had been so stubborn, and after a brief warm-up proceeds to go down the tower to face Mercenary Tao. While he begins his descent, Korin predicts that Goku would do many great things. Meanwhile, Tao receives his clothes from the tailor. When the tailor requests his money, Tao proposes to kill someone for free instead. Since the tailor does not want anybody dead, Tao kills him instead. He then throws a pillar, jumps in it, and makes his journey back to Goku in order to finish him off. Mercenary Tao returns to the sacred land of Korin to find the missing Dragon Ball. Upa, who is still angry over his father's murder, attacks Tao, but Tao dodges and strangles Upa for information on the location of the Dragon Ball. Upa refuses to tell him anything, so Tao throws him at the Korin Tower, but Goku and the Flying Nimbus save him in the nick of time. Then Goku and Tao have a rematch, with Tao boasting that he'll kill him in only 3 seconds. But Goku counters his move and dominates the battle. Tao is stunned as to why this is happening, as it had only been 3 days since he had utterly defeated him last. Goku explains to him that he had spent his days training atop Korin Tower, which Tao believed to have just been a myth. Goku effortlessly fights a Mercenary Tao, kicking him in the stomach and hurting him in the process, sending him flying and kicking him to the ground. Meanwhile, at Kame House, Krillin continues his training while Bulma works on a scouter drone which she plans to use to track down Goku. As he pops out of the ground, Tao gets mad at Goku that his second suit was torn off and tells him how difficult it's going to be to find another decent tailor. Goku tells him that he should worry about his fighting, not his looks. Tao then launches a Dodon Ray, which Goku blocks with his hands. He then uses a capsule to bring out a sword, which he uses to attack Goku, though he breaks it in half when he strikes with its power pole. When Mercenary Tao learns that Goku's strength increased while atop Korin Tower, he kicks a rock towards Upa in order to distract Goku long enough for him to begin his climb up in order to become stronger. Until then, Goku and Upa decide to wait for him to come back down. Goku and Upa have dinner and then go to bed. Upa's confused as to why Goku's not worried about Mercenary Tao drinking the sacred water. Meanwhile, Bulma's Dragon Radar is being scrambled by the Red Ribbon Army, but so is the army's radar. As Tao reaches the top of the tower, Korin draws some water from behind a barrel, picks his nose, and drops a booger in the cup, then spits in the cup a few times before handing it to Tao. Before Tao drinks the water, he fires his Dodon Ray at a pillar, which has absolutely no effect. He drinks the cup of water and fires the pillar again. This time it cracks, but Tao is not satisfied. He's confident that Korin has duped him, so he decides to drop a barrel of water on Upa, who is waiting at the tower base. Korin first tries to reason with Tao to tell him the truth, that even Goku just drank tap water, but Tao does not believe him. Finally, Korin destroys the pillar himself, claiming it just took a while for Tao's ray to have full effect. He lends Tao a black Nimbus to ride down with, so he doesn't gain extra strength from climbing out of the tower, and slips the cloud out from under him about halfway down, causing Tao to fall the rest of the way. Tao, thinking to himself that he's much stronger, decides to fight Goku. He appears to have the upper hand at first, but then Goku stops toying with him and nearly kills him. Tao even uses the crane-style assassin strike, but even that doesn't work. Tao tries to beg for mercy, but just as Goku drops his guard, he throws a frag grenade at him. Goku, however, kicks it back at Tao, and the grenade explodes, seemingly killing him. Goku then sets off for the Red Ribbon Army stronghold to recover the Dragon Balls and bring Bora back to life. As Goku is flying off towards the Red Ribbon Army stronghold, Colonel Violet uses the Dragon Radar that General Blue recovered from Goku to find the 7-star ball and make a narrow escape from the local tribe. She returns to the Red Ribbon Army stronghold and hands the ball into Commander Red in exchange for her fee. Staff Officer Black notices 4 Dragon Balls headed their way and believes it to be Mercenary Tao returning to collect his fee. Meanwhile, Bulma completes her work on the scouter drone, which she plans to use to track down Goku. Master Roshi misuses this by having it fly over a nearby beach, spy on the ladies, but instead gets an accidental glimpse of a man instead. Bulma successfully finds Goku with the drone, and Launch is able to determine that he's headed towards the Red Ribbon Army headquarters. And Bulma has the drone scout further ahead to be sure. The Red Ribbon picks up the moving object on the radar and attempts to take it down, but the little drone proves to be too swift for their weaponry. It's eventually shot down by the defenses, although not before it confirms that Goku is indeed going in the direction of their headquarters. Master Roshi decides to go rescue Goku, so Bulma creates a makeshift phone and calls Yamcha for transportation, who decides to accompany Roshi along with Launch, Oolong, and Puar. As the episode comes to a close, the narrator recaps the entire Red Ribbon Army saga. The original Japanese version just uses a montage of music, no narration. Krillin is missing due to swoon to the grocery store for Roshi. Goku's on his way to take back the Dragon Balls from the Red Ribbon Army headquarters. Realizing the danger he's in, his best friends have joined together to help. Still, Commander Red and the Red Ribbon Army are under the impression that Mercenary Tao is coming. Meanwhile, Krillin is on his way back home when Yamcha and the group find him. On their airplane, they tell him about Goku going to the Red Ribbon Army headquarters, and Krillin thinks Goku is mad for taking the Red Ribbon Army on alone. Oolong comments about the relationship with Bulma and Yamcha and asks him about their wedding, but Bulma tells Yamcha she's still mad at him. Goku arrives at the Red Ribbon Army headquarters and destroys a helicopter, which reveals his presence to Commander Red. He sets up his defense system comprising of AA missiles and heat seekers. The defense system attacks Goku, but Goku manages to avoid all of it. He enters the headquarters and attacks the soldiers. There we see Colonel Violet perturbed by Goku. Yamcha and the rest of the group enter the Snowy Mountains area, which are followed by a heat-seeking rocket, which they easily avoid thanks to Bulma, which Roshi compliments with, "That's some quick thinking there. Now how about some quick kissing?" making the whole gang laugh. We then see Violet talking to a soldier and dropping money just before running away. Around the same time, Goku enters Wing 8 and Commander Red tries to protect his precious Dragon Balls. Goku enters the building and breaks through the roof to move up through the building. In an attempt to acquire 2 Dragon Balls, Goku then destroys most of the army. Witnessing the chaos, Red angrily declares the hundreds of soldiers being killed by Goku to be idiots, as despite their being trained professionals, they couldn't even handle one child. Staff Officer Black then reminds him that Goku did possess extraordinary powers, with Red sarcastically stating he noticed and didn't need a reminder due to only missing one eye when deriding Black as an imbecile, as well as blaming Black for not training the soldiers properly. Meanwhile, Colonel Violet, realizing that the Red Ribbon Army's finished, proceeded to raid the safe containing the various funding for the Red Ribbon Army and proceeded to steal it as her severance package. She also deliberately made sure that she was near a security camera, knowing full well that the Red Ribbon officers are unable to do a thing about it in the current situation even if they knew. Afterwards, Black, noticing that the various Red Ribbon Army soldiers are evacuating the premises, informed Red about his development. Red then demanded that Black stay put, as it wasn't a democracy. With time running out, Commander Red refuses to leave or fight Goku, having Staff Officer Black fight Goku instead. Goku and Black then fight, with Black vowing that he will allow Goku to see the commander in pieces. Although Black manages to hold his own against Goku, Goku is still the superior fighter and managed to punch Black out of a window. Unfortunately, Red witnessed the whole fight from within his office and decided to activate a trap ceiling, hoping to kill Goku. Celebrating Goku's death, Commander Red makes preparations for his wish. Contrary to what he led his army to believe, it was not about world domination, but in actuality to become taller. Staff Officer Black, having survived and gotten out of the precarious situation, overheard Red's true wish and confronts Commander Red about it, claiming that it was a selfish goal that had nothing to do with the Red Ribbon Army. Commander Red justifies that the wish will not only make him grander, but will also at the same time make his army larger, stating that Black doesn't understand his plans. Black then tells him that Red's lame plan is going to get the entire army killed for nothing. Red then states that he is the Red Ribbon Army, and that his wish to become taller is for the good of everyone in the army, citing that he had to spend most of his life being a pebble in a land of giants, growing sick of having his genius being confined in a minuscule body. Black denounces him as having no loyalty, claiming that the commander sold him out to satisfy his vanity. Red then cites that Black will never become leader in this life because he's just a lackey and an errand boy, citing such station to be pathetic for a man of his day and age. Black then retaliates by ending the commander's life, shooting him in the head while addressing his plans to have the Red Ribbon Army ushered into an era of greatness to make up for Red's squandering of power, with his first order of business being the conquest of this planet. Goku, revealing that he had survived, is then extended an invitation to join the Red Ribbon Army by Black, which he then plans to rename the Black Ribbon Army. But Goku refuses, and they do battle once more. With Staff Officer Black and just a few soldiers left, the odds are favored for Goku, but the diabolical Staff Officer Black still has a few tricks up his sleeve. Fortune Teller Baba Saga. As the gang rushes to aid Goku in his assault against the Red Ribbon Army headquarters, Goku seems to really need it at this point. As the newly risen Commander Black and Goku go head-to-head, the remaining members of the Red Ribbon Army run for their lives and completely desert the base. Using his battle jacket, a gigantic robot that can be controlled from within, Commander Black seems to have the upper hand. However, Goku's incredible strength proves to be too much for Commander Black, so Black attempts to escape. Goku won't let him get away this time as he grabs a flagpole, leans back, and launches himself towards Black. Goku breaks through the battle jacket and destroys it. The infamous Red Ribbon Army has failed, and Goku has recovered 2 more Dragon Balls, giving him a total of 6. Goku meets up with his friends and he tells them the news. His friends are shocked that the Red Ribbon Army was defeated by a child, Goku. He is only 1 Dragon Ball away from reviving Upa's father, but how can he find it with his broken radar? Master Roshi thinks about Goku's abilities and sees that Goku crushed, not beat, the Red Ribbon Army by attacking with a straight approach. The Red Ribbon Army has weapons, firepower, and resources, but Goku managed to defeat them. Roshi also says if he took on the Red Ribbon Army himself, he would have fought them with a different approach, and claims that Goku may be stronger than him. Goku says he has to use the wish granted by the Eternal Dragon Shenron to bring Upa's dad Bora back from the dead. Bora was killed by mercenary Tao. They all agree and head back to the Kame house to fix the Dragon Radar. Bulma tells the gang that the radar is in working order and that the Dragon Ball must be hidden or inside the belly of an animal, as the radar cannot detect it. While Master Roshi trims his nose hairs, he tells the group that Fortune Teller Baba could help them. She is Master Roshi's sister. They decide to go see her. Bulma decides it's time to go home and see her parents. Oolong chickens out, but Puar, Yamcha, and Krillin will help Goku while Master Roshi stays home at lunch. Next, the gang goes towards Fortune Teller Baba's palace, but have to stop in town on the southern continent for gas. The next scene starts with Puar explaining to Goku a joke relating Korin to Korin. It is not clear, but as Goku jumps out of the capsule jet, he rips his pants. The others give him a hard time about looking sloppy and advise him to get some new clothes, maybe some new underwear. At the tailor, they dress Goku up in some silly clothes when being a golf outfit. The tailor Ford agrees to make him some new threads like his last ones, and Yamcha bribes him to have it done in an hour. Goku then tells the gang that he'd like to get Upa because he's all alone and waiting at home. Then Goku finds Upa, who is hiding in his teepee, afraid to come out. Upa comes running out to greet Goku. He's so happy to see him. As he runs, he stumbles and jumps in Goku's arms. Goku is a true friend to Upa and again tells him that he'll bring Bora back. Upa is scared to leave his home, but Goku assures him that some things that are scary the first time, like leaving home or broccoli, and that it's okay because when they return, they will be with 7 Dragon Balls and they will wake Bora. Now comes another scene botched in translation. They arrive to meet Yamcha and the gang, and Goku's clothes are ready. Apparently Goku gets naked and changes in the street. Then Krillin mistakes Upa for a girl. Everyone looks confused. After the new clothes, they're ready to head to Fortune Teller Baba's house. At Baba's palace, they meet the ghost Usher, who has a very spooky smile. Meanwhile, the guys in front of them are some big bruisers. When they return from their session with Fortune Teller Baba, they're beaten up good. The gang sees something's up there. Goku keeps messing up Fortune Teller Baba's name. Also, it's a palace, not a house. The introduction to Baba is great. Seems she will help them find the last Dragon Ball, but it'll cost a lot, which they do not have. Fortune Teller Baba tells them that the other method is to fight her 5 fighters and win, which they agree to do. The battle begins, Goku and his friends versus Fortune Teller Baba's fiendish minions. The prize, the location of the last Dragon Ball. Baba explains the rules, that a fighter loses if they fall into the lake surrounding the stage, they give up. First up, Krillin, who must face off against Warrior with a real bite, Fangs the Vampire. Krillin underestimates his enemy and ends up at a disadvantage. After having trouble keeping pace with Fangs in his bat form, Fangs sneaks up behind him, grabbing him and sucking his blood from his head. This causes Krillin to lose a lot of blood, where he gets weary and is unable to fight at his best, allowing Fangs to defeat him quite easily by using his Muay Thai skills and knocks him off the stage. Thanks to the Ghost Usher, Krillin is given a couple pints of blood and some bandages to heal him up. Goku and his friends discuss their plan and decide that for the next match, Upa and Por should fight together, which Baba allows because of their size and age. Despite not having any real skill in battle, the two use a series of anti-vampire tactics, with Upa exposing Fangs to garlic breath and standing in the form of a Christian cross, while Por transforms into a hedgehog to avoid Fangs' deadly bite. This results in Fangs' defeat when Por transforms into a giant hand and slaps Fangs into the lake when he attempts to flee. Yamcha next steps onto the stage to fight his opponent and asks Baba where he is. Baba says he's already there, with him causing Yamcha to believe that his opponent is a bug, but soon finds out that he must face a hard-to-see opponent, See-Through the Invisible Man. He gets punched around a while Yamcha is nothing but air, but then Krillin has an idea and asks Goku to quickly bring Master Roshi and Bulma to them. Yamcha faces See-Through the Invisible Man in the tournament. As soon as it starts, the battle turns for the worst and all bets are on Fortune Teller Baba's team. When all else fails, Yamcha relies on his other sense, hearing. The tables soon turn when Krillin and the others start supporting See-Through, who starts to respond verbally to Krillin. The Invisible Man loses his element of surprise and starts to be beaten by Yamcha, who can hear where he is. But just as the odds start to favor Yamcha, Fortune Teller Baba starts to sing an annoying song, made even worse by her hideous voice, to cover up the noise of the Invisible Man. The Invisible Man doesn't waste any time and continuously pummels Yamcha while he's still caught off guard by Baba's song. Krillin knows Yamcha can't take much more and sends Goku to retrieve Master Roshi and Bulma. When they arrive, Krillin then reveals Bulma's breast to the perverted turtle hermit, causing blood to spew from his nose. The blood drenches the Invisible Man, who becomes visible. Yamcha quickly defeats his opponent and claims the victory. With 3 fighters to go, the gang eagerly awaits their next match in the Devil's Toilet. Fortune Teller Baba brings Goku into a secret room where See-Through brought Goku foods before activating a trap. Goku manages to counter the trap, which consisted of bricks falling from the ceiling. He throws a brick at See-Through, thus making him suffer from a nosebleed. After a long repetitive chant, rise again and be restored once more, all the smoke is cleared and a sarcophagus is revealed. Fortune Teller Baba's fighter has finally awakened from his eternal slumber. The fighter that Fortune Teller Baba conjured is a mummy named Bandages the Mummy. This is their 3rd fighter in today's match, renowned for never letting an opponent defeat him in battle. First up, Yamcha. Yamcha is confident that if he can keep moving, his speed and quickness will prevail and the mummy will not touch him. Little does he know that Bandages the Mummy has more than enough speed and he runs circles around Yamcha. Yamcha cannot lay a hand on the mummy and gets hammered. Even his Wolf-Fang fist proves ineffective. Suddenly, Yamcha catches Bandages off guard, trips him, and sends him falling to his doom. Bandages the Mummy is not out yet, as he shoots the bandages that cover his body like rope and he swings back onto the platform. As the mummy resumes his unmatched assault, Goku and the gang can hardly stand to watch the gruesome battle place before them, especially Upa, since he feels responsible for getting Yamcha into this mess. So Upa pulls out an axe in an attempt to help, but Master Roshi explains that the only person Yamcha is fighting for is himself, and his pride refuses defeat. After Yamcha becomes tired, Bandages the Mummy ensnares him in his signature move, the stretching bridge technique. As Yamcha struggles to keep his back from being broken in two, Por flies off in a desperate attempt to save Yamcha by turning into a woodpecker and pecks at the invisible giant until he's set free. Yamcha is then sent falling towards the deadly acid in the Devil's Toilet. As he falls, Goku extends his power pole and catches Yamcha just before he touches the acid, saving his life. Now all eyes are set upon Goku as he steps up to this menace to avenge Yamcha's defeat. Bandages the Mummy feels a bit hesitant to fight Goku upon seeing his impeccable posture. Nevertheless, he attacks after Goku declares that he's about to make the first move. He lands 3 hits on Goku, causing the young warrior to fall. Goku's friends get worried while Bandages and Baba are delighted, believing Goku to have been knocked out. Goku, however, easily gets up and reveals that he was just warming up. Bandages, enraged, continues attacking, but Goku easily dodges his moves and makes jokes, which only makes the mummy angrier. Baba's warrior then prepares a powerful attack, launching his bandages towards Goku, binding him. After a long struggle, Goku jumps down just beyond the deadly toilet water and breaks free. Goku defeats the mummy with a single punch. Goku's next opponent is a demon named Spike the Devil Man. Spike seems easy to beat and he nearly falls in the toilet. While Yamcha and Krillin comment about how weak Spike is, Master Roshi corrects him, saying he was a 2-time champion of the World Martial Arts Tournament. After being on the losing end of the battle, Spike prepares to use his Devil Might Beam to finish Goku, and Roshi tells Goku to avoid at all costs. Master Roshi briefs the others on the story of Spike's Devil Might Beam, a technique that transforms an opponent's own negative thoughts into destructive beams that can annihilate anything in their path. Spike fires his Devil Might Beam at Goku and he resists the beam entirely, so Spike fires a stronger Devil Might Beam. Goku resists that one entirely as well. As it turns out, the attacks have no effect on Goku due to having no negative thoughts in any way, shape, or form, stunning Spike and the others watching above. Spike then brings out a trident which he uses to attack Goku. A mysterious man wearing a fox mask and a halo on his head is then shown nearby watching Goku closely. Goku almost falls in the Devil's Toilet but climbs up the other side of the bridge and surprises Spike. Goku finishes Spike with a mighty kick, which slams Spike into the ceiling and embeds him into the wall. After Goku's victory, Baba summons her final fighter, who requests to Baba that he and Goku be allowed to fight outside, where they could have some fresh air, to which Baba complies. On their way out, Goku has a weird sensation over the fighter he's about to face, noting his smell that makes him feel at ease. Roshi senses some familiarity with the fighter as well as the fight begins. The last match in Fortune Teller Baba's tournament has begun, and it quickly proves to be a fight for the ages. The masked fighter is an extremely powerful opponent, even by Goku's standards. The longer the fight rages on, the more worried Master Roshi becomes, recognizing further and further the familiarity of the masked man's style, posture, and techniques. The two warriors exchange blow after blow until Baba's fighter uses a Kamehameha attack to everyone's surprise. Roshi realizes that it can only be one man. Goku, meanwhile, has been able to down his opponent using his own Kamehameha, and his friends begin to celebrate prematurely. Goku asks the warrior to give up, but the latter simply laughs and grabs his tail, his only weak spot, causing his energy to drain. Roshi says that no one other than them should know about Goku's tail being his vulnerability. Yamcha, likewise, notes that Goku's opponent fights as though he does and knows everything about him, which Roshi confirms. Roshi states that he now knows who the man is after seeing how he and Goku are mirror images of one another. Meanwhile, Goku seems to be in a world of trouble as his opponent has his tail and keeps slamming on the ground back and forth again and again, while Upa and the others watch on anxiously. Bulma tells Roshi to help Goku, but the latter says that the battle must continue as is because Goku's opponent is none other than Gohan, the deceased grandfather of Goku. Grandpa Gohan repeatedly slams Goku against the floor as his friends painfully watch on, wondering why his own grandfather would put him through so much pain. Bulma demands that Master Roshi help his student, but the latter refuses, saying that Goku's grandfather has a purpose behind his actions and was never a reckless man. Meanwhile, Emperor Pilaf is trying out his new power suit while Shu and Mai spy from a satellite on Goku, learning about the battle with his grandpa and that his tail is his weakness, something that they plan to exploit. As it turns out, Pilaf has the final Dragon Ball and has jammed the Dragon Radar using a Dragon Radar proof box. Back at Fortune Teller Baba's palace, after being slammed several more times, Goku's tail eventually rips off. While it causes Goku pain at first, he's more than willing to continue the match. Gohan surrenders and reveals his face to Goku, who runs towards him, embracing him and breaks down in tears, and his friends look unhappily. Bulma tells Gohan of her adventures with Goku and the Dragon Balls, and Gohan is happy for Goku that he's found some good friends and traveled the world. Upa asks how he can ask for his father to be brought back to life when Goku's grandfather is also dead, though Gohan chooses to stay dead and vanishes after a farewell. Fortune Teller Baba then reveals the exact location of the last Dragon Ball as promised. It's being transported in a red car, and Goku looks on happily knowing that the final Dragon Ball is finally within his grasp. Goku is pointed towards the location that he needs to travel in, and after giving Upa 6 of the Dragon Balls to hold on to while he's away, Goku flies his flying Nimbus after Emperor Pilaf's car located on the city street to get the last Dragon Ball. Pilaf is heading to Fortune Teller Baba's palace in hopes of procuring the other Dragon Balls. He now knows Goku's weakness, having seen on the feed of the monitor that came from his satellite, and he wants to cut off Goku's tail to weaken him. Goku finds the car and lands on top of it and recognizes his previous enemies. Pilaf challenges Goku to a battle with his Dragon Ball against all 6 in Goku's possession and perform a pinky promise. Pilaf, Shu, and Mai each get in power suits. The machines are unaffected by Goku's first attacks. The machines corner Goku and Shu burns his clothes off. To Pilaf's horror, he finds that Goku has no tail. Pilaf, Mai, and Shu combine all their power suits into a titanic machine. However, using a Kamehameha, Goku blasts the arm off Mai's power suit. Mai ditches a broken power suit and rides Pilaf's and Shu's, which combines into something resembling a bird, which increases running speed as the trio flees. Shu fires a missile, but Goku throws it right back, destroying the power suits. Pilaf gives Goku the 1-star Dragon Ball, and Shu gives him his clothes, while covering his private area since Goku's outfit was destroyed. Goku flies back to Fortune Teller Baba's palace, having now received the final Dragon Ball from Emperor Pilaf, and takes Upa, who is holding out of the other 6 Dragon Balls, to the sacred land of Korans, that his father can finally be revived. Yamcha wants to train with Master Roshi, who doesn't feel up to it, but Bulma changes his mind when she suggests that she'll come by every now and then wearing a new bikini. At the site of Bora's burial, Goku summons the eternal dragon Shenron and urges Upa to make his wish, though he's unnerved by the sight of the imposing dragon. Eventually, with the pluck of his courage, Upa wishes for his father to be resurrected. The dragon grants the wish, and Bora rises from his grave. Upa delightfully embraces his father, and the dragon vanishes, scattering the 7 Dragon Balls across the globe. Before they can scatter, Goku jumps up and grabs the 4-star Dragon Ball that had already turned to stone. Goku bids Bora and Upa farewell and heads back to Baba's palace. Goku tells everyone that the wish was successful and Upa's father was revived. Having now collected his grandfather's Dragon Ball, he said that he will no longer search for the Dragon Balls and plans to start training for the next World Martial Arts Tournament. Master Roshi, however, says he has nothing more to teach Goku, and that he'd be better off training on his own and experiencing the world for himself. Master Roshi tells Goku that he will get more training by walking instead of riding on the flying Nimbus, so Goku obeys and starts his journey across the globe, while Yamcha and Krillin head off to Kame House for another round of training, while Bulma trails behind them complaining. Goku has now begun his travels around the world in order to learn and grow in time for the next World Martial Arts Tournament. While traveling through the mountains, he sees a girl named Chao who is trying to pay services to a tiger thief so he can come with her to the village and defeat 2 people in terror and plague. The tiger thief instead takes her money and almost eats her before Goku intervenes and saves her. Noticing Goku's strength, she asks him to help her village, which is being terrorized by terror and plague, who are forcing people to routinely make them large banquets and is leaving the villagers themselves with almost no food. Goku agrees as he believes this is the kind of thing that Master Roshi had in mind for him. When they reach the village, he sees that there is a roll call taking place. When a person's name is called and they do not reply here, soon after, the person will be sent inside the Gourd of Mist, an item terror and plague used to trap people in. Goku shows up and challenges them, and then beats them easily one after the other. Unfortunately, terror uses the gourd and traps him. Goku manages to not fall to the bottom of the gourd thanks to his power pole and is able to escape. He takes the gourd and plays around with the sinister pair by repeatedly calling out their names. They are unable to keep up though and both end up being trapped. They apologize for their actions and Goku releases them. They now work for the villagers, plowing the fields with the threat that should they step out of line they'll be trapped again. Goku says his goodbyes and travels on towards the wilderness, looking for a new adventure. Goku is taking his first step into an unknown world, diligently training his mind and body, carrying boulders 10 times his size and walking up steep mountains with his bare hands. Pouring rain or unbearable heat will not stop Goku from pursuing his goal to train his mind, body, and now regrown tail through random real-world experiences, so he can win the next World Martial Arts Tournament. Goku's training takes on an unexpected twist when he loses control and starts to speed down the mountain on his own hands. Goku's tail saves his life again when it clings to a tree branch to avoid plunging into the canyon. As he comments on his tail being stronger than ever and it never breaking again, ironically the tree branch snaps instead. Goku falls, but he uses his hands to absorb the fall and flips off a handstand. Fatigued and in search of competition, he asks an old woman where the nearest city is and heads off for another adventure. He's informed that there's a man named Master Chin who sounds worthy of his skills. When Goku arrives in the city, he finds Master Chin in dispute. It seems that Master Chin's son, Shokan, has stolen the wallet of Rising Dragon and is backed by his goons. Master Chin leaps into the air and performs his trademark move, the Phantom Star technique, but he starts coughing, which Rising Dragon takes advantage of and starts beating Chin. His brother, Sky Dragon, shows up and so to speak slaps him and apologizes for his brother's rude behavior. After the skirmish, Goku asks for a session with Master Chin, which he accepts. They barely have a match. After they briefly attack each other in the air, Chin's sickness catches up with him. Goku and Shokan put him in bed and make small talk. Goku asks the name of the trick he used against the thugs. Shokan answers that it was the Phantom Star technique and his father created it. Master Chin goes on to explain that the technique uses an energy that projects an image that does not exist. Much like an afterimage technique. Shoken butts in and his father scolds him when he's not ready for such technique. Goku, on the other hand, is capable because of his training and discipline. The conversation quickly shifts to Master Chin's dilemma, which is he has a very bad condition and is in no shape to fight for the title of Master of Martial Arts. Sky Dragon's Panther Fang School and his brother Rising Dragon have driven all his students away by threatening them. The only chance he has to bring them back is to win the Master of Martial Arts title. Master Chin's condition worsens and is in need of medicine. Goku volunteers, but is warned of Sky Dragon and his gang, as they may be eager for a little payback. As fortune has it, Goku passes the restaurant Sky Dragon and Rising Dragon happen to be eating at. Rising Dragon attacks Goku. Goku dodges Rising Dragon with ease and tricks him into falling into the river. Sky is not pleased. He hits Goku without warning. Goku attempts one more try and gets hit even faster than last time, at least 15 hits. Sky then declares Goku unworthy and leaves. Back at Sky's Panther Fang dojo, his pupils become punching bags as he tries to give them a lesson in combat. It seems that even with his hands tied behind his back, no one can beat him. So he offers to use no legs either. Some poor sap stands up. With a flick of his eyebrow, Sky spins like a drill and lands right on top of his head, knocking him out. Later that night, Shoken practices in secret while everyone's asleep. Though he has different reasons and his own personal vendetta he wishes to settle. The next morning, Shoken asks to fight in his father's place. Chin refuses. Then Goku volunteers and only does so to improve his training. Shoken, still peeved about his father choosing a stranger over his son, fixes breakfast angrily. At least I have enough skill to do that, yells Shoken. Desperate to prove his worth to his father, Shoken takes matters into his own hands. While preparing the meals, Shoken slips a tablet into Goku's soup. Goku quickly gobbles up the meal without notice. Shoken thinking to himself, one way or another, I'm going to be in this match. It's time for the match and Goku doesn't even look tired. Shoken stares on with worry now, amazed that Goku is not passed out yet and the match is about to begin. Sky Dragon from the Panther Fang School and Goku from the Chin Star School are about to challenge each other's worth. Although disappointed, Sky accepts and plans instead to humiliate Goku. Sky and Goku fight as if they were two blurs, dodging each and every one of each other's moves. Goku goes after Image in order to lose Sky. There are about 30 different stills of Goku dancing around, so Sky breaks out his Panther Cyclone and attacks every single image till Goku's found. Goku decides to finish this once and for all, but his stomach turns on him and he has to call a timeout. Sky is skeptical and calls his bluff. Only Goku is not faking. He proceeds to attack Goku with no mercy, and Shoken looks on with remorse. Now Goku's angry. They both jump up and launch a signature attack, Sky's Panther Cyclone against Goku's Phantom Star. Goku's dazzling combination of 50 fists and kicks all at once proved to be enough. Sky Dragon has been defeated with a single punch and is sent down for a knockout. Sky's pupils are surprised and confused. As the crowd chants Goku's name, he runs around in circles and screams, my stomach is about to explode. I shouldn't have eaten that last rice cake. Back at Chin's dojo, Goku is thanked by Sky for showing him the error of his ways and Chin for restoring his reputation and bringing his students back. Shoken's guiltiness goes not forgotten and he apologizes by making Goku a snack for his long trip ahead. Goku embarks on a new journey and no one knows what exciting adventures await from this time. In her castle, Princess Misa is kidnapped by a demon. While still training for the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament, Goku reaches Fiend Village. Avoiding traps meant for the demons who terrorize the village, he reaches the castle. At first, King Crest, the ruler of the land, has doubts that Goku will succeed, but he recruits him to face the powerful leader of the demons, Shula, after seeing his fighting skills. The next day, the king escorts Goku to the portal. Goku cannot pull Shula's sword from the door, so he enters the gate into the demon realm. At Kame House, Launch is getting agitated with Master Roshi, while Yamcha and Krillin are training hard, delivering milk and avoiding the local dinosaurs. In the demon realm, Goku meets the guards Gola and Melee, who caution fighting Shula, who intends to marry Princess Misa. Then Goku reaches Shula's palace, and with his intention to fight Shula, he defeats the first demon in a tournament held for the ceremony, which shocks everyone. Shula then enters the ring striking Goku. The two exchange blows, followed by Goku charging Kamehameha. Just as Goku is about to launch the blast, Shula is shown grabbing Melee's kunai, which she presumably threw to distract him. This is followed by Goku's Kamehameha, which temporarily blinds him and the other demons. Goku then throws Misa on his shoulders and escapes with the help of Melee and Gola. Goku pulls out Shula's sword and seals the portal, saving the village from the demons. The episode ends with the party celebrating the princess's return. Goku finds people running away from their village, but their vehicle's brakes have broken and they're dangerously hurtling down a mountain. Goku saves them and they tell him of a monster named Inoshikacho who's terrorizing the village. Meanwhile at Kame House, as Krillin and Yamcha spar, Master Roshi tells Bulma that the creature Inoshikacho whom belonged to him and his friend when he was young and how dangerous and out of control he was. Goku goes to the village and finds the two men, one of whom has a third eye, who defeated Inoshikacho. The villagers pay them 100,000 zeni for their services. Later, Goku finds them in the woods with Inoshikacho around a campfire. Goku realizes that they only pretend to kill the monster to get the money. The three-eyed stranger fights Goku and is quite surprised by the latter's speed. He chops down a tree which falls on Goku, supposedly killing him. He and his partner then leave the vicinity. A girl named Tanmen wakes him up, saying that she found him unconscious in the woods. Goku goes to the next village and finds two strangers pulling the same trick. Goku says that they're friends with Inoshikacho, but they trick the villagers into believing Goku is friends with them. Goku picks up Inoshikacho and runs off, but the villagers catch him. The girl who saved him appears and clears up the situation. Goku leaves this journey to the next with another friend. 3 years have passed and it's the day before the World Martial Arts Tournament. Goku sees three guys beating someone up in Fukuro Forest, so he steps in and fights them. After they run away and the guy he saved, Kankichi, the one being beaten, is very thankful towards Goku. Kankichi takes Goku to the Ahoy airport so he can fly to Papaya Island, the site of the tournament. However, Goku has no money for the plane tickets and needs 30,000 for both himself and Kankichi. They go to a carnival in the nearby town and win some money off some of the games. Goku plays a game of High Striker, not even using the hammer. Goku easily beats the rigged game and wins enough money for his tickets as they plan to head back to the airport. Goku sees Fortune Teller Baba and Ghost Usher, so he stops to talk. Kankichi runs off when it appears Baba is suspicious of him and his intentions, but he's caught by the same guys as before. Meanwhile, at Kame House, Master Roshi and everyone else are dressed and ready to leave to begin their journey to Papaya Island while they discuss their excitement for the upcoming tournament. Kankichi is forced to rob a bank, but he gets caught having been framed. Kankichi admits to Goku that he was a criminal, but he wants to change. He apologizes to Goku, who forgives him. Baba tells Goku where the three men went, so he takes off after them. He catches them and brings them to jail, helping Kankichi out of his tight situation, but ends up missing his flight in the process. Instead, Goku decides to swim to Papaya Island after saying goodbye to Kankichi, who returns to school with a desire to become a teacher. Goku swims along through the ocean. He asks some people in a boat where Papaya Island is because he lost his way. The people point in the direction of the island, and Goku thanks them, swimming off. Meanwhile, in an airplane headed towards Papaya Island, Yamcha is looking towards the World Martial Arts Tournament. Por claims that Yamcha will win, but Krillin tells him not to forget about him. Yamcha promises to show the results of his 3 years of training. Bulma asks if they forgot about Goku. Launch, evil form, has the urge to hijack the plane, and Turtle tells her to resist it. Master Roshi seems to be in pain and suddenly tells the stewardess that he has to go to the bathroom and shocks everyone. The stewardess refuses because they'll be landing soon. Master Roshi tells him to hurry and land the plane. The stewardess nervously agrees and rushes off. The others pretend to not know Master Roshi. Goku's finally arrived at Papaya Island and he's hungry. He climbs a tree and eats some fruit. Some tigers are below, so Goku tosses some fruit to them. The tigers do not want the fruit, so they start attacking Goku, also tearing up the black gi he took from Shu 3 years ago. The plane lands at the Papaya Island airport. Yamcha, Bulma, Puar, Oolong, Turtle, Krillin, and Launch all impatiently wait for Master Roshi to return from the bathroom. Master Roshi returns and said he had a hard time getting it all out, which embarrasses the others. They all get into taxis and leave for the World Martial Arts Tournament. Soon they arrive in front of the World Martial Arts Tournament. Krillin says that this brings back memories and Yamcha agrees. Krillin and Yamcha sign in and Master Roshi asks the registering man if Goku has arrived yet, and he has not. Krillin wonders what Goku's doing and Master Roshi hopes he did not forget that the World Martial Arts Tournament was today. Goku, as a matter of fact, is rushing along towards the tournament. Yamcha says that admission will soon end, but Bulma says Goku would never forget the day as he looked forward to it. Launch wants to enter the tournament, but Turtle tells her that no weapons are allowed. Master Roshi secretly steps over to the register man and tells him to sign in Jackie Chun. The register man is confused, and Master Roshi takes off his sunglasses to show that he is Jackie Chun. He tells the register man to keep it a secret, and he agrees to signing him in. Bulma says that there are 5 minutes till admission ends. Oolong says that Goku has failed them. Krillin asks where Master Roshi is, and he lies and says that he was in the bathroom again. Suddenly, Master Shen, the Crane Master, steps up to Master Roshi with his 2 disciples, Tien Shinhan and Chiaotzu. They stare each other down. Master Roshi, the Crane Elder, you're still alive? Master Shen, offensive as always. Bulma and the others do not like Master Shen. Master Shen says he's heard a silly rumor that Master Roshi's disciples did quite well in the last tournament and has brought his own disciples to show them what real martial arts is. He adds that one of his disciples will win. He and Master Roshi start arguing until Master Shen and his disciples walk away, having better things to do. Bulma and the others just glare at them. Oolong says there's only 1 minute left until admission ends. Bulma tells Por to turn into Goku and sign in. Suddenly, they're all happy to see Goku rushing in, now in a Tarzan uniform, meaning that he must have slaughtered the poor tigers. He happily greets them all, and Master Roshi goes to sign Goku in a nick of time. Bulma asks why Goku's so filthy, and he asks if this is really Bulma. Master Roshi steps in, angrily asking why Goku did not use the flying nimbus to get here. Goku says that Master Roshi told him not to use the flying nimbus so he could train. Oolong asks if Goku swam here. Goku says yeah, from a place called Yaoi. The others are shocked because Yaoi is on the other side of the world. Master Roshi offers to take them all out to eat since the fighting starts tomorrow. They happily agree, and Master Roshi realizes he has no money left. He's about to tell them that they should not leave, but they're already walking away and talking amongst themselves happily. At a restaurant, they all eat. Afterward, they all walk out, satisfied with their meal. The owner's angered since Master Roshi sells no money. He promises to bring 500,000 zeni in 2 or 3 days. The owner agrees. Goku asks Krillin if the training under Master Roshi was tough, and Krillin says it was exactly the same as before, but they had to wear 100-kilogram turtle shells near the end. Master Roshi steps out, and Turtle asks if he had to use the bathroom again. Master Roshi says, just shut up, will you? Say, how about we go to the hotel and watch relax. Soon at the hotel, they all play cards. After the game, Bulma and Launch leave to go to their own room. Master Roshi follows them in as they undress. He asks them if they need a bodyguard for the night, and they punch him out. Master Roshi steps back into his own room with a bloody nose and tells the others that he's going to sleep. Later, as the others sleep, Krillin leaves the room and starts jogging outside. Yamcha joins him, also being unable to sleep. They both agree to do their best tomorrow. They come across many other fighters training. The next day, all the fighters have gathered in the World Martial Arts Tournament. Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha are happy to be back in their orange gis. Yamcha asks if Krillin thinks Goku seems to have gotten a lot stronger, and Krillin says it doesn't seem like it. Bulma and the others lean over the wall, wishing them luck. The preliminary rounds are about to begin, so the entire group of fighters step into the building. Por asks where Master Roshi is, and Bulma says he's probably using the bathroom again. Inside the preliminary building, Master Roshi is back in his Jackie Chan disguise. Goku greets Jackie Chan and vows to win this time. Jackie Chan says it seems that Goku's trained a lot in the last years and looks forward to their fight. Jackie Chan thinks to himself, I cannot allow myself to lose to him. Little do all the others know that I've secretly trained for the past 3 years. An old priest welcomes him to the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament. The tournament will now be held every 3 years instead of 5 years. There are 182 participants this time. Goku eats during the speech, basically embarrassing Krillin and Yamcha. A referee tells all the fighters to pick their numbers to determine the matchups for the preliminary rounds. The fighters start picking their numbers. Krillin draws 62, which is in the latter half of Block 2. Goku gets the end of Block 1. Yamcha gets the first half of Block 1 and is relieved he will not have to fight Goku right away. Jackie Chan has gotten number 178 at Block 4. Krillin is glad they do not have to fight each other. The preliminary rounds are ready to begin. The announcer tells everyone the rules of the World Martial Arts Tournament and how you lose in similar rules. Krillin tells Goku not to lose. Tien Shinhan and Chiaotzu see Goku and recognize him. They have a flashback of when Tien first fought Goku 3 years ago in the wilderness. Tien says it should be interesting. Yamcha steps into the ring ready to fight his first opponent, a man with a mohawk. Outside, Oolong says the preliminary rounds should be starting soon. Bulma hopes the others will do alright, and Por tells her not to worry. Back inside, the mohawked man tosses some boards into the air, which he wrecks with one punch. Yamcha says that boards do not fight back, and the mohawk man replies that Yamcha will not be able to fight back when he's trashing him. The match begins, and Tien is eager to see the turtle style of Master Roshi's disciples. Mohawk man kicks, but Yamcha disappears. Yamcha appears behind Mohawk and elbows him in the face just as he turns around, sending him to the ground. Mohawk man is knocked out, and Yamcha wins the match. Goku says Yamcha must train hard, and Tien is not too impressed. Goku and Yamcha step over to Block 2 to see Krillin's fight. After a short delay, a giant man called Antoine the Great steps into the ring, ready to fight Krillin. The others are shocked by his size. The giant man tells Krillin to go home if he doesn't want to die. Yamcha recognizes the man as a pro wrestler and tells Krillin to be careful. The match begins, and Krillin tells the man to attack whatever he wants to. The wrestler vows to crush Krillin and stomps, but is dodged. Krillin leaps into the kick, but the giant man grabs him and starts crushing him. Yamcha says that Antoine has the strength to crush boulders. Krillin laughs and says that that's not enough to beat him. He elbows the giant man's hand, getting free. He's angered and he tries to grab Krillin, who grabs him by the finger and hurls him out of the ring. Krillin wins the match, and Goku says he's gotten a lot stronger. Krillin says that this is just the beginning. Tien and Chiaotzu step in, and Tien says they have sword techniques to be pleased with. Krillin tells Goku that they're disciples of Master Shen. Goku recognizes the two and has a flashback to when he first fought Tien on his trip around the world. Goku says that they were the ones who tricked Ina Shikacho. Krillin asks Goku if he knows them. Tien says, "You should be happy we spared your life. We cannot be beaten. You're all lucky that you don't have to fight me in the preliminaries." Yamcha and Tien glare at each other. Krillin notices Chiaotzu and says he looks weird. Chiaotzu calls Krillin a shorty and sticks his tongue out at him. Tien, "Quit it, Chiaotzu, we can beat them up later." Yamcha tells him to leave right now, and Tien says that Yamcha missed his opponent's weak spot in the last fight. Yamcha said, "I knew that, I just didn't want to kill anybody." Tien said, "Well then how about you show me your power right now?" They prepare to fight, but Goku tells Yamcha to stop, but he refuses, not liking this type of person. Jackie Chan steps in and tells him that they'll be disqualified if they fight now. Tien asks who the old man is, and Yamcha tells him that Jackie Chan was the winner of the last World Martial Arts Tournament. Tien says they must be fools to lose to such an old man. He tells them to do their best and walks away with Chiaotzu. Outside, while Bulma and friends are together, Bulma is annoyed to see Master Chan approaching them. Master Chan asks where Roshi is, Bulma does not know. Master Chan says he's probably at home, too scared to see his disciples lose. Bulma starts to get very annoyed. Master Chan says, "And who are you, Master Roshi's little lady?" Bulma says no way. Master Chan admires Bulma's breasts and asks if she wants to live with him. Bulma obviously refuses. He tries asking Launch in bad form instead, and she just shoots at him. Master Chan easily catches the bullets and drops them. He walks away, telling them not to forget the funeral of Master Roshi's disciples. Back inside, it's now Tien's turn to fight. Tien tosses off his gi, and Krillin calls him a show-off. Chiaotzu wishes his friend luck, and Krillin thinks this guy will lose. Goku disagrees, adding that Tien is very strong. Yamcha asks if Goku fought him before. Yes, but it was a small fight. A sumo wrestler steps into the ring ready to fight Tien. Another fighter insults the sumo wrestler, calling him a blob of fat. The sumo wrestler steps out of the ring and angrily tells the fighter to say it to his face. The fighter punches the sumo wrestler in the stomach to no effect. The sumo wrestler punches the fighter into a wall, which looks pretty painful. Yamcha says he's pretty strong, and Jackie Chan adds that fighters like that are tough to beat. The match begins, and the sumo wrestler lunges at Tien. Tien quickly hits the sumo wrestler in the face, and he collapses. Tien wins the match. Everyone is shocked. Yamcha says that Tien used 4 punches at high speed, and Krillin tells him not to forget the 3 kicks. Goku says he's good, but Krillin says that he's not that great. In his mind, Tien calls Krillin a fool as he does not use his full strength. Goku's turn is next, he steps into the ring. Krillin, Yamcha, and Jackie are eager to see Goku's progress from the last 3 years. Krillin says he doesn't look very strong, and Jackie Chan recognizes the guy as King Chappa. Yamcha says that King Chappa is supposed to be an amazing fighter. Jackie Chan adds that King Chappa won the last tournament he entered with so much ease that he wasn't hit at all. Yamcha says that Goku has a small chance of winning if he's careful. King Chappa tells Goku not to worry, he will not kill him. Goku thanks him. The match begins as Goku and King Chappa are ready to fight. Is King Chappa guy all he's cracked up to be? Goku stands before King Chappa, his first opponent in the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament. Jackie Chan says Goku has to fight a tough opponent right from the start. King Chappa tells Goku to come at him at a time. Jackie Chan wonders how good Goku got in the last 3 years. Goku lunges at King Chappa and punches him in the chin. Everyone's surprised by Goku's speed. King Chappa says you're no ordinary kid. They lunge at each other. King Chappa kicks, but Goku dodges. King Chappa tries to punch, but Goku leaps over it. While still in the air, Goku throws a punch while King Chappa catches. Goku kicks King Chappa in the chest and resumes the barrage of kicks in the same spot before adding a double kick knocked into the ground. Everyone is shocked once again. The angered King Chappa gets up, and Yamcha realizes he's going to get serious. Jackie Chan says he's going to use the 8 arms technique. Yamcha says, "The 8 arms technique, huh?" When the user moves his arms at such a speed it seems that they have 8 arms. King Chappa tells Goku not to hate him because experiencing loss is part of training. He unleashes a barrage of fast-paced punches, seeming to have 8 arms. Goku manages to block every punch with ease to the other's surprise. Goku trips King Chappa, sending him to the ground. Goku says, "I found an opening at your feet and went for it." King Chappa gets up in a rage and throws a strong punch. Goku suddenly disappears, confusing King Chappa. He looks around in confusion until one person points out Goku in the air. Jackie Chan says Goku has just made a big mistake. King Chappa says that Goku will not be able to move freely in the air, which will result in his loss. Goku then catapults off the ceiling and lunges at King Chappa, who also lunges forward and prepares a punch. Just before King Chappa's punch can connect, Goku exhales deeply, keeping himself suspended in the air long enough to dodge. With that, Goku kicks King Chappa out of the ring, winning the match. Jackie Chan comments on Goku's superb strategy. Yamcha says he managed to defeat King Chappa very convincingly. Goku leaps out of the ring happily. Krillin asks, "Hey Goku, is it really such a good idea to be using so much power in your first match?" And Goku says, "I didn't use my full power. If I did, he would have been killed. I'll be able to get serious when I fight you guys. I can't wait." Yamcha and Krillin nervously agree. Jackie Chan thinks to himself that this could be bad. Fighter 178, Jackie Chan is called up. Jackie Chan is not paying attention, second his thoughts. He thinks to himself, what if he loses to Goku? He'll lose his position as a good teacher. Krillin gets Jackie Chan's attention, telling him to get into the ring. Jackie Chan steps into the ring facing his opponent. The opponent is a very muscular bear man. Goku wishes Jackie Chan good luck. The match begins, the bear man gets ready to fight. Jackie Chan continues to think to himself how much better Goku's gotten. Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha all wonder why Jackie Chan is not fighting. The bear man's getting annoyed. Jackie Chan thinks that Goku is stronger than him, but he still has more experience. The enraged bear man lunges. Jackie Chan snaps out of his thoughts and imagines Goku lunging at him instead. Jackie Chan disappears and appears in front of the bear. He elbows the bear in the stomach, punches him in the face, and kicks him into the air. The bear man lands unconscious, and Jackie Chan wins the match. In the bear's place, Jackie Chan imagines Goku being unconscious. He fades back to reality, realizes what he's done, and apologizes for getting carried away. Goku says that Jackie Chan is really great, and Yamcha adds that he's a lot sharper than last time. Krillin says Jackie Chan will definitely make it to the final rounds. Yamcha says this will be quite a tournament. The fights continue. Goku dodges some punches and kicks from a large tiger opponent and hurls it out of the ring. Krillin dodges a barrage of punches and knocks his fat opponent out with a kick. Jackie Chan pummels a foxman until he forfeits. Yamcha pummels a kickboxer opponent with a kick to the buttocks. Tien Shinhan tells Chiaotzu that he's doing well but keeps making mistakes. Chiaotzu says he's not serious yet. The boxer rushes away from Yamcha in fear, losing the match. Tien says he's still no match for me. Goku and Yamcha compliment each other. An announcement tells him that they will take a 1-hour break before resuming the preliminary rounds. Goku happily rushes off to get some food, followed by Krillin and Yamcha. Meanwhile, Oolong keeps failing to catch fish in some sort of Japanese fish catching game. Bulma says it's so boring not being able to see the preliminary rounds. Turtle hopes that Goku and the others will advance. At another booth, Launch uses her shotgun to shoot many prizes. The vendor tells her not to use a real gun, but she just threatens him to give her prize. He nervously gives her a teddy bear, but Launch starts shooting at him, demanding cash as a prize. Back at the cafeteria, Goku eats like crazy while Krillin, Yamcha, and Jackie Chan watch in shock. Jackie Chan says there's only a few more rounds to the finals, and Krillin says the preliminaries are too easy. Jackie Chan says that kind of thinking is very dangerous. You must treat every situation seriously. Krillin says you sound just like Master Roshi. Yamcha says yeah, as if he were a teacher teaching his pupils. Jackie Chan nervously explains that he just likes to give young fighters good advice. Suddenly they hear many plates shatter. Tien holds the waiter by the collar, threatening him for serving bad food. Yamcha steps in, telling him to stop. Tien says, you talk pretty big for a weakling. Shall I show you my true power? Yamcha agrees and they prepare to fight. Jackie Chan steps in, telling him that there's no place to fight. Tien tells Yamcha that the old man saved his life and he walks off with Chiaotzu. Goku asks what the guy's problem is. A voice suddenly greets Jackie Chan and they're all shocked to see that it's Nam. Goku's happy to see Nam again, and Nam thanks Goku for saving his village a few years ago. Yamcha asks if Nam's village is out of water again. Nam says, no thanks to Goku and Jackie Chan here, my village is fine. I'm just here to test my skills and I hope to fight Goku again. There's a flashback of the fight between Goku and Nam during the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. Goku asks what block he's in and Nam replies that he's in block 3. Krillin says that this means they will not have to fight in the preliminaries so they can fight in the real tournament. Goku and Nam shake hands. Soon the preliminary rounds resume. Yamcha, Krillin, Goku, and Jackie Chan each defeat their final opponents, advancing to the final rounds. Goku, Yamcha, and Krillin congratulate Jackie Chan. Jackie says the real tournament will not begin. Suddenly they hear a voice yelling for a doctor for help. Nam is on the ground badly injured. Goku, Krillin, Yamcha, and Jackie Chan all check on him. Tien is the one who did it, and advances to the final rounds as well. Tien says, don't worry, he'll be fine. It was a mistake for you people to enter this tournament with your low levels of skill. Tien walks away with Chiaotzu, but Jackie Chan is forced to hold the enraged Goku back. Soon they're outside, and Bulma and the others are happy to see that they've all advanced. Krillin asks where Master Roshi is, and Bulma replies that he must be doing perverted things to the crowd. Master Roshi steps in, telling him not to talk about him behind his back. He explains, or lies, that he was secretly watching the preliminary rounds and congratulates them for advancing. An announcement calls for all 8 finalists to head to the contestant waiting room. Krillin asks how others will be able to see them fight without getting good seats. Oolong says they'll have Launch with them. Launch takes out her gun, saying she can get them all great seats. She fires off many shots from her gun and clears the crowd. They all walk towards the tournament as Launch continues clearing the crowd. The 8 finalists all warm up inside the contestant waiting room. Krillin hopes they do not draw numbers that force them to fight each other, and Yamcha agrees. Tien Shinhan steps in. Y'all made it to final rounds? Your opponents at the preliminaries must have been scum to lose the likes of you. Yamcha says, you must have been pretty lucky to advance yourself. Tien threatens to trash Yamcha for all his friends. Krillin is angered but surprised when he sees Chiaotzu is also advanced. Outside, Oolong and Por search for Master Roshi. Oolong steps into a restroom and opens each stall, each with a man inside. One of the stalls he opens includes a woman who angrily kicks him out of the restroom. Oolong realizes that he must have entered the women's restroom by mistake. Soon, Oolong and Por have returned to the audience. Bulma asks Oolong why he went into the women's washroom, and Oolong replies he was trying so hard to find Master Roshi that it must have made a mistake. Bulma does not believe this and calls him nasty. Launch, in good form, wonders where Master Roshi could be. Master Shen steps in, saying that Master Roshi does not want to see his students lose. Bulma says, then you must want to see your students lose. Oolong gives up on searching for Master Roshi, and Master Shen offers help in search. Back in the contestant waiting room, Jackie Chan thinks to himself that Tien and Chiaotzu are both terrible disciples, and Master Shen has taught them badly. The announcer tells the fighters to gather. Goku greets the announcer, who tells them not to destroy the stadium this time. The announcer tells the fighters to pick the number when their name is called, to determine who fights who. Jackie Chan is called up first. Tien tells Chiaotzu to give Jackie Chan a moderately skilled opponent since he's the previous champion. One of the finalists, Manwolf, is growling at Jackie Chan. Tien asks if he has anything against Jackie Chan, but Manwolf just tells him to shut up. Tien tells Chiaotzu to make Jackie Chan fight Manwolf. Jackie Chan draws 4. Yamcha is called up next, and Tien tells Chiaotzu he wants to fight that one. Chiaotzu telepathically switches around the numbers, causing Yamcha to pick 1. Another finalist called Pumput is called up next. Chiaotzu switches the numbers around, and Pumput gets 7. Next, Tien is called up. Chiaotzu switches the numbers again, and Tien gets 2. Yamcha says that it's too bad that Tien will lose in the first match, and Tien returns the insult. Krillin is called up next, and Chiaotzu telepathically makes him pick number 6. Next, the announcer calls up Manwolf, calling him Wolfman. Manwolf corrects the announcer, explaining that the Wolfman turns into a moon at the full moon, while the Manwolf turns into a man at the full moon. Krillin wonders what the difference is. Manwolf walks past Jackie Chan and growls at him. Jackie Chan wonders what his problem is. Chiaotzu switches around the numbers, and Manwolf gets number 3. He laughs happily. Krillin wonders why he's so happy about fighting Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan hopes that Manwolf is not gay. The announcer struggles to pronounce Chiaotzu's name, Gyoza, until Chiaotzu corrects him. Chiaotzu gets number 5, paired up to fight with Krillin. Krillin is relieved, having thought that he'd have to fight Goku. The announcer says that only Goku is left, so he gets number 8, paired up to fight against Penput. Goku rushes over to the box to pick his number and make sure. Goku says, wow, you're right, are you magic? Tien says, does Master Roshi teach you bad jokes as well? The fights will be Yamcha versus Tien, Jackie Chan versus Manwolf, Krillin versus Chiaotzu, and Goku versus Penput. The announcer asks if Goku wants to eat right before the fight, and he happily agrees. Tien says that Goku has no class. Krillin says it's quite a coincidence that we don't have to fight against each other right from the start then. Tien says, good job with the matchups, Chiaotzu. Chiaotzu agrees and telepathically floats all the numbers into the air. Back in the crowd, Bulma and the others wonder where Master Roshi could be. Por says, and Miss Launch got us such good seats too. There's a flashback of evil Launch firing her gun to scare away other spectators. Launch, still in good form, is confused. Bulma tells Oolong to go search for Master Roshi again, but he refuses since the fighting will start soon. Master Shen steps in, telling him that he told the promoters to search. Suddenly, a woman starts speaking over the loudspeaker. Attention, there is a lost old man. He's very bald, over 300 years old, and he's got a dirty look on his face. Please contact us if you find him. In the contestant waiting room, Goku says that sounds like Master Roshi. Yamcha wonders if he's lost. Jackie Chan says that sounds nothing like him. Bulma tells Master Shen that it was very rude to do. Master Shen says if he has good traits, please tell me. Oolong cannot think of one, and Launch scolds him. The announcer steps into the ring and welcomes everyone to the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament. The finalists warm up inside the waiting room. The winner of this tournament gets 500,000 zeni. Master Shen tells Bulma and the others that they should just buy a machine to heal injuries, which annoys them. The announcer explains that if you fall out of the ring, give up, or go down for a count of 10, you lose. They then start match 1, Yamcha versus Tien. Yamcha says, now I no longer have to listen to you. Tien says, why, because you'd be dead? They both step into the ring. The announcer explains that Yamcha is a disciple of Master Roshi, and 3 of Master Roshi's students have made it to the final rounds. Goku says that Master Roshi must be very special. The announcer explains that Tien is the disciple of Master Roshi's arch-rival Master Shen. 2 of Master Shen's students have made it to the final rounds. Chiaotzu calls Krillin baldy again, angering him. Master Shen says, "How dare you compare me to that old man?" Jackie Chan says the same thing to himself. Yamcha says he'll win this one quickly, and Tien tells him just to try. They get into their fighting stances, and Yamcha tells Tien to get ready. Tien vows to silence Yamcha quickly enough. Krillin thinks it'll be an easy match for Yamcha, but Goku disagrees and has a flashback of his fight with Tien in the wilderness 3 years ago. Bulma and Puar cheer for Yamcha, thinking he'll win. Yamcha lunges at Tien and throws a punch, which is blocked. Tien punches and Yamcha leaps away. Tien unleashes a barrage of punches, which Yamcha manages to block and dodge. Tien kicks, but Yamcha leaps into the sky. Yamcha comes back down to the kick, which Tien blocks, and Yamcha flips back. Tien lunges at Yamcha and leaps behind him. Yamcha tries an elbow, which Tien blocks. Yamcha dodges a barrage of punches and pummels Tien. Tien manages to duck under a punch and throws his own, but Yamcha dodges. Yamcha elbows Tien across the face. Yamcha unleashes a barrage of punches, which Tien dodges. Yamcha dodges a few punches and catches the last one. He kicks Tien in the stomach, sending him back a bit. Tien punches, but Yamcha catches it. Tien knees Yamcha to the ground. He rushes in and unleashes a barrage of punches on the downed Yamcha. Yamcha swiftly rolls along the ring, dodging each punch. Yamcha kicks Tien in the chin and gets back up. Tien kicks Yamcha to the other end of the ring and lunges back at him. Yamcha leaps back into the sky, followed by Tien, and they go into a flurry of fast-paced fighting. Yamcha hammers Tien to the ground, but they both land safely. The crowd is in shock. Goku says they're both doing great. Yamcha thinks this is harder than he thought. Tien thinks to himself that he never thought Yamcha could be this strong. Yamcha declares that he's going to use the new Wolf Fang blowing wind attack, and Tien says it sounds interesting. Yamcha gets into his wind wolf stance, and images of 3 wolves appear around him as he prepares to continue the battle. Will the new Wolf Fang blowing wind attack work on this formidable opponent? Yamcha uses his Wolf Fang blowing wind, but although he's able to stand his ground and cut his opponent's cheek, the move is shown to not be strong enough to finish him off. He lands dozens of kicks on Tien Shinhan, who in response builds up his strength and holds his position so he's able to withstand the assault. As the hand-to-hand combat continues, Tien Shinhan begins to gain an advantage and shows that he's too strong for Yamcha. To everyone's surprise, Yamcha fires a Kamehameha, but Tien reflects it back at him. Yamcha is able to jump out of the way to avoid it, but Tien jumps up behind him and kicks him hard to the ground, the impact being enough to render him unconscious. Tien, however, comes down hard on Yamcha's leg, breaking it. Once Tien is declared the winner, Puar rushes in and transforms into a flying carpet to transport Yamcha to Papaya Hospital. Goku is angered over Tien's merciless move as the match had already been decided by the fall and vows to avenge him. Tien speaks with Chiaotzu, believing that he just defeated the strongest student of the Turtle School and now their victory is all but assured. Everyone heads to the hospital to see Yamcha, who has now regained consciousness, and Goku promises to beat Tien. Afterwards, they go to a local restaurant only for the Crane School to be at the next table, gloating over their victory, which causes Master Roshi and Master Shen to have a spat. The following day, the next match is between Jackie Chan and Manwolf, the latter showing a deep hatred over the former over something that he did 3 years ago, though Jackie Chan has no idea why. In the crowd, many audience members are betting upon who will win the next match. Jackie Chan versus Manwolf. One of the competitors, Pemput, arrives at the World Martial Arts Tournament, and 3 girls in the audience swoon over him. Tien Shinhan and Chiaotzu arrive, and the 3 girls discuss that he has also made the final rounds. Goku arrives badly needing to use the bathroom, so a priest points out his direction. Some audience members wonder if Goku is really that strong. Those 3 girls enter the contestant waiting room to push over to Pemput for his autograph. Manwolf growls at Jackie Chan again. Jackie Chan wonders what's with this guy as he can feel a great hatred coming from him. The World Tournament announcer steps in, telling Jackie Chan and Manwolf to get ready for their match. The 3 girls go to Jackie Chan for his autograph. Jackie Chan obviously enjoys this and offers to give a free kiss. They all giggle and playfully call him a dirty old man. Manwolf starts growling even more, scaring the girls a bit. They discuss his ability to turn into a man at the full moon and comment on how tacky that is. Next, the 3 girls go to Tien and Chiaotzu for their autograph. Manwolf shouts, "This is all your fault, I'm gonna kill you." He prepares to attack, but the announcer stops him. The 3 girls walk away in fear. Tien wonders why Manwolf hates Jackie Chan so much. As Manwolf walks away, a piece of paper drops from his back pocket. Chiaotzu uses his psychic abilities to float it over and gives it to Tien. Meanwhile, at the Papaya Hospital, Bulma helps the injured Yamcha walk through a hall. Yamcha says the second match should be starting pretty soon. Bulma asks if his leg still hurts, and Yamcha assures that it's no big deal. Bulma angrily stamps your foot, accidentally stepping on Yamcha's injured leg, causing him to scream out in pain. Back at the tournament, the match between Jackie Chan and Manwolf begins. The announcer tells the crowd that Jackie Chan was the winner of the last tournament, and Manwolf has the ability to turn into a man at the full moon. Manwolf vows to tear Jackie Chan to shreds. Jackie Chan asks why the Manwolf hates him so much. Manwolf tells him to search his memory back to 3 years ago. Tien realizes why Manwolf is so mad. Krillin is confused, and Goku wonders if it was the time that he fought Jackie Chan 3 years ago. Krillin suddenly points out that Tien and Chiaotzu are floating, and astonished Goku states, "What an amazing ability." Krillin responds, "Wait, that means that we can't toss those 2 out of bounds." Manwolf tells Jackie that his punch will help him remember. He throws a punch, which Jackie Chan easily dodges. He swipes his claw, but Jackie Chan just leaps over Manwolf and kicks him in the back of the head. Jackie Chan claims, I still know what you're talking about." Manwolf shouts, "This isn't a joke." Jackie Chan asks if it was the time that he farted and nobody knew. Manwolf throws a punch, yelling that he can fart too. Jackie Chan easily leaps over Manwolf's punch and asks if it was the time that he peeked at a girl's panties. Manwolf decides to help him remember. There's a flashback to the fight of Goku and Jackie Chan at the tournament 3 years ago. Manwolf was there and was shocked when he saw Goku transform into a great ape. Jackie Chan then used a max power Kamehameha to destroy the moon. The flashback ends. Chiaotzu finishes reading an article from the paper that they picked up, which talks about how the moon is now gone because of Jackie Chan. Manwolf says, "Because of you, I can never turn back into a human. Girls will never look at me again. Do you know how that feels?" Jackie Chan replies no, causing Manwolf to fall over, comedic anime style. He gets back up and vows to kill Jackie Chan for destroying the moon. Girls don't like hairy guys with big black noses. Jackie Chan tells him to get a wolf girlfriend. Manwolf replies that he hates hairy girls. Jackie Chan calls him picky and walks away feeling bored. Manwolf lunges at Jackie Chan in a rage and throws a punch, but Jackie Chan disappears. He looks around and is shocked to find Jackie Chan laying comfortably behind him. Jackie Chan gets back up and easily dodges a barrage of punches from Manwolf. He kicks Manwolf right in the face and he drops to the ground in pain. The crowd is in shock and Manwolf gets back up. Goku says that Jackie Chan is very strong and hopes to fight him again. Tien says, "Looks like I'll be facing that geezer in the semifinals. I never fought anyone that skilled before." Chiaotzu asks if he can really tell just from watching. Tien says, "Yeah, I can tell by the way he moves, the way he breathes." Jackie Chan dodges a couple more swipes, but Manwolf leaps over him and kicks him in the back of the head, sending him back into the ground in pain. Man-Wolf gets up and Jackie-chan tells him to give up before he gets hurt. Man-Wolf says, "Grr, I'm a 30th degree martial artist." Jackie-chan does not care and starts gazing at pretty women in the audience. Man-Wolf lunges at Jackie-chan, but Jackie just leaps up and kicks him to the ground again. He continues to gaze at pretty women. Man-Wolf gets up and unleashes another barrage of punches, but Jackie-chan still dodges. Jackie-chan kicks Man-Wolf, sending him slamming into a wall. The announcer begins a 10 count, and Turtle says that Jackie-chan reminds him of Master Roshi. Man-Wolf gets up and weakly approaches Jackie-chan, refusing to lose. There's a flashback of Man-Wolf's training. First, he beat up on a wooden doll of Jackie-chan. After that, he spent months training against a large tree, until it finally collapsed in the winter. The flashback ends, and Man-Wolf tells Jackie-chan that he trained so hard just to beat him. Jackie-chan asks if he still really wants to fight. Man-Wolf suddenly takes out a knife to everyone's shock. The announcer tells Man-Wolf to put the knife away or he'll be disqualified. Man-Wolf tells him to shut up. Jackie-chan says, "It's okay, I'm still gonna win." Man-Wolf swipes the knife towards Jackie-chan's heart, but Jackie-chan easily catches it. He lifts the knife into the air along with Man-Wolf on the other end. He tosses Man-Wolf into a wall, keeping the knife in his grasp. He flicks the knife and sticks it into the wall, just barely missing Man-Wolf's head. Jackie-chan says, "I guess I'm just gonna turn you back into a man." Man-Wolf says, "What? Don't lie." Jackie-chan says, "I'm not lying, but we must finish the match first. Give up." Man-Wolf refuses. Jackie-chan says, "Hey, I'm trying to be nice since I destroyed the moon." He asks Man-Wolf for his paw. Man-Wolf starts acting like a dog and shakes Jackie-chan's hand. He regains his senses and tells Jackie-chan to stop. Jackie-chan apologizes and then tells Man-Wolf to heal, which he does, acting like a dog again. Man-Wolf once again regains his senses. "Stop making fun of me." The crowd laughs. Jackie-chan takes out a bone and tosses it out of the ring. Man-Wolf leaps out of the ring and fetches the bone once again like a dog. Suddenly he realizes what has just happened. Jackie-chan is announced the winner. Man-Wolf is enraged and lunges back at Jackie-chan. Jackie-chan simply sticks out 2 fingers, which jab Man-Wolf in the forehead, paralyzing him. Jackie-chan says, "I'm just trying to turn you back into a man, but you won't listen." Krillin wonders how Jackie-chan intends to do this at the moon. Jackie-chan tells Krillin to come over, so Krillin steps into the ring with him. Jackie-chan tells Krillin to turn around, which he does. Next, he tells Man-Wolf to look at Krillin's head. Krillin says, "You really plan to use my head as the moon? If my head was like a full moon, Goku would have transformed a long time ago." Jackie-chan says he's going to use hypnosis, and he quickly hypnotizes Man-Wolf. Man-Wolf stares deeply into Krillin's head, and he suddenly pictures it as a full moon. This causes him to turn back into a short, ugly man with big lips and messy black hair. Everyone is shocked. Man-Wolf cheers happily and thanks Jackie, apologizing for being so angry earlier. He rushes off, glad that he hit on girls again. Jackie-chan says that didn't really change much. Krillin says he looked better as a wolf. The announcer says they will now start match 3. Chiaotzu versus Full Moon Head Krillin. Before the excitement dies down, Krillin is annoyed by the comment. Tien says, "Chiaotzu, it's your turn." Chiaotzu floats into the ring prepared to fight Krillin. Moments before the next matchup, Bulma and the others try to order refreshments. The waiters, however, are too scared to get close because of a nearby seated bandaged fighter who had previously been beaten by Chiaotzu. Yamcha, still in the hospital, asks Poor to go down to the tournament so he can watch and later report the result of the fight back to him. Krillin and Chiaotzu begin their semi-final match. Chiaotzu reveals that he has the ability to fly. Before Krillin can lay a hand on him, he floats up above the ring. After a physical confrontation where Krillin catches Chiaotzu out with a math question, which he's unable to answer, Chiaotzu starts firing Dodon Rays at Krillin, who is forced to run wildly around the ring to avoid them. Goku realizes the Dodon Ray is the same technique that was used by Mercenary Tao. Tien Shinhan overhears Goku talking about the Dodon Ray and asks what he knows about it, so Goku tells him that Tao used it before he killed them. Tien is shocked to hear this because Tao was one of the strongest men he ever knew. Jackie-chan tells Goku that Tao was Master Shen's brother. Tien tells Shen about Tao, causing Shen to become even angry at Master Roshi's students. Meanwhile, Krillin tries to knock Chiaotzu out of the air but fails. He decides to try the Kamehameha wave even though he's never used it before. Jackie-chan tries to tell Krillin that he's not ready to use it, but Krillin still plans to go ahead with the move. On the last episode, Krillin started his fight with Chiaotzu. At the end of the episode, Chiaotzu started to form a Dodon Ray, and Krillin was charging a Kamehameha. They charge up both of their attacks with Chiaotzu firing the Dodon Ray and Krillin dodging it. The blast creates a smoke screen, and while it clears, Krillin's gone. Suddenly, Krillin appears behind Chiaotzu and blasts the Kamehameha right at him. Chiaotzu goes flying backwards in a spiral, but he uses his flying technique right before he hits the ground. When he gets back into the ring, Krillin lands a couple of good punches. Chiaotzu starts to do his special technique where he spins around and flies at Krillin's head first. Krillin gets hit by it a couple more times and tries it himself, but he was not good at it. Chiaotzu does a couple more attacks, but he misses and slams into the ground, and Krillin also holds Chiaotzu's head so he could not attack. Chiaotzu has another attack where he holds out his hands and makes Krillin feel like his stomach is on fire. Krillin can't take it and gets beaten up a lot. Eventually, he figures out how to stop him. He tells Chiaotzu to add and subtract numbers, so he uses his hands to count and his stomach would not hurt. Krillin does and hits Chiaotzu right out of the ring. The night after the match, Master Shen attempts to kill Goku. Tien Shinhan sees Master Shen leaving his bed and follows him secretly. Shen finds Goku asleep and tries to kill him, but Goku then defends himself. Tien arrives, holds Shen back, and promises him to kill Goku while fighting in the World Martial Arts Tournament in front of Goku's master, Roshi. The episode starts out with the gang eating before the tournament. Master Roshi advises Goku that fighting on a full stomach is not wise, so Goku decides to take some food with him as a snack for later. Launch then brings up Pumput, Goku's opponent. Goku is then informed that Pumput has won every fight he's ever been in, yet this only arouses his curiosity. Pumput's manager, Vodka, and his bodyguards are now seen heading up to Pumput's suite, parting through a crowd of fans outside the door. The latter is training and the manager asks to come in. After a brief acknowledgement of Pumput's fame, he and Vodka then discuss the tournament and bring up Goku. The manager insists on telling more about Goku, but Pumput retorts that he could not care less and continues training. Back at the tournament, Master Roshi is out flirting with a few girls. He asks them what they like best about the tournament. The first girl, who is blonde with green eyes and a red bow, says that she does not enjoy the fighting, but she loves the costumes. The next girl, who has short purple hair and purple eyes, says she feels a strong sense of community when she's with the crowd. The third girl, who is overweight and a brunette with 2 pigtails, says she loves the ice cream cones. The whole while, Master Roshi is ogling them. Then he states that he has pupils who are competing in the tournament and calls Goku and Krillin over. As Roshi continues talking about himself, the 3 girls are now cooing over little Goku and Krillin, adoring Goku's hair and tail and Krillin's bald head. Roshi gets jealous, so he angrily suggests the 2 boys have a training session, since they obviously have so much time on their hands. Goku, Krillin, and Roshi prepare to spar with the 3 girls rooting them on. Meanwhile, Vodka is silently spying on them from the doorway. Goku's up first, and Roshi tells him to give it everything he's got. As Goku starts to show his skills, everyone's amazed. Master Roshi even admits that out of all the times he's sparred Goku, it's never hurt before. The girls are thunderstruck. Vodka analyzes Goku and admits that his speed, flow, and execution are absolutely perfect. However, she still enjoys thinking about the fact that Goku doesn't sell movie tickets or t-shirts, so he has nothing to worry about money-wise. After Goku's finished sparring, he still wants to work out, so he takes a run. Vodka then says that he's worried that if Pimple is defeated, he would lose everything. Next, Bulma and Oolong are wondering where Launch is. She happens to be waiting for an ice cream. As she gets her cones, she notices Vodka and his bodyguards talking to Goku on the side of the road. Vodka lies and says that the tournament has moved location, with the goal in mind being that he would get in the car with them so he would not be prisoner of the magic Pumput. Launch then goes after the car in a borrowed motorcycle. Back at the arena, the tournament's about to start. Master Roshi, now Jackie Chun, is worried that Goku is not there. Meanwhile, the chase goes on. Launch yells for Vodka to pull over, but they refuse and gain speed. So does Launch. Vodka and his goons drive into a dead end and are forced to stop. After Launch knocks out the bodyguard, she informs Goku that it was all a lie and the tournament is about to commence without him. The announcer introduces Pumput and Goku, but Goku's nowhere to be found. He's busy making his way to the tournament by running, even on top of cars. Just as they're about to forfeit him, Goku arrives. After a few jabs, Pumput decides to show off his skills. The fight begins, and Pumput rushes Goku, but Goku easily wins by throwing 3 lightning-fast elbow hits to Pumput's stomach, knocking him out. The episode is finished with Tien Shinhan silently threatening Goku. The episode begins with Tien Shinhan talking about Jackie Chun and his skills. Master Shen even admits that so little is known about him and he's very dangerous. Tien spots Jackie with Goku and his friends, so he decides to test Jackie's strength against Chiaotzu's. Turtle then asks everyone where Master Roshi has went, since they do not know he's really Jackie Chun. Krillin teases that he's out being rejected by countless girls, so Jackie hits Krillin in the head. Launch suggests that he's down at the shops, and Jackie likes this idea, so he slips away to the shop so he can ogle at the girls. Meanwhile, Tien, Shen, and Chiaotzu follow Jackie to the shops. They notice a little boy on his father's shoulders playing with a toy gun, and Tien gets an idea. Jackie, however, is hanging out at a kiosk, pretending to be interested in the merchandise. The whole time he was staring at the salesgirl's cleavage. The little boy pretends to aim at Jackie, but when he shoots, the piece of cork that covers the gun shoots out and is headed directly for Jackie Chun. At that very moment, he quickly leans in forward to get a better look at the salesgirl's cleavage, narrowly missing the fired piece of cork. Master Shen, though, thinks that Jackie's caught wind of Tien's scheme and are admiring his speed. The salesgirl hits Jackie, but realizing he was dodging the gunfire, she apologizes. At the hospital, Yamcha is informed by Poir of Pemput's easy defeat. He is also informed that Jackie Chun will be fighting Tien Shinhan, and Yamcha begins to remember his encounter with Tien. He wishes Jackie Chun would win, yet he's very unsure. Elsewhere, Tien vowed to defeat Jackie Chun and set Goku as his main goal. The match is about to commence, and the tension is extremely high. As the match starts, Goku is unsure that Jackie can win. Tien first rushes Jackie, and both fighters are able to hit and block each other equally. However, Jackie works around one of Tien's move, grabs him by the ankle, and flings him out of the arena. As it seems that Tien's going to fall, he reveals that he has the power to levitate and floats back into the ring. Then he once again rushes Jackie, and it seems he's disappeared. Really, Tien was just moving extremely fast. Aiming for Jackie's feet, he attempts to knock him over, but Jackie jumps out of the way. Then the two go en l'air and display a spectacular series of punches from each side. The crowd is amazed when they come back down to the ground and both fighters are out of breath. Now Jackie Chun rushes Tien with the after-image technique. He creates 8 versions of himself that rapidly spin around Tien in an attempt to confuse him. As Tien is baffled, the Jackies circling closer and closer and assault him with punches and kicks. As they move into a wider circle, Tien uses his 3 eyes to zero in on the real Jackie Chun and kicks him up against the wall. Jackie gets up and admits he underestimated Tien, and removes his coat and powers up. Tien then uses a rush technique performed with his arms, but the old-timer easily finds and grabs his arms and split kicks him into the air. Just as everyone thought it was over, Tien lands swiftly and onto the arena. He then knees Jackie several times and grabs him in a chokehold. After a series of cartwheels and a very angry lash out from each fighter, they land on either side of the arena, worn out and out of breath. The next episode starts out with Yamcha, who's still in the hospital and yearns to see the fight. Just as he says that, a nurse walks into the room with a radio and gives it to the latter. Yamcha thanks her and begins catching up the fight of Jackie Chun versus Tien Shinhan. Back at the fight, the two competitors are poised, ready to continue. Suddenly, Tien jumps into the sky and then tries to hit Jackie from above, but Jackie dodges. They then throw a series of punches and kicks, but not as fast as before because it's clear that they're much more tired now. Tien then bicycle kicks Jackie to the edge of the arena. As Jackie realizes where he is and gets up, Tien grabs him and starts pushing him closer to the edge. However, Jackie still has some tricks up his sleeve as well. He crushes Tien's hands in an attempt to slow him down. Still, it seems that Tien has the upper hand here. As they reach the edge, Master Shen and the crowd are getting impatient, but Jackie will not budge. Tien gives his opponent a few headbutts. Jackie Chun then grabs Tien, leans backwards really far, then springs off and over him, landing safely in the middle of the arena. After the suspenseful moment, Jackie is now admitting that Tien is one of the most gifted fighters he's ever faced, yet he undermines his own ability due to his horrible ethics. Tien retorts that he does not care and admits that he wasn't even fighting seriously. He then squats down and performs the solar flare, a super bright energy technique that blinds Jackie in the crowd, except for Master Shen and the announcer who are wearing sunglasses. He then proceeds to knee Jackie in the back of the neck, rendering him unconscious. The announcer then states that this trick, though cheap, is allowed and begins a countdown. Just as he was about to reach 10, Jackie stands up, amazing Tien. Tien asks how it's possible to recover so quickly after an attack like that, and Jackie replies that he cannot know until he ditches the destructive path he was set on. He even made a jab about Shen, which set Tien off and he goes on the offensive, refusing to listen. On the sidelines, Shen is beginning to get suspicious about Jackie's identity. After Tien's assault, Jackie Chun continues pressing on his jabs and calls his last kick sloppy. He claims that Tien's mind is not focused, but it's not his fault that his mind is messed up. He says that Master Shen was always gifted with deception. Just as he says that, Shen realizes that Jackie Chun is merely Master Roshi in disguise. He telepathically tells it to Tien, who then prepares a powerful Kamehameha. However, Jackie is able to deflect it away from the audience. Tien then claims that he can learn any technique, and Jackie advises that he must keep a level head in order to succeed, and that he can teach him. He then gallantly walks out of the ring saying that his era has ended. Shen claims that Roshi forfeited to avoid the humiliation of losing, but Tien disputes this, saying that Roshi wasn't afraid and, if anything, was holding back. Krillin and Goku excitedly anticipate their upcoming fight. Following Jackie Chan's withdrawn, Tien walks away with mixed feelings, wanting to be left alone to think. As Goku and Krillin prepare for their match, Krillin makes him promise that he'll fight him seriously and will not hold back just because they're friends, to which Goku complies. Meanwhile, Jackie Chan is changing back into his Master Roshi persona when Tien shows up. He asks about the disguise and Roshi tells him it's for the benefit of his students. Tien tells him that he aims to take Mercenary Tao's place as the world's #1 assassin. Roshi shrugs it off, saying that it'll never happen as Tien has a conscience. Goku and Krillin start their semi-final match in the World Martial Arts Tournament. After several minutes of fighting, they seem evenly matched. Goku jumps high into the air and Krillin follows him. The sun reflects off of Krillin's bald head and blinds Goku, allowing Krillin to kick him to the ground. Goku somehow lands on his feet and attacks Krillin as he falls. Krillin sucks in some air, causing him to inflate like a balloon and float, thus throwing off Goku's timing. Meanwhile, while the two spirited youths battle on, Tien Shinhan confronts Master Roshi to ask him why he quit the match. Master Roshi tells Tien that he's not a killer even though he acts like it. He says that Tien has a conscience and that'll make him into a hero. Tien tries to ignore Roshi's teachings and promises to kill Goku just to prove him wrong. Goku and Krillin continue their fight. Goku runs towards Krillin, creating a Kamehameha wave as he goes. He jumps into the air and uses the wave to blast him into Krillin. The announcer begins to count, but Krillin gets up so they continue fighting with an intense back and forth of martial arts skill. Goku gets several powerful hits on Krillin, who realizes that he only has one chance to win. He fires a Kamehameha wave at Goku despite being told not to as it won't be strong enough. Surely enough, Goku easily blocks it with a single hand. Suddenly, Krillin appears behind Goku and grabs his tail. Goku passes out and the announcer begins counting as Krillin begins to celebrate early. Before he reaches 10, Goku gets up and slams Krillin into the ground, saying that during the last 3 years he worked with his tail until the weakness was gone. Krillin fools Goku and gets in a cheap shot, causing the two of them to launch into another furious bout. After Krillin hits him again, Goku appears to have vanished. Instead, he is in fact using a tremendous burst of speed to appear invisible to the naked eye. Goku closed in on Krillin and with 8 strikes knocks Krillin out of the ring to win the match. The audience believed the fight to have a disappointing climax, thinking that Krillin simply fell out of the ring. Tien Shinhan, however, knows the truth that ordinary people simply could not have followed what Goku did, praising his skill and looking forward to their match. Yamcha, eager to watch the final match between Goku and Tien Shinhan, sneaks out of the hospital against hospital policy. Oolong transforms into a giant ogre to save front row seats for everyone, only for Puar to show up, who transforms into a larger monster having the same idea. At the hotel, Tien meditates in preparation for his match, but Master Roshi's words to him from the day before distract him and begin to sway him. As the time for the final match arrives, all the spectators, including Goku and Tien's supporters, show up to the stands. Krillin wishes Goku good luck in his match, and Master Roshi, unable to see clearly from the back of the crowd, joins Krillin's side after requesting a better view of the match. The match finally starts. Right away, Goku attacks. He grabs Tien Shinhan's leg with his tail and swings him around to punch him in the face. Tien flies up into the air and Goku flies up after him. Tien hits Goku with a Dodon Ray, blasting him down through the floor of the ring. Goku jumps up from the rubble and continues the assault. He tries his disappearing trick again, but Tien's 3 eyes help him keep track of Goku's movements. While Goku's running around, Tien hits him, sending him flying into the wall of the ring. Tien pins Goku against the wall and beats him mercilessly. Tien Shinhan grabs Goku and uses his volleyball attack on him. Knocking him up in the air, he spikes Goku down hard to the ground, but to his surprise, Goku gets up. He says that throughout the tournament he'd only be using a fraction of his strength, what he refers to as his tournament power, to protect his opponent, but now he is going at full power. He unleashes a brutal assault on Tien and then starts conjuring a Kamehameha, but stops, realizing that Tien would have dodged it and it would have wasted unnecessary energy. Tien meditates briefly and they continue the match. The two exchange blows with such speed that the onlookers are amazed. Even Master Roshi comments the two moving as though they were a blur. Slowly, however, Goku's vicious assault nearly pushes Tien out of the ring, but Tien is able to counter it at the last moment. Goku then creates 10 after images of himself to confuse Tien, and when Tien attacks one of the false images, Goku appears from behind him and knocks him down. Tien uses his solar flare technique that he previously used on Jackie Chan to create a blinding light and goes in for the finish, but is surprised when he's struck hard in the stomach by Goku, being able to see him clearly due to him borrowing Master Roshi's sunglasses. While handing the sunglasses back to Master Roshi, a momentary lapse in concentration allows Tien to hit Goku hard against the wall, which in turn breaks the sunglasses, much to his dismay. Krillin takes a good look at his master, believing him to look familiar. Not wanting Krillin to catch on that he's actually Jackie Chan, he shouts at his student to pay attention to the match so he can learn something. Goku jumps in for an attack but is mysteriously frozen, allowing Tien to knock him down. Goku once again gets frozen in midair, allowing Tien Shinhan to kick him down to the ground. Goku uses a Kamehameha to prevent landing outside the ring. He attacks Tien but is frozen again. Yamcha realizes Chaozu is using his powers to paralyze Goku. Tien hits Goku dozens of times, nearly knocking him out. Goku gets up and kicks Tien in the face, but is frozen once again. Tien once again pounds Goku mercilessly. Realizing that he's winning too easily, Tien figures out that Chaozu is helping him and forces him to stop, wanting to beat Goku in a fair fight. Seeing the error in Master Shen's teachings, Tien refuses to kill Goku. Shen tries to kill Chaozu, but Master Roshi hits him with a Kamehameha, blasting Shen out of the arena. Goku then attacks Tien with incredible force. Afterward, Tien says that he let Goku beat up on him to make up for the beating that Goku took while he was paralyzed. Suddenly, Tien grows 2 extra arms from out his back. With 4 arms, Tien Shinhan clearly has an advantage over Goku. He nearly pushes him out of the ring, forcing Goku to jump up. Tien grabs Goku's arms and legs and repeatedly headbutts him to knock the wind out of him. Goku begins to smack Tien in the face with his tail, forcing Tien to let him go. Goku then moves his arms with such speed that he appears to grow 6 extra ones to counter Tien's 4. The two of them continue fighting until they simultaneously knock each other down. The count reaches 8 before they both stand up. Goku trips Tien and grabs his legs in a submission hold. He pulls on his legs, causing Tien tremendous pain. Tien's extra arms reach up and choke Goku, but they quickly give up. After a long struggle, Tien's legs flip Goku off him and into a wall. Goku gets up, so Tien decides to use the Tri-Beam Cannon, a devastatingly powerful attack that shortens the life of the wielder whenever it's used. Warning Goku, Tien floats high above the ring and fires the tri-beam on Goku. When the dust clears, the entire ring is gone, leaving a gaping hole in the ground. Goku is nowhere to be found. Everyone looks up and finds Goku miles above the surface. Tien Shinhan floats up and tells Goku that he never meant to hit him with a tri-beam cannon. He just wanted to knock him out of bounds, and since there is no stage to land on and since Tien can fly, Goku seems to have no chance. With a reverse Kamehameha, Goku blasts himself into Tien and headbutts him into the stomach hard. As they rapidly approach the surface, Goku is hit by a car, causing him to touch the ground slightly before Tien. The World Tournament announcer declares that Tien is the winner, and the entire crowd rushes towards the landing side and celebrates Tien's victory. Unable to comprehend the praise being bestowed upon him, Master Roshi lets him enjoy it. Later, Tien offers Goku half of his prize money as he feels that he was the true winner of the match, but Goku declines the offer as he has nothing to spend it on. Tien apologizes to Yamcha for breaking his leg and then takes everyone out to dinner. Right before they eat, Goku realizes that he left the power pole and the 4-star Dragon Ball at the arena, so Krillin leaves to get it for him. While they're eating, Goku has a terrible feeling and suddenly runs back to the arena where he finds Krillin dead and the announcer injured. The announcer tells Goku that a monster killed Krillin, stole the Dragon Ball, and a list of names from the World Martial Arts Tournament. King Piccolo Saga. Krillin has been found dead. Furious, Goku has the Dragon Radar from Bulma and sets out to track the culprit down despite his master's orders not to leave. As Goku sets out on a quest for revenge, his friends attempt to learn the identity of Krillin's killers. All clues lead to Master Roshi's past, an evil that could destroy the world. The story of King Piccolo is revealed by Master Roshi, who explains that King Piccolo once plunged the world in a terror with his demon army, until Roshi's master, Master Mutaito, sealed him away in an electric rice cooker using his evil containment wave technique, which cost him his life. It's revealed that Emperor Pilaf and his gang found the electric rice cooker and freed King Piccolo and told him of the Dragon Balls. Doing so, they hope that once King Piccolo takes over the world, he'll grant them a section of the planet to rule over. King Piccolo now wants the roster of all the martial artists that participated in the last World Martial Arts Tournament so that he can never be at risk of being sealed away again, as well as the Dragon Balls to grant him a wish. Goku catches up with the murderer of Krillin. The killer is a demon named Tambourine who gladly tells Goku about how he killed Krillin for the Dragon Ball and a list of fighters in the Martial Arts Society. Tambourine beats up Goku by blasting a mouth energy wave at the flying Nimbus, causing Goku to fall into the woods. Tambourine then attacks Goku again until Goku is no longer conscious. He continues back to King Piccolo thinking that Goku's dead. Meanwhile, back at the World Martial Arts Tournament, the gang decides to go back to the Kame house with Krillin's dead body. When Tambourine gets back to Pilaf's flying base, King Piccolo tells him to post the Martial Arts Society pictures on the wall. King Piccolo commands Tambourine to go and kill the entire Martial Arts Society to make sure that no one can use the evil containment wave to jump again. Tambourine goes and kills King Chappa and his students at King Chappa's temple, and Pempa during one of his kickboxing matches just as Pempa beats his 20th straight opponent. The episode ends on a suspenseful note with Goku lying unconscious on the forest floor. Tambourine continues his killing rampage by killing Bacterian with his shocker flatline. Back on Pilaf's flying base, King Piccolo creates a third child who he names Symbol to help him collect the Dragon Balls quicker. The Piccolo disregards that, saying that once he obtains all the Dragon Balls, aging will no longer be an issue. Emperor Pilaf tries to bargain with Piccolo for a part of the world once Piccolo takes over, as he owes his freedom to him, only to have Piccolo growl at him. In the forest where Tambourine left Goku for dead last episode, Goku wakes up to a frog licking his nose and finding himself starving, and attempts to eat some food. Hilarity ensues as a fruit tries to eat him instead, and a kangaroo that he intends to eat punches him a couple of times. Somewhere above, Tambourine flies on, looking at Manwolf's roster page. Back at the Kame house, Master Roshi and the gang tell Tien Shinhan and Chiatsu about the Dragon Balls and think of a plan to defeat King Piccolo using the Dragon Balls instead of resurrecting Krillin immediately. Bulma offers to make a freezing capsule to preserve Krillin's body for the year it would take for the Dragon Balls to turn back to normal. On the television, they see a report on the recent deaths of martial artists and connect the dots. Meanwhile, Master Roshi tells Bulma to get to work constructing another Dragon Radar as they don't know whether Goku is alive or not. Somewhere else, as villagers are washing clothes and their kids play in a river, Manwolf's body floats down river, bloody, with one of Tambourine's demon symbols impaled through him on a stick. Goku almost lost hope in finding food, but suddenly he catches a whiff of something cooking and runs towards it, finding a huge fish cooking above a fire and decides to eat it. Regaining his energy, he renews his vows of revenge against Tambourine for killing Krillin and checks his radar to begin locating him. Turning it on, he sees that there is a Dragon Ball somewhere right in his vicinity and he assumes it's Tambourine. Just as he begins looking around, a boulder is thrown at him and he dodges it. A stranger with a sword in his hip comes out, accusing Goku of stealing his food. The stranger tells Goku that he stole his breakfast, though Goku says that he cannot prove it was his fish. Goku sees that the stranger has a Dragon Ball hanging on his neck as a necklace and assumes that he works with Tambourine. However, as he notices later, the Mountain Man's ball was a 1-star ball, not the 4-star ball that Tambourine had stolen. Due to the misunderstanding, they start to fight. The fight does not last long as the misunderstanding gets resolved and Goku asks the man his name. The stranger says his name is Yajirobe and they chat for a while. Goku asks where Yajirobe got the Dragon Ball and Yajirobe says that he found it 3 years ago in a jungle. Symbol flies in for the Dragon Ball. Goku figures that Symbol works with Tambourine as they look similar and both want the Dragon Balls, and he and Yajirobe play rock paper scissors to decide who will fight Symbol. Yajirobe makes short work of Symbol and wins, slicing with half of the sword. King Piccolo senses the death of his son and scowls in pain. Meanwhile, Master Roshi has Kame House and the rest of the gang relocated to a different island to keep safe from King Piccolo for the time being, but Bulma and the others insist on getting the Dragon Balls before King Piccolo does. Bulma then creates a freezing capsule to keep Krillin's body in until they can wish him back. Yajirobe makes a fire and cooks Symbol as he's still hungry and upset at Goku for eating his breakfast. Goku advises him not to eat the monster as it is likely unhealthy or poisonous, and yet Yajirobe tells him to mind his own business. In short order, Yajirobe makes a steak out of Symbol and eats him, commenting that he's delicious and tastes like chicken. On Pilaf's flying base, King Piccolo tries again to telepathically communicate with Symbol, but to no success. Feeling angry at the loss of his son, he yells at the Pilaf gang for not being compassionate enough. Elsewhere, a group of animals are having a nice sunny day in their village, and a father and son bear are doing some fishing. Just as they catch a fish, Giran the Giras, one of the quarterfinalists from the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament, flies in, steals it, and bullies them cruelly. Just as he's about to beat them up, Tambourine arrives on the scene and steps on his tail, stopping his attack. A battle ensues, but Giran is clearly outmatched as none of his attacks do any damage whatsoever. He tries to use his special attack, the merry-go-round gum, to bind Tambourine, but to no effect as Tambourine breaks out in short order. Giran gets one good kick in before Tambourine strikes him so hard with his hand that it goes straight through Giras' stomach from side to side, killing him instantly. The two animals whom Giran was bullying come out to thank Tambourine for saving them, but Tambourine kills the father mercilessly and says to the son, "Giran was a job. Your father I killed for fun," before taking off. Aboard a plane, Tianjin Han, Chiaotzu, and Master Roshi spot a Dragon Ball on their Dragon radar 200 kilometers away and change course towards it. Tambourine is again shown flying, holding the roster kill list in his hand, and his next target is Yamcha. Back with Goku, Yajirobe finishes eating all of Symbol, and Goku tells him that because of his Dragon Ball, he's a target for Tambourine later on. Just as Goku's about to leave, he rushes back to ask Yajirobe for his Dragon Ball in order to bring Krillin back to life. Yajirobe is confused, so Goku tells him about Shenron and the wish you get when they're all collected. Tambourine spots the new Kame house on the side of a forested mountain region where Yamcha's hiding out. Yamcha is below practicing, and though his leg is still wrapped up, it appears the bone is healed and he's able to throw kicks and exercise. Landing, Tambourine asks for directions, and Bulma spills that they just moved from the place that he's looking for to a new area. Quickly, Tambourine recognizes Yamcha and they square off to fight. Yamcha takes a few hits and his leg gives out. Launch shoots at the monster, though it only serves to tickle him. Just as he is about to perform the same attack that he killed Giran with, King Piccolo makes telepathic contact with him. Piccolo is glad to hear that Tambourine has killed 7 fighters already and is working on the 8th, but tells his son that Symbol has been destroyed. Piccolo goes on to tell him to abandon his current assignment and destroy whoever killed Symbol right away. On some iceberg, Master Roshi, Tien, and Chiaotzu locate a Dragon Ball deep inside a shelf of ice. Tien destroys it with a powerful energy attack, recovering the Dragon Ball. Back with Yajirobe, Goku is still bargaining for the ball, and it looks like he's about to get it, putting Master Roshi's gang at 2 Dragon Balls to King Piccolo's 1. The episode starts with Master Roshi, Tianjin, and Chiaotzu speaking with what appears to be a pirate crew on some boat on treads, tearing its way through a forest. The leader of the crew toys with the 7-star Dragon Ball and requests a million zeni for it. Master Roshi, being unable to pay for that, offers the leader a lottery ticket and a beer coupon, but of course this does not work. The ruffians pull out their guns and attack the gang, but Chiaotzu uses his telekinetic powers to stop the bullets in the air. Master Roshi says those coupons are looking pretty good right about now, huh? As the pirates fall and a mass breaks, falling into the forest, and the leader's gun is shown in Tien's hands, revealing that he is the one who defeated him. Thus, the Bearman leader agreeably hands over the Dragon Ball to Master Roshi. Goku is following Yajirobe, asking for the Dragon Ball, though Yajirobe does not seem to want to give it up. Instead, he wants to sell it for a nice price, and he wants Goku to stop following him. Goku, however, believes that Tambourine will attack shortly and wants to be there when it happens so he can fight him. Yajirobe picks up speed, hoping to lose Goku, and a full-out chase occurs. Back on Pilaf's flying base, King Piccolo is getting madder and madder, and Piano's trying to calm him down. Tambourine gets in telepathic contact with Goku, having arrived in the place where the Dragon Ball's signal was coming from earlier, saying that there's no one there. Consulting their own radar again, Mai sees that the Dragon Ball is moving away at a tremendous speed while Goku is running after Yajirobe, heading northeast. After chasing each other across many different landscapes, they run out of breath and lay down on a riverbank to rest and catch some fish to eat. Their break is noticed and Tambourine approaches, though Goku and Yajirobe resume their chase as soon as they finish eating. Yajirobe cleverly kicks a rock while running away, and as Goku steps on it, it cracks, sending Goku down the river as Yajirobe chuckles and escapes. Piccolo tracks his movements, however, and directs Tambourine towards him. Master Roshi, Tien, and Chiaotzu are approaching another Dragon Ball elsewhere and approach a house. Tien knocks at the door and the man that sits inside recognizes Tien, clearly unfavorably. A flashback sequence happens and the man explains why he is Tien. As they fought in some ring in front of a large cheering audience, Tien wins the fight, but instead of stopping when he's got the win, he breaks the man's leg mercilessly. The man says he suffered 13 broken bones and it took him 2 years to make his way back to his house. Tien gives a heartfelt apology and asks for the Dragon Ball. The man laughs at him and refuses outright to have anything to do with Tien. Outside the house, Master Roshi and Chiaotzu note a bunch of police cars arriving. They bust into the house and wish to arrest Tien for the murder of all the martial artists. Tien stresses that he is not guilty and that King Piccolo is the culprit, but the police do not listen. Just as shots are about to be fired, Master Roshi walks into the house to try and defuse the situation. One officer recognizes him and listens to Master Roshi as he vouches for Tien. Tien again asks for the Dragon Ball, but the man still refuses to cooperate. Instead of getting mad, Tien gets down on his knees and begs forgiveness, even offering to let the man take his revenge on him and break his arms if he so wishes. The man hesitates but lowers his gun and forgives him, saying that he may have the Dragon Ball, which his sleeping baby is currently holding. Back on a farmer's cart that Yajirobe was using to hitch a lift from, an energy attack from above splits the air and blows it to bits. Tambourine lands nearby and begins to question the poor farmer on whether he killed his brother. Before he has a chance to respond, though, he spots Yajirobe and the Dragon Ball on his necklace. Yajirobe realizes that Goku was not lying, and just then Goku catches up, screaming that he's going to be the one to fight Tambourine. Yajirobe agrees on the condition that when Goku wins, he gets to eat the body. Tambourine acts fully surprised that Goku is alive, and he thought he'd killed him earlier in the forest, and cannot believe that these two guys had killed his brother. Tambourine laughs and cannot believe that Goku wants to challenge him again after he nearly killed him. Goku says that he'll win this time because he's at his full strength and not hungry. The episode ends with Goku squaring off against Tambourine. Back in the ship on their way to find the next Dragon Ball, Master Roshi has a flashback to the time that he first met Bulma and Goku when they saved Turtle and when Krillin arrived and wanted to stay with him to train. They spot a quickly moving dot on the dragon radar and head off towards it, hoping that it'll be Goku. Back at the fight scene, Tambourine taunts Goku, prompting him to attack. Moving impossibly quick, Goku attacks, confusing and scaring Tambourine. Taking advantage of the situation, Goku pummels the monster with strength and speed beyond that of his first fight against Tien Shinhan in the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament. Tambourine appears to be beaten so badly that Yajirobe assumes he was dead already and begins to think about eating him. However, Tambourine got up, though badly hurt, and fired a powerful mouth blast at Goku. It appears to incinerate Goku, and the beast begins to gloat loudly, but it's really Goku had been far too fast for it as he dodged brilliantly, and on top of anything else, he wasn't even fighting seriously. Tambourine, shocked and frightened by this revelation, tries to fly away and retreat back to his father, but Goku uses his power pole to propel himself upwards and powers up a Kamehameha. He then fired it, effectively destroying Tambourine. King Piccolo felt Tambourine's death through his mental link and, scowling in pain, states that he will avenge his son's deaths himself, as he tells Pilaf to maneuver the vessel towards Goku. In the meantime, Yajirobe is upset that Goku completely annihilated his dinner, and Goku again brought up the fact that if Yajirobe doesn't give him the Dragon Ball, more monsters will come after him. Yajirobe then appears to give it some more serious thought. Back on Pilaf's flying base, Pilaf notices 3 Dragon Balls that Master Roshi's team have in their possession and moves towards the Dragon Ball that they've been after. Meanwhile, Master Roshi, Tien Shinhan, and Chiaotzu approach their target. It seems the ball is inside some ice caves, and they land their ship on an icy outcropping. A group of crows swarms them, but Chiaotzu's quick telekinesis sends them off. They enter the caves and walk for some time before finding a Dragon Ball in plain sight on the floor, where the crows must have carried it to, explaining its erratic movements on the Dragon radar. They pick it up and try to leave, but more crows attack them brutally, but they manage to escape without too much trouble. Back on their ship, Chiaotzu spots another ball on the radar. They assume it to be the one that Tambourine stole when he killed Krillin, and they head towards it. The episode ends as Goku notices another Dragon Ball approaching on the radar right above them. Pilaf's airship appears in the skies and descends. Master Roshi is on the verge of getting the 5th Dragon Ball and heads towards it with haste. At Yajirobe's prairie, Pilaf's flying base lands near Goku and Yajirobe. Recalling Piccolo's name, Yajirobe quickly hands Goku the 1-star Dragon Ball and hides behind a nearby tree. King Piccolo jumps down to face Goku and berates him for being responsible for the death of his friend. Piano starts saying that Goku is no match for King Piccolo. However, Goku takes Piccolo by surprise and is able to knock him down. Standing back up, Piccolo removes his cloak and begins to raise his power level, which stuns Goku. Meanwhile, Roshi procures the 5th Dragon Ball but drops down a canyon. Back at Yajirobe's prairie, Piccolo begins to overwhelm Goku, and after a few injuries, Goku bites King Piccolo's finger. King Piccolo fires several explosive finger beams at Goku. Goku then decides to use a Kamehameha, which scares King Piccolo when he sees the pose, but is soon relieved when he realizes he isn't. Goku fires his Kamehameha that lands on target, but it doesn't do any damage. King Piccolo then decides to finish Goku. It begins to rain at Yajirobe's prairie. After a few more hits, King Piccolo critically wounds Goku with one of his most powerful beams. Believing him to be dead, he takes his Dragon Ball and boards his plane. King Piccolo makes his way to get the rest of the Dragon Balls. Yajirobe walks over to Goku, also believing him to be dead, only to find him still alive. He rushed him to the river where he has a drink, and Goku requests that he take him to Korin Tower. Meanwhile, Chiaotzu finds the 5th Dragon Ball. Master Roshi decides they should head towards King Piccolo to get the other 2 balls. While traveling to Korin Tower in a hover car, Yajirobe tells Goku the story of King Piccolo and his evil deeds. Roshi takes to the ground and hides the Dragon Balls he collected in the dirt, with the plan of stealing the remaining 2 from Piccolo. However, Piccolo swallows his 2 Dragon Balls, thwarting Roshi's plan. Tien Shinhan is eager to fight the demon, but in order to prevent him from fighting, Roshi paralyzes him with a spray from a gas canister and tells Chiaotzu to stay hidden behind the rock. King Piccolo jumps down from Pilaf's flying base where Roshi is standing before him. The Dragon Radar at Kame House reveals that 5 Dragon Balls are gathered in one place and doesn't account for the other 2. Oolong notes that all 7 were gathered in one place, but 2 suddenly disappeared off the radar. Bulma subsequently tries to contact Master Roshi, but is unable to get in touch. Roshi reluctantly tells King Piccolo where his Dragon Balls are, while King Piccolo's 2 are ingested by him. Knowing full well he's no match for King Piccolo, Roshi has no wish to fight and toys with King Piccolo, enduring the pain he receives from the latter. King Piccolo does not recall meeting Roshi, despite Roshi mentioning this several times. However, when Roshi mentions Master Mutaido, King Piccolo grows fearful and begins to realize Roshi's true intent. Roshi takes an electric rice cooker out of a capsule and unleashes the evil containment wave. King Piccolo attempts to resist as Tien Shinhan watches the whole thing. Unfortunately, Roshi misses at the last moment and dies after telling Piccolo that someone will rise up and defeat him. King Piccolo then unites all 7 Dragon Balls and summons forth Shenron in preparation to make his wish. King Piccolo summons Shenron ready to make his wish. Tien Shinhan speaks with Chiaotzu telepathically and tells him that before Piccolo can make his wish, he must ask Shenron to send Piccolo away from Earth forever. Chiaotzu tries to thwart King Piccolo's wish, but he's killed by a Mako-sen before he can fully get the wish out. King Piccolo makes his wish and has his youth fully restored, regaining the strength he once had during his peak. Before Shenron can disperse, King Piccolo kills him with a mouth energy wave, destroying the Dragon Balls as well. King Piccolo then declares that with all of his enemies dead, no one will be able to stop him from conquering the Earth. Goku, on his way to the sacred land of Korin, checks his Dragon Radar only to notice that he's no longer picking up a signal. King Piccolo intends to target King Castle, where King Fury is the ruler. A kind-hearted person, when 2 villagers approach the king asking for help due to the problems with their land, the king happily obliges. Tien Shinhan eventually comes, and angered by Chiaotzu's death, intends to use the evil containment wave on King Piccolo himself, believing this to be the only way to defeat him. Back on board the ship, Emperor Pilaf attempts to request his reward for helping King Piccolo, hoping for a section of the world in return. Instead, King Piccolo decides to get rid of him, Mai, and Shu by throwing them off the ship before making his way to Central City. Meanwhile, Yajirobe and Goku finally reach Korin Tower and are greeted by Bora and Upa. As King Piccolo prepares to attack Chao Castle, everyone is celebrating King Fury's anniversary, including Suno, who is there to present flowers. At the sacred land of Korin, Upa is ecstatic to see Goku again after 3 years apart. Goku voices his intentions to climb Korin Tower to meet Korin once again so he can receive more training from him in the hopes of defeating Piccolo. Yajirobe does not want to go with Goku anymore until Goku mentions the senzu beans, a meal that will be able to fill him right up. With Bora's help, he launches the two of them up Korin Tower to give them a head start. Yajirobe then begins his climb up the tower with Goku on his back. Yamcha and the others arrive when Tien Shinhan are waiting and find the deceased bodies of Master Roshi and Chaozu. Tien tells all those present that he will destroy the demon by using the same evil containment wave that Master Roshi attempted and takes off. While the children are handing their flowers over to the king, Piccolo arrives at the castle and without hesitation begins to attack the guards. King Piccolo storms the castle and things get ugly in the kingdom, even for King Furry. The guards are not able to slow down the villain. King Piccolo kills the commander and captures the evacuating king. Yajirobe finally nears the tower summit. King Piccolo kills King Furry's first officer and demands Furry send word to the world of his conquest. Furry initially refuses to do so in a display of power. King Piccolo destroys a large part of the city, which ultimately makes the king give in. Elsewhere, Bulma places Chaozu and Master Roshi's corpses in freezing capsules just as she did with Krillin. Bulma contacts Tien and tells him that they can gather the Dragon Balls again to wish them back to life, but Tien explains that Piccolo had destroyed Shenron after having his own wish granted. They then return to Kame House. While Goku's friends are trying to enjoy themselves and Tien Shinhan is having a hard time learning the evil containment wave, Yajirobe meanwhile finally reaches the top of Korin Tower and meets Korin and soon after eats too many senzu beans, causing his stomach to expand greatly. Goku requests more training, but Korin informs him that sadly he has nothing left to teach him. He also tells him that Master Roshi has been killed by Piccolo. Enraged, Goku goes to rush off, but Korin stops him and tells him he'll only be killed. Goku says that he doesn't care, so Korin tips him off on the Ultra Divine Water. At King Castle, Piano antagonizes King Piccolo's enslaved subjects and forces them to make a grand meal for the new king on very limited time. At Korin Tower, Korin tells Goku that the Ultra Divine Water is hidden deep inside an icy labyrinth, which many have perished trying to find it. Yajirobe does not want to go, but while looking for food, he accidentally goes in the same portal that Goku enters soon after. Korin warns Goku of the darkness and to return to the same location when he's done so that Korin can bring him back up. Goku runs into Yajirobe shortly down the path and they continue on together. Navigating the freezing and treacherous path, they come across an indestructible ice monster known as Darkness, which they battle, but even the Kamehameha has no effect on it. Yajirobe and Goku escape sliding down a long twisty path. At King Castle, as Suna watches over an injured old lady, she sees Piccolo walking by along with Piano as well as a rifle on the ground and is very tempted to shoot at him with it, but knows how unwise it is. Tien Shinhan meanwhile continues to practice the evil containment wave so he can seal away the demon. Goku and Yajirobe come into the Cave of Darkness and continue on the journey. However, close by, Darkness has something sinister in store for them as an apparition of Master Roshi comes out of the shadows. As Yajirobe and Goku press on, they go their separate ways. Goku meets Master Roshi and is taken to the Kame House in the middle of the labyrinth where all of his friends await him. The Dragon Ball gang that Goku encounters in the Kame House have a distinguishable speech. For example, they pronounce every individual word almost robotically and have a slightly altered accent compared to their real counterparts. Something does not seem right to Goku, believing them to be acting cowardly, and soon realizes that it's all an illusion to bait him into danger and that Roshi is a fraud. As Goku leaves, the fake Master Roshi attacks him and they fight for a while. While Yajirobe is trying to get food, he falls into Goku and they both fall off a cliff clinging for their lives. With effort, Goku stays put, even as Roshi injures him. Satisfied with Goku's courage and determination, Darkness meets with Goku and warns him about the possibility of death for drinking the Ultra Divine Water if he's not fit for it. He tells him that 14 other warriors have attempted to gain strength from the water in the past, but none of them survived. Goku takes the risk knowing that there is no other way to defeat Piccolo and drinks the water feeling excruciating pain in the process. Meanwhile, King Piccolo broadcasts that criminals are free to reign on the world. Goku has survived the Ultra Divine Water and vaults he and Yajirobe's way out of the land of ice with the power pool. Meanwhile, a crime wave spreads throughout the world. Ader has traveled to Central City to find Suno. Suno is making use of herself, helping those in casualty as Ader finds her. Ader forcefully persuades a band of rogues to aid the casualties. Tien Shinhan finally masters the evil containment wave and makes his way to confront King Piccolo so he can seal him away. Goku and Yajirobe manage to get back to Korin Tower. Goku feels the new power soaring within him and can now sense where Piccolo is currently located, now prepared to go and confront King Piccolo immediately. Before he leaves, Korin gives Goku a new Nimbus cloud after his previous one was destroyed, and Goku makes his way to face King Piccolo once more. Bulma, Yamcha, and the others watch the TV as King Piccolo keeps the world at suspense, as he announces Piccolo Day, where he voices his intention to choose a target sector each year to annihilate. Meanwhile, Chi-Chi asks her father, the Ox King, to defeat Monster Piccolo, but he says that nobody in the world can defeat him. Chi-Chi suggests that Goku could, but the Ox King still believes it to be impossible, though Chi-Chi still has faith in him. While Goku's headed towards Central City, Yajirobe attempts to ride the Nimbus cloud but has a rough landing, having fallen right through from atop Korin Tower. King Piccolo pulls out a slip of paper at random and reveals his first target is Sector 29, which is none other than Bulma's homeland, West City. The entire city tries to evacuate in a frenzy, including Bulma's parents. A team of convicts invade the Kame House, but Yamcha and Launch beat them. As Tien Shinhan is heading towards Piccolo, Bulma contacts him and urges him to hurry up as her parents are in danger. Eventually, he arrives at King Castle, just as King Piccolo is about to depart. Before Tien can face him in battle, however, King Piccolo creates a new warrior, which he calls Drum. As the crisis continues in West City, with the civilians attempting to flee the city due to the looming threat of Piccolo's forthcoming, Tien Shinhan is forced into a fight with Drum. Despite the monster's large size, he is shown to be surprisingly nimble, and while Tien is able to put up a decent fight, he is outmatched. Goku stops halfway on his journey to help the Ox King and Chi-Chi, who are being attacked by soldiers who have been blackmailed into killing martial artists by King Piccolo. Afterward, he continues his journey to King Castle. Meanwhile, at Kame House, tired of waiting, Yamcha and the others decide to go after Tien to assist him. After taking several more blows, Tien is knocked down, and Piccolo and Piano begin to walk away to make their way to West City. However, Tien seizes the chance to perform the evil containment wave, but Drum moves in for Piccolo and takes the wave instead, giving Piccolo the chance to destroy his electric rice cooker. Due to the move failing, Tien does not die as a result, but is heavily fatigued. Drum goes in for the kill, but Goku arrives and kicks Drum with such force that he kills him instantly, which stuns Piccolo. The panic in West City continues as Yamcha pilots an airplane carrying Bulma and launch towards Tien in Central City. Meanwhile, Goku starts his fight off by throwing King Piccolo through King Castle. King Furry is informed by one of his guards of a child that is currently fighting Piccolo, and he goes on to watch the fight in amazement. Piccolo's first attacks fail to harm Goku. Goku punches Piccolo with enough force that he flies backwards and crashes into Piano, killing him in the process. All this time, Tien Shinhan is stunned by Goku's newfound power. Goku and Piccolo engage in hand-to-hand combat, with the latter on the receiving end of many blows from Goku, and Piccolo is knocked down. With no other choice, Piccolo harnesses his full power, something that he held back from doing due to it shortening his lifespan. As he powers up, the ground and castle around him begins to shake and fall apart. Goku takes a powerful hit which knocks him into a hole in the ground. Piccolo shifts his focus to Tien. However, Goku suddenly leaps into the air about to launch a Kamehameha, to Tien's delight and Piccolo's astonishment. Thought to be defeated, Goku bursts from the ground and fires a Kamehameha at King Piccolo. But after he puts his guard up, Goku guides the wave around him and hits him in the back with a bending Kamehameha. Goku and Piccolo engage in an intense hand-to-hand confrontation, and all the while, Yamcha, Bulma, and Launch continue to make their way to Central City by airplane. News of the fight reaches everywhere, including those left behind at Kame House, as well as Suno and Android 8 at a local hospital. King Piccolo disables Goku's right leg with an energy blast, but Goku merely uses the power pole as a crutch to counter him and hit him square in the chin. King Piccolo fires deadly beams, so Goku uses power pole and hits him with an explosive demon wave that destroys the entire kingdom and all of Central City. King Furry is able to evade death, however, by boarding a plane and escaping the explosion. Piccolo begins to gloat over his victory, but Tien Shinhan was able to save Goku from certain death by taking him up into the air and out of range, using the last of his energy to do so. Goku prevents King Piccolo from conjuring another explosive wave, but King Piccolo manages to hit Goku and create a huge crater. Goku gets out with his Nimbus Cloud. Sensing he's fighting a losing battle, King Piccolo resorts to cowardice, threatening to kill an exhausted Tien Shinhan if Goku even dares to move a muscle. Yamcha reaches the battlefield in his plane, accompanied by Bulma and Launch, and they set out to find Goku. Yajirobe has also arrived to watch Goku fight, hesitating on whether he should help him or not. Upon discovering that King Piccolo has murdered Shenron, Goku resigns himself to endure repetitive pains for Tien's sake, getting his limbs crippled one by one, save for his right arm, which Piccolo conveniently forgets to attack. With Goku incapacitated, King Piccolo prepares to finish him off, but Goku gathers his remaining strength in his right fist, using a one-hand reverse Kamehameha to propel himself at King Piccolo with great speed, and punches a hole clean through King Piccolo's torso. However, King Piccolo uses the last of his power to create his final son, telling him to avenge his death before his body explodes in a massive fireball. Yajirobe saves Goku from falling to his death and retrieves Tien. Tien is motivated to train better than ever and is deeply impressed by Goku's incredible skill and courage. Piccolo Jr. Saga. Tien Shinhan retrieves Goku's power pole as Bulma, Yamcha, and Launch scan the place. Yajirobe takes Goku back to Korin Tower. News of King Piccolo's defeat spreads with much celebration. Even though the Eternal Dragon is dead, Bulma procured all the stones anyway. An old lady spots King Piccolo's egg and she and her husband bring it to their house. Piccolo Jr. is about to hatch. Korin is shocked to hear that the Eternal Dragon is dead and reveals that those killed by King Piccolo and his sons do not go to the afterlife, instead spending eternity suffering in a state of limbo, never resting in peace. If the victims of King Piccolo and his sons are not revived by the Dragon Balls, they'd be lost for all time. Korin knows the creator of the Dragon Balls is Kami. To get to him, Goku must use the power pole. Goku returns to the scene to search for the power pole. While there, he meets King Furry and a news crew. Fortune teller Baba tells Goku that the power pole is at Kame House. She does so for free since Goku did just save the world. Goku gets the power pole, which Launch was accidentally using as a broom, and flies back to Korin Tower. Meanwhile, the young Piccolo Jr. burns the couple's house down as they watch in shock, and he vows for revenge against Goku. Goku and Korin go to the roof of the Korin Tower to go to the lookout. Korin gives Goku a special bell so he can be Kami. Only a person with a special bell can be Kami. Goku extends the power pole from the very top of Korin Tower and proceeds to reach the temple above. At Kame House, Launch is helping Tien Shinhan with his bandages. The reporters have found Kame House and are storming it looking for Goku. Oolong transforms into Goku for the schmoozing of the reporters. He is so perverted that he spoils his own disguise. As Goku continues to rise, he runs into a thunderstorm and is struck by lightning. Piccolo Jr. runs into a family celebrating the birthday of their little boy, Tai. Piccolo Jr. becomes angry at the sight of them and throws a rock through their window. While they're distracted, he enters their house and approaches them from behind. He ransacks their house and runs off into the woods. He blasts the dog that the family sticks on him, thereby discovering some of his power. On the power pole, Goku finally emerges from the clouds and arrives at the temple. Once there, he must battle Mr. Popo in order to obtain an audience with Kami. The placid Mr. Popo proves to be a lot stronger than he appears. He's able to hit Goku even when he's running too fast to be seen. Mr. Popo taunts Goku, enraging him, making him lose his focus. He knocks Goku down as a figure, presumably Kami, watches. Goku tries a Kamehameha wave, but Mr. Popo eats it. Goku uses the Penetrate attack, the attack he used to beat King Piccolo. Mr. Popo again tells Goku that he lacks the discipline to ever beat him. Goku decides that he will stay and train with Mr. Popo until he's able to defeat him. At the same time, Tien Shinhan vows to train hard to beat Goku in the next World Martial Arts Tournament. Mr. Popo teaches Goku about discipline. Goku is informed that Kami is much stronger than Mr. Popo and decides that he wants to train with them until he's stronger than both of them. Meanwhile, in a forest, park rangers come across a dead bear. They find Piccolo, who destroys one of the rangers' guns and stops the other ranger's bullets. The rangers run in fear. Mr. Popo then teaches Goku about redundant moves. Realizing Goku's determination, Kami reveals himself to Goku, who is shocked by his appearance. He mistakenly attacks Kami, thinking he's King Piccolo. Kami explains that he and King Piccolo used to be one being, but in order to be the guardian of Earth, he had to cast the evil from his body, which became Piccolo. Kami knew that Korin did not tell Goku about Kami and King Piccolo earlier because Korin wanted to be funny. Kami agrees to revive Shenron of Goku's days and trains Mr. Popo for a while, terms to which Goku gladly accepts. Somewhere on Earth, a man wakes up on a ship. He looks towards the rising sun and sees a figure silhouetted on the horizon. It appears to be some sort of being standing on the water's surface. The figure is the newborn Piccolo. It shoots a small beam of energy into the water, grabbing a fish, electrocuting for food. He He notices the boat, then sinks it with one shot before eating his fish. Back at the lookout, Kami tells Goku he will revive Shenron and send Mr. Popo to fetch it. Mr. Popo brings out a stone figure of Shenron that's been smashed and says he can fix it easily. Goku watches as Mr. Popo uses a tube of glue to reassemble the figure. Kami intended to leave Shenron destroyed. He created the Dragon Balls to give the people of Earth hope, but they were always used by those who found them for greed. Goku was the first to use the Dragon Balls for his selfless purposes, giving Kami hope for everyone else. Back at the top of Korin Tower, Yajirobe is keeping watch above. He tells Korin that he's wondering if Goku will fall down from the upper world. Korin finds that he's hiding a bag of senzu beans in his gi. Mr. Popo finishes fixing Shenron, and Kami asks him and Goku to stand back. Kami charges a finger beam and shoots it at the stone figure, making it throb with energy. Suddenly it moves, then disappears in a beam of light. Goku sees the shadow of Shenron cast on the lookout before the light shoots down towards Earth. Kami says it's returning to the Dragon Balls and will reconstitute immediately, allowing for a wish to be made right then. Goku will be able to see his friends again in 3 years at the next World Martial Arts Tournament. He's certain that Piccolo will appear there. Although Goku killed King Piccolo, he immediately spit up an egg. That offspring would come to the tournament to kill Goku and finish his father's work to dominate the world, but Goku will be safe at the lookout until then so he can trade without fear. Goku says he will do so without fail, and then he asks where the bathroom is. Mr. Popo is worried since Piccolo's death means Kami will die as well. However, Kami is banking on a different outcome, saying that the Guardian cannot commit suicide. He has been waiting for Piccolo to produce a true offspring. Back at the Kame house, Yamcha and Tien Shinhan are sitting outside after Tien finished some training. Launch is looking at them from the door. Yamcha has one of the stones that used to be a Dragon Ball. Bulma's drawing a bath, and Ulan is reading a manga tankobon. She holds the capsule containing the cryopods holding Krillin, Master Roshi, and Chiaotzu's bodies, thinking they will figure out a way to revive them someday. Bulma is then stunned when she sees something. All the Dragon Balls on the dresser were restored. Yamcha was equally shocked since it changed literally in his hand. Bulma brings them all outside and deploys the cryopods. Those assembled summon Shenron, whose entrance is particularly dramatic, but sure enough he emerges. Shenron tells him that he's once again alive because Goku asked Kami for it. He notifies him that Goku will remain in the upper world until the next tournament for training. Bulma wishes for Krillin, Roshi, and Chiaotzu to be revived. Shenron says that it's a simple matter, but Yamcha interrupts, asking for everyone who was killed by King Piccolo and his minions to be revived. Shenron agrees, and beams of energy shoot around the world. Bulma opens the cryopods, and their friends rise alive once more. One by one, the victims of Piccolo's rampage are resurrected. Shenron bids them farewell, and the Dragon Balls scatter once more. All around the world, miracles happen as people killed by King Piccolo and Tambourine are revived, some digging their way out of their graves to varying degrees of shock. Krillin and Roshi are happy that Goku was able to beat Piccolo and revive them. Yamcha tells them what Goku's up to now. Master Roshi doesn't know the details, but if Goku is indeed in the upper world, he is likely training with Kami. Goku has already passed all of them, and the fighters wonder just how much higher he can go. Yamcha frets over the growing gap in their strength, but Tien welcomes the challenge. He, Yamcha, and Krillin determine to train their hardest before the next tournament. Roshi then asks unsuccessfully to get a celebratory grope at Bulma. At Kami's lookout, Goku is meditating. Kami tells him that he must first temper his spirit. Back at Kame House, Tien knocks down coconuts and vaporizes their shells around the coconut water within. While doing one-finger push-ups, Krillin, once more in the turtle school uniform, looks forward towards the next tournament and being able to thank Goku in person. Goku learns to stop wasting his motions with Mr. Popo. Simultaneously, Tien Shinhan, Krillin, and Yamcha continue to train at Kame House. Goku practices meditation with Mr. Popo while disturbed by a bee or Mr. Popo throwing nuts at him. Mr. Popo then uses a stick very similar to the power pole and asks Goku not to move. He then needs to learn about seeing without seeing, so Mr. Popo blindfolds him and asks Goku to catch a cat which has a bell on its tail, and to confuse Goku, Mr. Popo also shakes a small bell himself. Then Goku asks for the training that Mr. Popo received under Kami. Kami and Mr. Popo send Goku on a special training mission to fetch a crown at Mount Rumble. Goku gets directions from a girl named Chu Li and slowly makes his way to the top. Goku finds the crown and puts it on his head, but the crown sticks and makes him a target for lightning. He tries to dodge it but isn't quite fast enough and falls off the top of the mountain. The young girl who gave him directions finds Goku in the river. She and her mother revive him. Goku promises to help the little girl find her lost bird once he finishes his mission. The next morning, the girl finds her lost bird. She feels her bird chirping as opposed to hearing it. This made Goku realize how he must acquire the crown. He must be faster than lightning by feeling the lightning. Goku tries again and is quick enough to avoid the first bolt, but becomes overconfident and is hit by the next. Goku finds himself back at the lookout after being unconscious for 3 days. At the next part of his training, Mr. Popo sends Goku into a forest in search of someone who can train his mind. Goku searches for something to eat. He's fooled by a trap set by a woodsman named Moose. He's taken into his home and introduced to his family, who are all named after sweets. Eclair, his wife, and their 9 kids: cupcake, pudding, donuts, jelly, jam, cream puff, cocoa, cookie, and crepe. Their grandfather Corinto returns with his day's catch and a feast is prepared. As is the norm, no one believes how much Goku eats. The family tells him about Yaocha, the strongest man alive. Meanwhile, Tien Shinhan, Krillin, and Yamcha ask Master Roshi why he's not teaching them anymore. Roshi explains to them that he has nothing more to teach them and they should seek training on their own. Corinto leads Goku to Yaochan and asks him for a fight. It turns out Yaochan is not the man that Goku wants to meet, as he's beaten by Goku easily. Goku meets up with Corinto again, who teaches Goku how to fish by feeling the river, sharpening his concentration skills. It would appear that this is the man that Goku was supposed to meet in the first place. Goku is fighting Mr. Popo. Goku loses once again. Mr. Popo sends Goku back in time to train more using the time room. Krillin, Tien Shinhan, Yamcha, and Chiaotzu are training by hauling boulders. Tien is upset at the thought that he'll never beat Goku again. In the past, Goku meets the young Master Roshi and his rival, the young Master Shen. Goku battles Roshi's Master Mutaito, who doesn't even take a standing position but is nevertheless beaten anyway, and learns about the concept of spirit energy. Goku learns from Master Mutaito how to harness his spirit energy after he displays the ability to separate a waterfall in two. Back in the present, Tien contemplates visiting Korin Tower in order to train as Goku and Roshi once had. During an incident where the Crane Hermit kidnaps Fan Fan, Roshi's love interest, Goku gets angry and manages to use his spirit energy successfully. After that, though, he cannot reproduce. produce the energy. Mr. Popo finally agrees to give Goku an opponent to train with. Meanwhile, Tien-Shinhan, Krillin, Yamcha, and Chiaotzu are all heading towards Korin Tower. On the lookout, Goku's sparring partner turns out to be a clay version of Goku, except that his eyes are the same as Mr. Popo's. Their skills are exactly the same, the only difference is that the clay Goku has no interference in his mind and can concentrate completely on fighting. Goku has an extremely difficult time concentrating his mind. Finally, he seems to understand how the doll is disturbing the energy. Well, he thinks he defeats the doll. Truthfully, the doll's energy simply runs out. Goku falls asleep, exhausted. Meanwhile, the boys continue towards Korin Tower. Tien-Shinhan, Krillin, Yamcha, and Chiaotzu continue on their search for Korin Tower. As they camp, Tien hears drums in the distance. Meanwhile, on the lookout, Mr. Popo plays hide and seek with Goku to teach him about concentration and finding people's ki. The two run around the lookout as Mr. Popo chases Goku blindfolded by following his spiritual energy. Goku tries running faster, but that does not work, and Mr. Popo catches him and throws Goku to the ground. The boys are ambushed by people in devil masks. The people are friendly, and one of them, Mint, invites the boys to their festival. They live in a small village at the base of a large mountain that the townsfolk consider to be the protecting god. Suddenly, crows fly up, a bad omen to the people. Goku continues his training with Popo. Goku just cannot evade Popo. Goku has his turn to chase Popo, but he fails. Goku is again having a very difficult time concentrating his mind. As the festival continues, Chiaotzu senses something wrong but cannot pinpoint it. It has something to do with the mountain. A stranger gives Krillin alcohol and he quickly gets drunk. Tien is challenged by the largest man in town, Paul, who is also Mint's brother. Krillin, being drunk, wants to fight the man first, something he would not do sober to impress Mint. Krillin defeats him with a headbutt. The animals of the town start to panic, and Chiaotzu exclaims that the mountain's going to explode. Turns out the mountain's a volcano. It erupts and the villagers panic. The boys go to the volcano to change the course of lava. Still training with Mr. Popo, blindfolded Goku cannot yet harness his ki. Back on the ground, the villagers flee Popo Poco Volcano. Tien-Shinhan, Krillin, Yamcha, and Chiaotzu each try to individually stop the flow of lava towards the defenseless village. Just as it looks like the threat is past, the volcano erupts again with even more power. Krillin falls down a crack in the earth and Chiaotzu saves him using the flying technique, after which Tien suggests that Krillin learn the flying technique. The elder of the village refuses to leave, and Mint and her brother cannot make a move. Tien manages to divert the lava flow, but it does not leave the village safe. Krillin runs off to try and stop the lava himself. He's still drunk, so he thinks he can do it. Krillin then tries to block the village with a big rock. Yamcha blasts a hole for water to flow through and continues comparing himself to Goku. Yamcha manages to flood the entire forest, but somehow not the village. Everything is fine until the volcano erupts again. Together, Yamcha and Tien blast a rock wall that diverts the lava and protects the village. Training continues for everyone as the next World Martial Arts Tournament is only 3 years away. 3 years have passed since King Piccolo's defeat, and all of the warriors reunite for the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. Everyone that Master Roshi and Launch are waiting for is late. Tien-Shinhan, Krillin, Yamcha, Chiaotzu, and Goku have not arrived yet. Oolong, Por, and Bulma arrive first. Bulma's look has changed again. As Bulma was about to help a girl catch a flying balloon and is having trouble catching it before asking for help, a mysterious young man appears to assist her and gives her the balloon as Bulma asks him how does he know her. It's Goku, but he's not recognized by anybody as he has hair wrapped in a turban, but when he removes his turban and shows his unique hairstyle, everybody finally recognizes him, and are astonished by how tall he's become. Bulma in particular finds Goku to have grown handsome too. Bulma then gives the little girl back her balloon. When there is just 1 minute left for the end of registration, Tien, Krillin, and Yamcha and Chiaotzu appear. Yamcha has unexplained scars. Krillin revels in the fact that he is taller, but only for a moment because Goku walks up to him and is at least 2 heads taller than him now. After some time to recognize, the two best friends embrace and Krillin finally gets to thank Goku for bringing him back to life. Both Yamcha and Tien are surprised and excited that they can face off against Goku. Master Roshi made hotel reservations for everyone so they can all rest and be prepared for the tournament tomorrow. While talking with Master Roshi, Tien asks him whether or not he's gonna be Jackie Chun. Master Roshi says he won't be participating this year. Bulma shows renewed interest in Yamcha. Outside, lightning strikes the clock tower. Piccolo mysteriously saves a mother and her child from the falling debris. The next day, as the preliminaries begin, Goku explains how he got rid of his tail so Kami could restore the moon. Also, Goku and Tien notice Piccolo show up, and his arrival is much to the distress of Tien. Goku and Tien-Shan agree to keep it a secret that King Piccolo's spawn is at the World Martial Arts Tournament. A beautiful young woman who also entered the tournament tapped on Goku's shoulder with a smile, but Goku does not recognize her at first, enraging her. She walks away without telling Goku who she is. Her appearance also distresses Krillin, who is now under the impression that Goku did no training in the past 3 years and was instead hanging around with women. A masked guy is also at the tournament sneaking around trying to avoid Goku. Chiaotzu rigs the numbers so that none of the friends have to fight each other in the preliminaries. Goku's up first, which attracts the attention of all his friends, the mysterious girl Chi-Chi, and Piccolo to see his increased strength. He's fighting King Choppa again, just like the last tournament. Choppa prepares to fight, but Goku simply stands seemingly unprepared, intimidating Choppa. The boys notice that Goku's mind is completely cleared. Even Choppa feels that Goku is in control and charges forward, but Goku moves so fast that he can't see him and defeats him with only one tiny chop. This does not surprise Goku's friends or Piccolo. Mysterious girl Chi-Chi is a very strong fighter, as is mascot Yajirobe. All the protagonists win their fights except for Chiaotzu. He appears to have been beaten by mercenary Tao, who is presumed to be dead, shocking both Tien, Goku, and also Chiaotzu before he is defeated. Goku explains his encounter with Tao to the others, while Tao explains his resurrection. Over the years, Tao has become the first functioning cyborg assassin with great expenditure in order to live, and he seeks vengeance against Goku and Tien. Fighters wounded are taken out by stretchers, mostly the handiwork of Tao and Piccolo. Chiaotzu is taken to the hospital with Bulma and Launch follow to nurse him. Through the course of preliminaries, the heroes, besides Chiaotzu, Piccolo, and Cyborg Tao progress through matches. Yajirobe's opponent is a sore loser and throws a fire extinguisher at him. Goku, Tien-Shinhan, Krillin, Yamcha, Mysterious Girl, Piccolo, and Tao are all announced to move on to the semifinals. Yajirobe faces a weak-looking opponent. The man embarrasses himself repeatedly. He seems to win by accident and knocks Yajirobe out of the semifinals. Embarrassed, Yajirobe leaves the World Martial Arts Tournament. The World Tournament announcer panics because he saw Krillin die, yet Krillin stands before him. The announcer turns blue, thinking him to come to the afterlife, but Krillin explains to him that he was revived, leaving the announcer confused. The semifinal matchups are Tao vs Tien, Goku vs Anonymous, or Chi-Chi, Krillin vs Junior, Piccolo, and Yamcha vs Hero. The boys inform their master Roshi, Bulma, and Launch about the progress in matches, along with the participation of Tao. While everyone's concerned about Tien for his first match, Goku feels that otherwise. Master Shen shows up and warns Roshi to back down from the tournament, but Roshi replies that his students wore his uniform out of respect and not as duty, and that they are individual fighters, which Shen does not believe. Launch clears out a spot in the front row for the group. Goku and the other Turtle Hermit pupils share their experience at Korin and knowledge of senzu beans. They also add that they went their separate ways after Korin's lessons. Krillin says he also invited Yajirobe but does not see him, to which Goku replies that he was not interested in fighting. Turns out Yajirobe did not leave the tournament yet and is watching Goku. Before Tien enters the ring, he and Yamcha pass an understanding of some kind. Tao informs Tien that he will not kill him, only wound him, so he can progress in the tournament, and the match begins. The match between Tien Shinhan and Mercenary Tao begins. Master Shen is in the audience cheering for his brother Mercenary Tao. For the first 10 minutes, neither participants moved an inch because of Tien's perfect defense. Shen telepathically distracts Tien to give the advantage to Tao. Tien seems to be a lot stronger than Mercenary Tao and tries to escort him out of the ring until Mercenary Tao takes off one of his cybernetic hands, revealing a knife. The World Tournament announcer tells Tao that he's disqualified for using a weapon, but Mercenary Tao does not listen. He wants to kill Tien for deciding to join the Turtle Hermit students. Tien is agitated and decides to take Tao on while the announcer tries to negotiate his way through them, but Tao vows to kill the announcer and the Turtle Hermit students as well. Krillin and Yamcha offer a lending hand, but Tien refuses. Tao charges with his knife, but Tien breaks it, so Mercenary Tao takes off his other hand, revealing a cannon for a Super Dodon Wave. Mercenary Tao shoots the Super Dodon Wave at Tien. Tien survives the ray easily by being able to destroy it. Tien punches the shocked Mercenary Tao in the stomach and then gives Mercenary Tao to Master Shen with the order to never bother him again. Master Shen and Mercenary Tao leave the World Martial Arts Tournament, saying that the Turtle Hermit and his students will not die in peace. Tien returns to calm himself while his friends praise him on, and Krillin adds on. Yamcha stops him understanding that Tien needed to be alone. Master Roshi is proud of his students and also Tien for his maturity. Meanwhile, the match between Goku and Anonymous is about to begin. The announcer explains that Anonymous requested to withhold her name while Piccolo watches the match. Anonymous seems to be furious at Goku. The time has come for Goku's quarterfinal match in the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament, and his opponent is a young woman who refers to herself as Anonymous. The woman appears to be quite angry at Goku and says she will not forgive him. Goku thinks she has to be mistaken, but she knows who he is and knows her anger is directed at the right person. Neither Yamcha, Krillin, nor Launch know who the woman is either. Master Roshi only thinks that she's cute, while Bulma simply wonders where they can know each other from. Oolong only senses her bitterness at first. The woman charges Goku before the announcer can even finish the introduction. As he dodges her kicks and chops with ease, Goku asks her if they met before. She says they have, and the fact that he does not remember only fuels her rage. Krillin becomes sure that Goku knows her, but he cannot place her himself. She says she's been waiting, and Goku asks what for. They jump and take the fight to the air. Goku also fails to remember a promise he allegedly made to her. The announcer doesn't have a clue what's going on as Goku only defends against the woman's attacks. Master Roshi knows that she's highly skilled with her style resembling that of the Turtle School. As they return to the ring surface, Goku asks what he supposedly promised. She yells that he promised to make her his bride, a revelation that shocks everyone in attendance, especially Goku's friends. He tries to think, but has to ask the nearby Krillin what a bride is. Krillin says that it means he has to marry her, and Yamcha adds that it means that they would live together. Krillin gets angry that he supposedly promised himself to such a cute girl. Still, Goku cannot remember who the woman is, much less making her a promise. Goku asks the woman to remind her who she is. She agrees to if he defeats her in this match. This pleases Goku since he did not want to spend the rest of his life with somebody whose name he did not know. The woman says he is sorely mistaken if he thinks he's already won. Of all them, Oolong finally remembers who she is, but he doesn't tell anybody yet, only saying that Bulma, Master Roshi, and Poor have met her before as well. Goku prepares to attack the woman, though she's not about to make it easy for him. He throws a fist at her so fast she's sent flying out of the ring, hitting her head in the stadium wall and falling to the ground unconscious for a ring out, making Goku the winner. The move shocks everyone, even gets Ma Jr.'s attention. The announcer asks Master Roshi what he just did since Goku was a student and he saw a strike, and he saw that Goku did not actually hit the woman. Roshi responds that Goku is not a student anymore, but he must have punched at her so fast that it created a shockwave that pushed her as if she was punched. Goku sees if the woman is okay, she comes to, favoring her head. Ma Jr. remarks that the technique was similar to that used by his demon clan. The woman says that Goku has gotten stronger than she expected, but she is still glad she entered the tournament to face him. She finally reveals who she is. She's the Ox King daughter's Chi-Chi. Goku and his friends freak out, all shocked they did not remember except for Oolong. Goku finally remembers their earliest adventures when they were children, and when he made the promise to make her his bride. But when he recalls the promise, he also remembers that at the time he thought that a bride was some sort of food. This mistake annoys his friends, but distresses Chi-Chi, who thinks he made a mistake by promising that. However, Goku does remember that it was a promise. With that, he asks Chi-Chi to marry him. She gladly accepts, and the audience cheers for the new couple. Goku's friends are shocked. Chi-Chi hugs onto his arm, which annoys him since romance is completely foreign to him. He doesn't even know what Chi-Chi is saying "I love you" means. As she begins to dote on her new fiancé, the announcer hails this unique event in the history of the tournament. Krillin cracks up, saying that it's not fair that Goku will get married before him. The tournament personnel mark the board as Goku is now locked in to face Tien Shinhan in the semifinals. Goku notes that it's hard to walk with Chi-Chi hanging onto his arm, and they return to the contestants' room. She says that it is what husbands and wives, and she's eager to get started raising a family with him. His friends arrive, and Chi-Chi reintroduces herself to Krillin. She also recognizes Yamcha as an old flame, which surprises him. But he recalls saying that when she was a kid while trying to get the Dragon Ball she had at the time. This greatly annoys Bulma. Chi-Chi warmly reunites with Master Roshi, also her father's martial arts master. As she runs off to get some cookware so she can cook her first meal for Goku, the others turn their attention to Krillin's fight with Ma Jr., which is next. Goku warns Krillin not to waste any time against his opponent. Launch uses a gun to clear her way back to the choice seats as the announcer gets ready for the third quarterfinal match. He calls Krillin and Ma Jr. out. Krillin does not feel right as he enters the ring. Ma Jr. floats down from the top of the building to the ring's surface and he refers to Krillin as Small Fry. He allows Krillin to start the fight when he's ready. Krillin responds that he plans on holding nothing back against the demon. Ma Jr. powers up subtly with a power that Roshi and Tien can tell is not normal. Krillin takes a weird stance and then fires a double Sabiki dot at Ma Jr. The demon is unimpressed and jumps out of the way, but Krillin guides his twin beams in the sky after him. Ma Jr. is impressed and uses his eye lasers to neutralize the beams. Krillin gets a jump on Ma Jr. with Zanzo-ken and punches him when he's in the sky. Ma Jr. halts midair, admitting Krillin was better than anticipated. He returns to the ring and they prepare for the next exchange. Goku senses something as they begin to move. Ma Jr. seems to be surprised that Krillin can keep up the speed and works to defend his punches. They return to the air, but Ma Jr. is able to kick Krillin back down towards the ring. Goku is worried that he's going to land outside the ring until Krillin stops above the ground. Roshi recognizes that Krillin has learned flight. Tien and Goku wonder where he learned it. The action stuns the announcer as Krillin and Ma Jr. return to the ring for a third exchange. Ma Jr. admits he underestimated Krillin. As an apology for that underestimation, he decides to show Krillin some of his true power. He pumps his muscles up a bit, powering up subtly again. Bulma and Launch are certain that he's bluffing, but Goku warns Krillin to stay on guard, since it is not a bluff. For his part, Krillin can also tell Ma Jr. is not bluffing about his true power. Goku does not know exactly how powerful Piccolo will be. Surprisingly, those of the Turtle School who have all seen Piccolo do not recognize him. Piccolo offers to allow Krillin to withdraw, but Krillin refuses. Piccolo taunts Krillin with laughter, and Krillin launches into a furious attack on Piccolo. Piccolo assures Krillin he won't kill him, and that only pain is on the way. The wind picks up and dark clouds roll in as Piccolo charges his attack. Piccolo's arm extends and he plucks Krillin from across the stage and punches him towards the wall. He then throws Krillin in the air and Krillin fires a Kamehameha. It hits his after image and Piccolo slams Krillin back into the ring. The clouds disperse. Krillin is still conscious though exhausted as he can't even stand. Krillin forfeits the match and Goku hops out of the ring. Another childhood flashback ensues. Piccolo notes he may have overestimated the ease of taking over the world. Yamcha next prepares to fight the seemingly lucky nerd, Hero. Everybody assumes Yamcha will win no problem. Yajirobe watches the match, apparently the only one who thinks that Hero will win. Goku sees that there's something stranger about Hero. Yamcha lets Hero attack first and Hero accidentally lands a kidney shot. Yamcha goes to kick Hero out of the ring but Hero ducks and Yamcha lands on his back, slamming his crotch into Hero's head. Yamcha is infinitely embarrassed, his pride is shot. Master Roshi sees that Hero is not being clumsy on accident. Hero tries to educate Yamcha, but Yamcha will not listen. Suddenly, Hero reveals he has extreme speed and skill, just as Roshi thought, and Yajirobe knew. Yamcha uses his Wolf Fang fist, but Hero blocks it and kicks Yamcha's feet out from under him. Hero continues to educate Yamcha in the ring. The episode continued with the match of Yamcha and the mysterious Hero. Yamcha uses his signature move, the Wolf Fang fist. However, Hero finds this technique leaves Yamcha's legs wide open. After Hero unleashes a series of counterattacks, Yamcha uses a powerful new technique, the Spirit Ball. The energy blast misses Hero and travels underneath the stadium to come back up, knocking him off guard. However, Hero easily recovers from his fall and knocks Yamcha out of the ring. Gaining a new respect for Hero, Yamcha asks of Hero's true identity. Hero tells him that his identity will be revealed in time. As Hero and Yamcha walk into the back room with the other contestants, Hero winks at Goku, aware that he's discovered his true identity is Kami. The next match pits Tien Shinhan against Goku. The crowd grows anxious as they are aware that the two face each other in a momentous final fight from the last tournament. Even Piccolo Jr. is eager to see how Goku fights. As Goku and Tien fight seemingly equal, the fans and even Master Roshi are surprised at their improved strength and speed. After a lot of fisticuffs and kicks, Goku seems to have the upper hand. Piccolo Jr. notices how tired Tien has become, while Goku is not even short of breath. Master Roshi sees this as well. Will Goku finally win against Tien, or will Tien prove to be too much for him? Tien Shinhan finally lands a hit on Goku, and he headbutts him into a wall. They struggle, evenly matched as it would seem for a little while, but then Tien starts to glow and blast Goku off him. After mutual congratulations, Tien states he has mastered a crucial skill and suddenly takes off with extreme speed, and Goku follows him to miles above the surface. Tien was impressed as Goku was able to track him at his speed, but finds him to be a bit slow. Tien elbows Goku in the back of the neck, and when they land, kicks him in the face. A fast and furious struggle then progresses with Tien seeming to be dominant. Tien assures Goku that he's going to win. Goku simply agrees that Tien is a challenge. Before they continue, Goku requests a second to take off some clothing. Everyone, including the announcer, thinks that Goku is trying to relieve himself from the heat, while Hero feels very excited. Goku struggles to take off his shirt, which turns out to be very heavy, as are his wristbands and boots. Tien is the first to notice the abnormality of Goku's shirt. Goku reveals that the weighted clothing is all part of his training. Goku is enthralled at the speed he attains without the weight, surprising everyone. The match begins again, and Tien cannot land a shot on Goku, and the two he does are blocked. What's more is that Goku has stolen Tien's belt without him even noticing. His pants repeatedly fall down. Goku gives Tien his belt back, and Tien prepares a fantastic attack. He plans to use 12 eyes so he can properly see Goku. Tien Shinhan charges his latest technique, the multiform. He glows as if on fire, and suddenly there are two Tiens. The two then split apart and there are 4 Tiens. It becomes a battle of 4 versus 1. Goku struggles against the assault, wondering how Tien did it. The 4 Tiens proceed to beat Goku to the ground. Goku speeds away from this and kicks them all at once. To counter, the Tiens run to the corners of the ring and prepare to fire a simultaneous Ki Blast cannon at Goku. It appears to be a direct hit, and a crater in the ring is shown once the cloud of dust caused by the attack clears. Turns out, however, that Goku simply jumped high above the ring. The Tiens, seizing the advantage of having Goku being unable to move in the air, fire energy beams from their third eye. Goku lands hard on the stage, right in his head. He looks knocked out, but recovers as if nothing happened. Master Roshi notices that Goku defies even the laws of physics and has remarkable endurance. Goku says that he found 2 flaws in the technique, and Piccolo says he's found Goku's weakness. The Tiens repeat their last move as to prove Goku wrong. Goku uses a solar flare on Tien's many eyes, saying that Tien's eyes are too good. As the Tiens become distorted, Goku shows off his training by telling Tien the position of his copies without relying on his eyesight. Goku reveals that he has been holding back, but is now intent to finish it. He says that splitting into 4 also split Tien's strength into 4, at which point he proceeds to annihilate the Tiens and throw them out of the ring, making Goku the victor. Tien Shinhan admits defeat, but feels that his pride and cockiness led to it. Finally, Kami battles his evil half. He tells Goku that he must be the one to kill Piccolo because Goku cannot and would not allow himself to kill Piccolo. Goku agrees and says that he can defeat Piccolo without killing him. Kami knows he must die, he must kill Piccolo, killing himself in the process. Kami/Hero walks out into the ring and puts on an act, but only for a minute. Immediately he tells Piccolo that he knows everything about him. Piccolo does not see that he is his other half. The battle starts ferociously. There's a lull in the fighting and everyone notes how powerful Hero and Kami are. Kami attacks, taking Piccolo off guard. Piccolo shoots an energy ball at Kami, but Kami deflects it. Piccolo reads Kami's mind and realizes he's Kami. They begin to speak in their native language, much to the crowd's confusion. Kami tells Piccolo that he's going to kill him. Piccolo does not believe him, so Kami reveals a bottle which he's going to put Piccolo into. He launches the evil containment wave, but Piccolo reverses it and instead imprisons Kami. He releases the human he possesses and screams that Goku is the only one left and he must kill Piccolo. Piccolo gloats after having sealed Kami away in a bottle as the others look on in horror. Hero is then counted out by the World Tournament announcer after he's unable to respond in time, and Piccolo is declared the winner. The human named Hero runs away from the ring and finds a son of the crowd who's ecstatic with how strong his father is. Roshi goes to talk to Goku. A thunderstorm rolls in. Piccolo explains to Master Roshi, Tien Shinhan, Krillin, Chi-Chi, and Yamcha that Junior is King Piccolo's last child, and that Hero was actually Kami in a human body, and that Kami and Piccolo split into 2 separate entities, one being good and one being evil. Goku realizes that it's up to him to stop Piccolo now, as Kami said, he's the only one left. Piccolo shows up, having overheard the conversation, and tells them how he has grown much stronger since they last fought 3 years ago. He vows to defeat Goku once and for all this time, and then continue his plans for world domination. The sun comes out as their match begins. Their strength appears to be equal. Piccolo extends his arm towards Goku, but he simply grabs it and throws Piccolo into the air and hits him with a ki. When he jumps out towards him, Piccolo turns the tables with an explosion of energy attacks that leaves Goku in a crater, seemingly unconscious as the announcer begins to count. Goku lies in the hole, and for some reason the count stops. He gets up seemingly unaffected. His uniform is fried, so Goku takes off the top half of his uniform. Goku notes that Piccolo's ego is very large, and that he will be able to defeat him because of it. A long lull proceeds in what turns out to be a charging time for both. The weight it picks up as both of their auras spark with the electricity. The two slam into each other, fighting with their auras. After an arm lock, Piccolo tries to push Goku from the ring with his extending arms, but Goku hits him and escapes with his speed. Piccolo waits to find Goku and then strikes out when Goku runs a little too close. Goku is thrown into a wall, but he disappears and lands a hard hit behind Piccolo. Piccolo thrusts himself into the air, very angry that he is not outright winning. Piccolo prepares to launch an attack that will kill all the spectators. Piccolo launches the explosive demon wave, but Goku deflects the blast and it flies into the mountains, creating an earthquake. When the dust settles, there is a gigantic crater in the mountain range where a few mountains used to be. Goku announces that he's launching a Super Kamehameha. Master Roshi warns that using it will also kill Kami, and Goku does not want to do that. Launch thinks that Piccolo is actually afraid of Goku, and that's why he's being so pompous. Goku continues to desperately try to keep Piccolo's focus on only himself to keep the spectators safe, but Piccolo does not seem to care about that anymore. Many people flee because of this. Piccolo charges an explosive demon wave again, but then Krillin reminds Goku that they can use the Dragon Balls to bring Kami back. Goku launches the Super Kamehameha against Piccolo's energy wave. The Kamehameha blasts Piccolo's attack, the surrounding buildings, and Piccolo himself. The Super Kamehameha blast destroyed much of the fighting complex, and for a while, Piccolo is nowhere to be seen. Then, as the smoke clears, his figure is found still above the earth. Much of his clothing and his turban have been torched away, but he doesn't look happy the slightest. Piccolo returns from the air to continue the exchange with Goku. Launch guesses that Piccolo looks like the older King Piccolo, which Piccolo takes as a cue to truly reveal everyone that he is indeed the reincarnation of King Piccolo. Upon hearing this, all the spectators rush from the arena, leaving only Goku and his friends, though this works to Goku's advantage as he no longer has to worry about the innocent bystanders. All the world is quickly notified of Piccolo's return. The World Tournament announcer is stunned, for he is now alone with Piccolo, Goku, and all of Goku's friends. Goku tells everyone to leave quickly. Piccolo then concentrates his energy to turn into a giant form of himself. Even though he's considerably larger, Goku has no problem battling him. He's smacked to the ground and almost stepped on, but Tien Shinhan distracts Piccolo by offering his help. Goku is still under the impression that the match is going on, and the recent development has not changed anything, so he's still following the rules. Goku continues to beat on giant Piccolo until he shoots his left knee, causing Goku to fall. Piccolo tries to step on Goku, but Goku throws him off. Goku says that Piccolo being so large is only a disadvantage, and to prove him wrong, Piccolo grows even larger. Goku's friends and the announcer finally flee a small distance, but Goku stands his ground. As soon as Piccolo Jr. increases his size again, Goku goes down his throat to retrieve his swallowed Denshi jar, saving Kami, and beats Piccolo from the inside out before he's spit up. Goku throws the bottle at Tien Shinhan, who then frees Kami. Realizing he was tricked, Piccolo Jr. returns to his normal size. The two take off again and they disappear. They're so fast that Kami cannot even see them. They take to the sky and engage in a spectacular punching match. To rebound from falling, Goku blasts his Kamehameha using his feet, which knocks Piccolo Jr. towards the ground. As he falls, Piccolo shocks Goku with his antenna beams, knocking him to the ground as well. As they continue battling, Kami jumps in to protect Goku from a punch. Goku refuses his help and says he wants to fight alone and allows Piccolo to redo the punch. After a lot of discussion, Kami finally leaves the ring to Goku. Outside the ring, Kami sees that Goku is even stronger than him and must be left alone to face Piccolo. Piccolo Jr. blasts Goku with a chasing bullet, which he easily dodges. The The ball continues to rebound and will not even be put out by a reverse Kamehameha. Goku slyly leads it right towards Piccolo Jr., who is too shocked to evade and is blasted. Piccolo Jr. is injured, bleeding, but he rips off his own injured arm, which he quickly grows back, perfectly intact. Piccolo Jr. then begins to charge his most destructive attack. Goku takes a while to persuade his friends to leave as they do not want to go without him, but as Piccolo continues to charge his next attack, Tien Shinhan sees that they need cover and blasts a hole for everyone to hide in. As his friends run for cover, Goku prepares to take Piccolo's final attack. Piccolo unleashes a giant wave of energy comparable to a nuclear explosion, leveling the entire island. As the dust settles, Goku is still standing. He takes advantage of Piccolo's weakened state after his huge energy expenditure and knocks him into the ground with a volley of kicks and a hard punch to the stomach, and hits him with a super Kamehameha. Just as the count reaches 9, Piccolo lifts his head and emits a mouth energy wave. The beam impales Goku right through the chest, but he refuses to give up, despite having a hole in him. Piccolo gets up from the crater he was buried in and kicks the hole in Goku's chest. Tien and Krillin attempt to storm them, but are warned that if they do so, Piccolo could win by disqualification. Goku gets up, somehow still alive since Piccolo missed his vital organs, and though vital bones and muscles were most assuredly blasted. After Piccolo weakens Goku to the point where he cannot lift any of his broken appendages, Piccolo flies into the sky as his father did in the previous fight to finish off his nemesis. Kami asks Tien Shinhan to kill him, but Goku shouts that he can truly defeat Piccolo without killing him. Goku can't move so no one believes him. Piccolo slams an energy blast with the power of an atomic bomb, the explosive demon wave, into Goku, who appears to be vaporized. Everyone mourns for an apparently killed Goku, primarily Chi-Chi, who Goku was going to marry after the tournament. However, unknown to Piccolo and the others, he escaped by flying. He uses the opportunity to headbutt Piccolo in mid-air, and the World Tournament announcer declares it a ring-out victory. Goku is named the champion of the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. Everyone runs over to Goku, happy that he's alive. Yajirobe comes out of hiding with Senzu beans and fully heals Goku, much to the delight of Chi-Chi. Kami is about to kill Piccolo, but Goku stops him. Goku says that the Dragon Balls and the Eternal Dragon will disappear if Kami dies, their plan will not work. Master Roshi convinces Kami that he's still useful to the Earth, and Kami gives Goku new clothes. Goku suddenly uses a Senzu bean to revive Piccolo, not wanting to jeopardize Kami's health and wanting to keep a strong sparring partner around. Everyone panics as Piccolo shows complete contempt for this, thinking Goku to be soft, and then departs after vowing to defeat him. Chaozu suddenly shows up to meet Tien, and Chi-Chi runs to Goku and hugs him, which embarrasses Goku, not wanting to show his affection for her in front of his friends. Kami suddenly offers Goku his job, and Goku quickly declines and flees on the Nimbus with Chi-Chi. After saying goodbye to Master Roshi and his other friends, Goku embarked on his flying Nimbus for his next great adventure, life with his new fiancée, Chi-Chi. While flying to Chi-Chi's father, the Ox King's castle, Goku asks if the castle's near, to which Chi-Chi replied angrily, "Don't ask me, you didn't want directions, remember? What is it with men? Why are you allergic to assistance?" Goku says, "I'm not." Chi-Chi says, us being sarcastic. Goku then says, "Your father's going to be surprised when he finds out we're getting married. I just hope he thinks it's a good one." To this, Chi-Chi laughs and says he doesn't have to wait long and points to the castle on the horizon. Inside the Ox King's castle, Goku shovels his face with an endless amount of food. People watch on gobsmacked. The Ox King says, "It's good to have you home, Chi-Chi. As the Ox King, I am fearless, but as a father, I'm entitled to worry. I expected you to return with news of the fight, not a husband." Laughingly, he hits Goku on the back. As far as surprises go, this is a good one. "You have grown into a fine young man. You share your grandfather's strong spirit and fierce appetite." The Ox King then states that he's going to give his baby girl the biggest wedding the world has ever seen. The Ox King then takes Goku and Chi-Chi to the treasure chamber, where he presents Chi-Chi with their mother's wedding dress. At the main entrance of the castle, where the people are preparing the decorations for the wedding, the Ox King is practicing his speech, and Chi-Chi's teaching Goku how to dance, as Goku is shown to be uncomfortable with this, probably because he's never danced before. All of a sudden, the ground starts to shake as well as everything else. Everything begins to break apart, and flames leap up from the ground, all over the palace and the countryside. The Ox King orders everyone to get out. Chi-Chi grabs Goku and reminds him about the dress. The Ox King says he'll get the dress and leaves. Chi-Chi insists that Goku goes to help, but flames block his path, preventing him. They're forced to leave the castle. Outside, Goku goes to put out the flames with his Kamehameha, but it doesn't work. Goku then calls his flying Nimbus to him and begins to fly through the flames in an attempt to find the Ox King, who is seen running through the castle with the dress. Unable to reach the Ox King because of the flames, the Ox King tells Goku that the only thing that can put out these flames is the Bancho fan. There's a flashback of Master Roshi talking about the fan which he threw out. Goku thinks for a moment and then comes to the conclusion that Fortune Teller Baba could help find it. Fortune Teller Baba, who's suffering from a cold, tells him that the fan can be located somewhere near an octagon, east of where they are. Not wasting any time, Goku grabs Chi-Chi and Fortune Teller Baba and sets off looking for the fan. They arrive at Octagon Village, where Goku confuses Jasmine for Oolong. His friend Unan comes out of a house and tells Goku that neither of them are Oolong and that Oolong was expelled from the village for stealing a teacher's panties. Goku then goes to search for the Bancho fan and leaves Baba and Chi-Chi behind to stay at the Bancho spa. Jasmine and Unan guide them to the spa and hide on the side of the shack, peeking through a hole in the wall waiting for Chi-Chi to strip down to bathe. Unfortunately, a crowd of other pigs come as well and end up breaking the shack, causing Chi-Chi to stop undressing and panic. Chi-Chi gets mad and hits both of them, making them far off in the spring. Goku finds a shape of the Bancho fan in the middle of the spring and pulls it out, which drains the spring and reveals a big rock with images of the fan. Following Fortune Teller Baba's advice, Goku and Chi-Chi go to the Kame house searching Master Roshi, but they only find his Turtle, who tells them that Master Roshi hasn't got back from the World Martial Arts Tournament yet. Goku then asks Turtle if he knows where the Bancho fan is, and Turtle says that Master Roshi threw it away a long time ago. Turtle then shows Goku and Chi-Chi an old book of Master Roshi that explains how to make a new Bancho fan. According to the book, to make the fan, you need the feathers of a magical bird known as the Fire Eater, which can only be found on Mount Kiwi, a volcanic island to the south. After hearing this, Goku and Chi-Chi say goodbye to Turtle and head up Mount Kiwi, both enjoying the ride and seeing the dolphins too. Once they arrive at Mount Kiwi, Goku and Chi-Chi go inside the dark caves of a dormant volcano, where they find a big lizard who attacks them, but Goku just calms it up by petting him. Meanwhile, Emperor Pilaf, Shu, and Mai are also inside the volcano looking for the Fire Eater. While walking across a narrow ledge, Chi-Chi falls off and discovers a huge egg. Goku, who is joyed and relieved that Chi-Chi is safe, jumps down to check it out, but an old scientist suddenly appears and tells him to get away. The scientist tells him that it's a Fire Eater egg. Goku and Chi-Chi are overjoyed to hear this and ask where the others are. The scientist reveals that there are none left. He explains that 40 years ago a volcanic eruption occurred, resulting in a cave-in which killed off all the fire eaters that inhabited Mount Kiwi. Fortunately, the egg survived. He reveals that this egg is the last remnant of the fire eater species and that it hasn't hatched in 40 years since then. Then, all of a sudden, Pilaf, Shu, and Mai arrive at the place in a drill vehicle and tell Goku that they want to take the fire eater's egg and sell it for a very high price. They trick Chi-Chi and hold her captive for a while, but she easily takes care of Shu and Mai while Goku destroys their drill vehicle, causing Pilaf, Shu, and Mai to run away. Due to the destruction of Pilaf's vehicle, the mountain starts to shake and the volcano erupts. Suddenly, an adult fire eater crashes through a wall and eats some of the flames of the volcano just before breaking the shell of the big egg. A baby fire eater then appears from inside the egg and they both fly away from the collapsing mountain. Goku fires a Kamehameha to make a hole in the mountain so he and Chi-Chi and the old scientist can escape. While Goku and Chi-Chi try to gather the feathers needed to produce the Bancho fan, they're told by the old scientist that it's impossible to gather them outside the intense heat of the volcano. Also, the fire eater literally feeds and lives on fire, hence its name. It would not be able to survive if its feathers were able to easily put out flames. The scene then cuts to Kame House, where Master Roshi reveals that everything in the old book was made up to impress girls. In the original version, Master Roshi was drunk when he was writing the section of the fire eater. However, the scientist tells him that the fan can be found in an iceberg to the north. Thus informed, the young couple set out once again for another adventure. Goku and Chi-Chi finally make it to Mount Frappe, the snow mountain where the Bancho fan could be. Once they get close to the mountain, a huge snowstorm begins, sending them to an old lady's house named Grandma Hakake, who lives in a nearby forest. She tells them that women are not allowed up on Mount Frappe or else a snowstorm will start. After talking to Hakake for a while, the old lady reveals to them that the snow from the mountain can also put out fire, so Goku sets off for Mount Frappe again. Meanwhile, Emperor Pilaf, Shu, and Mai attempt to get on Mount Frappe too, but yet another snowstorm causes the ship to crash in the mountains so they get into their battle suits. Goku soon shows up to Pilaf's horror. Pilaf, Shu, and Mai attempt to kill Goku with rockets and flamethrowers, but the snowstorm freezes them before they can even get to Goku. Goku tells them that if a woman is on Mount Frappe, it'll cause a snowstorm, so Pilaf kicks Mai off the side of the mountain and the snowstorm stops. Pilaf and Shu then try to attack Goku, but they just end up running away. Goku gets a huge ball of snow and is flying back to Chi-Chi, but while flying the snow melts, leaving Goku with just a small snowball. Meanwhile, Hakake is giving Chi-Chi housewife lessons, in which Chi-Chi must clean her whole house and sweep her backyard. While looking for the dustpan for the broom, Chi-Chi discovers the Bancho fan in Hakake's garden. Goku, disappointed with his failure, returns to Chi-Chi, but she quickly lightens the mood with the fan. Pilaf and his lackeys make one final attempt to get the fan. Shu takes the fan out of Chi-Chi's hands, and Emperor Pilaf asks Chi-Chi why the fan is so special and what it does. Chi-Chi tells him that most people wave it. Pilaf then orders Shu to wave it, and so she does. The power of the fan sends Pilaf and Mai flying back into Mount Frappe, and Shu, scared, runs away, leaving behind the fan. Before leaving, Hakake gives Chi-Chi a jar of very rare honey from her beehives, and wishes the couple good luck in their married life, hoping that Chi-Chi will be a good wife to Goku thanks to the lesson she gave her. Goku and Chi-Chi say goodbye to Hakake, and they leave to save the Ox King. As soon as they arrive in the Ox King's castle, Goku tries to put out the flames of the Bancho fan, but to everyone's horror, even the Bancho fan cannot put out the flames surrounding the castle. Goku continues to wave the fan, but it's not working. Fortune teller Baba warns Goku that the fan would not work, and he must go to the magical furnace of the Dark World and meet with Tajiro. Goku and Chi-Chi journey and enter the Dark World. Goku tries to summon his flying Nimbus, but the Nimbus does not want to come anywhere near the mountain. They jump over a large spear-filled gap on the road and get chased by bats. The bats almost knock Chi-Chi into the spears. Then they chase him down the path and encounter soldiers. As Goku and Chi-Chi go further, things become more dangerous and they encounter more monsters, but they discover that their dangers are all imaginary, so Goku jumps into a dragon monster's mouth and successfully crosses over and proceeds. Back at the castle on Fire Mountain, Ox King gets trapped at the peak of the castle. Goku and Chi-Chi arrive in the furnace. They meet Grandpa Gohan at the furnace. Goku introduces Chi-Chi and a mini reunion occurs. Goku assumes that Gohan is Tajiro, but Gohan tells him that Tajiro is actually called Anin, and he's stationed at the furnace to guard her. Goku wants to put out the furnace, which Gohan and Anin object to. Gohan and Anin would not let him put out the furnace because if they do, the planes would be thrown into chaos. They don't want to let him turn off the furnace for the simple reason that spirits would not have access to their afterlife or be able to ever return. Evil spirits would also be trapped and will destroy the earth. Suddenly, Anin starts fighting Goku and is no match for him. She grows into a giant and continues fighting Goku as the fire surrounds the Ox King, who is trapped in the castle on Fire Mountain. He does not seem to have much time left. The feathers on her head are like swords as she tries to stab Goku and step on him and blow him into a wall. She formulates a plan to fix the furnace after seeing that Goku is the Bancho fan. They need the shell fragments from a fire eater and the honey from special bees. Luckily, Chi-Chi has both vital requirements on her. With the aid of the Bancho fan and Anin lifting the pot, Goku descends into the furnace and manages to seal the hole, barely making it alive, and he and Chi-Chi embrace. The flames of the castle have died down and the Ox King has survived and kept the wedding dress intact. Goku and Chi-Chi proceed with their wedding and finally get married. Chi-Chi is shown hugging Goku, who is at first uncomfortable with it, but is then shown laughing with Chi-Chi. And there you have it, folks. All 150 plus episodes of Dragon Ball all smushed into an insane speedrun. Think you can do it faster? I dare you. Did you enjoy our video? Be sure to check out these other great videos from the Amagi and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.